Murray, who's 65 today. As an ESPN fan, you may be familiar with Dr. Michael Kaplan. Certainly a wealth of medical knowledge for us here, orthopedic surgeon. And with so many questions about the surgery that Tiger Woods went through yesterday in L.A., Dr. Kaplan will be here 7:15 Eastern to help us sort it all out. KJZ up next. I'm Jay Reynolds. Back tomorrow with Sports Center all night. It's ESPN Radio.
Coming up Wednesday, it's a huge night in the NBA, and we'll tell you why the NBA's best player may need his best performance to beat the league's top team. Keyshawn, J. Will, and Zubin, 6 Eastern on ESPN Radio.
Keyshawn, J. Will, and Zubin starts next at 6 Eastern on ESPN Radio, ESPN News.
It's time for some straight talk. Your tax return could look different this year, but you're still going to hear a lot of noise about how to spend it. So when the big carriers tell you to splurge on the latest nonsense, just tune it out. With Straight Talk, you can get a Samsung Galaxy A51 for just $199. Plus, get the $45 unlimited talk, text, and data plan with no contract on America's best networks for up to 50% less. Tune out the nonsense and tune in to Straight Talk. Straight Talk Wireless. No contract, no compromise.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today? Sure thing. We can help you replace those wipers. If yours are squeaking or streaking, it's probably time. We've got a wide selection of wipers that can stand up to any weather, including the right ones for your make and model. We've even got more ways to get them fast, like our next-day delivery or free same-day store pickup. Getting the job done just got easier. Restrictions apply.
Get in the zone, AutoZone. O'Reilly.
This is Jesse's O'Reilly Auto Parts story.
As a nurse, not making it to work was not an option. But driving through the snow with my wiper blades struggling, I just didn't feel safe. So I pulled into O'Reilly Auto Parts, and before I knew it, an employee was offering to install the wiper blades on my car. I got to stay out of the snow for a moment, and I still made it to work on time.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Hey, we get it. You don't want to be hearing a Progressive commercial right now, so let us tell you something you do want to hear. No one is funnier than you. People laugh just thinking about the things you've said. I'm laughing at one of them right now. Coworkers repeat your jokes at the office, but they're never as good as when you tell them, and shame on them for trying. There. Don't you feel better? You'll also feel better knowing you could save when you bundle home and auto with Progressive. Although I'm sure you'd have a funnier way to say that. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Bundle discount not available in all states or situations.
Why would I sell the car of my dreams for a food truck that wasn't? Or rattle off condiment combinations in my sleep? Extra mayo, all the mustard, ketchup on the side. I mean, when did an app become my favorite tool? Nothing personal, Spatula. It's because I wanted to make the best burger ever. And QuickBooks suite of tools helped me get there.
Intuit QuickBooks helps small businesses be more successful. Learn more at QuickBooks.com.
Vehicle prices plus tax and tag. Zero down to well-qualified buyers through dealer's primary lending source.
Holy jeep!
Roses are red, violets are blue. Why buy a used car when you can buy new? It's a fantastic February at world-famous Gary Barbera's on the Boulevard. 1,000 vehicles, one location. Just $199 down for only $199 a month. Gary Barbera discounts Jeeps cheap. Plus, qualified buyers get the lowdown on the no-down. Is Barbera's on the Boulevard the best? Boy, I guess.
At Cordell & Cordell, we focus on representing men in domestic relations cases.
Attorney CPA Joe Cordell.
We recognize that our clients are going through perhaps the toughest time they will ever go through. We understand that everything that's important to them is on the table. Their assets, the role in their children's lives. That's an immense responsibility that our clients entrust us with, and we take that very seriously. We've been trained to do that. We've helped thousands of clients before, and it's our hope that you'll choose to entrust us with what's most important to you. By the way, unless you're in Missouri or Illinois, I'm not licensed in your state, but that's okay. Our attorneys in your state are.
Contact Cordell & Cordell to schedule an appointment with one of our firm's Philadelphia area attorneys, a partner men can count on. 215-490-9999. Online at CordellCordell.com. That's CordellCordell.com. Offices in Philadelphia, Radnor, and Allentown, Pennsylvania, and Mount Laurel, New Jersey. Michelle Ferreri, licensed in New Jersey and Pennsylvania.
WPEN Burlington, Philadelphia, a Beasley Media Group station. 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
Good morning. Thought I'd help you wake up.
It's 6 a.m. And you're listening to The John Kincade Show on 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
Let the party begin!
The show starts now.
And it's a juiced up edition of the John Kincade Show here on 97.5 The Fanatic. We're going to have an extra highly caffeinated edition of the show today. We'll tell you about that just momentarily. 6 o'clock hour of the John Kincade Show, brought to you by Bradford White Water Heaters. Bradford White, here for the pro, and we appreciate all the people that are here for the live stream. We appreciate those who check in early on twitch.tv and YouTube. We love everybody who spends as much time with us as possible. Anytime you want to spend more, we're open to that too. It's an open relationship. As we begin today, Tiger Woods has truly lived something that I love, the soap opera. Great stardom, huge scandals, sex, car accidents. Honestly, it sounds like a melodrama. He's led a charmed life with a series of crazy bumps in the road, and no athlete ever personally has interested me more than Tiger Woods. And it's not even close. I picked up golf and bought a house in a golf community all because of watching him and falling in love with the sport. Tiger, to me, has truly transcended all barriers. He's made golf mainstream cool, and everybody who tries to convince me, well, Jack and Arnie never made golf mainstream cool. Tiger did that. Tiger inspired a next generation of fans and participants. Tiger made country clubs look diverse. Tiger brought everybody together. He personally has grown his sport, I believe, more than any athlete in any other sport at any other time. So I start this morning saying, get well soon, Tiger. But a little time out of the spotlight appears to be in order for you. And that's where we begin this 6 o'clock hour on Wednesday morning, the John Kincade Show, with Bob Cooney, Jamie Lynch, Pat Egan, and the coach, Eric Camille. And as we start the show today, I love the Tiger Woods. To me, I couldn't state it any better, Bob, than I just did, as far as he's the athlete that I believe I'm more personally interested in than any athlete I've ever watched. And I don't think it's close. Like, for me, Tiger.
To bring a sport to where he brought it to, like you described, John, and that was in the early 2000s, late 90s, early 2000s, to see a generation fall in love with a sport. Not just a generation, generations.
Yes.
Like I told you before, I remember doing a story, calling golf courses and asking, because of this Tiger thing, what are you seeing? And it was just amazing, the stories that these people had about not only were there more and more people coming out to play, but the emulation of Tiger as far as knowing how to be savvy on a golf course, while emulating, not only you're not going to emulate his game, but the way he cared about the sport and the professionalism that he showed. They said there was just a whole new look of golfers all over. I did a whole thing on the Delaware Valley. His impact on the game of golf is bigger than anyone else's impact on any sport in my lifetime.
Jamie Lynch, now you remember when Tiger, because obviously you're almost you're younger than Tiger, but you're a contemporary of Tiger. You remember the ascent of Tiger Woods.
Oh, I mean,
clearly.
Playing Tiger Woods golf is on Xbox is one of the main reasons I fell in love with golf. Like the way the putting green, like you kind of learned how to putt on Tiger. And me and my buddies played endless hours of Tiger Woods golf on Xbox in college. I basically started golfing because of Tiger Woods.
I know I did.
Growing up, my aunt and uncle, they belonged to Trenton Country Club.
Of course they did.
I never once considered golf. Like my cousin golfed. No, it was never something that was even on the table. I didn't swing a club until at least high school, probably not until college. And then post-college, Tiger Mania was in full roar, and that's kind of when I fell in love with the game and started, trying to practice and get better. And it's basically all because of Tiger.
Where'd you play, Bob, when you first started to swing a club?
Pensauken.
Is that a public track?
It's a great public track. Yeah, it is. It is. I'm hoping to join there.
I played old masters, which we would call old bastards, on Westchester Pike in Edgemont. And it's now changed names. I just remember dodging the goose poop Like that's what,
Oh, yeah. I think we've all been on this.
Walnut Lane was one of my first courses. Oh, yeah.
Same type of thing, but you fell in love with the sport.
Yeah.
You fell in love with it.
Because I was like, this is the hardest thing I've ever done. How is Tiger so good?
How about this one for you? Pat Egan, give me a number here. Guess. Tiger Woods from the time he won his first major to the time he won his fifth major. Okay? His first to his fifth. How much do you believe golf merchandising, the entire industry, merchandise of golf, what percentage do you think it went up from Tiger's first major to his fifth?
What's his jersey number?
He doesn't have a jersey number. I'm not asking you to do math.
It's got to be in the billions.
No, I'm asking you a
percentage.
Oh, percentage. Oh,
I said
geez.
percentage. From his first major, what golf merchandising was
I would
fifth?
guess 600%.
I was going to say.
You're really good.
I was going to say 850%.
You're both really good. Price is Right. He wins 763%.
Wow.
From major 1 to major 5. He changed the whole industry. Stuart Sink would talk about it. Got a chance to interview Stuart a lot, and he was lived close by to me. He would say every single golfer should cut a check to Tiger Woods.
Yeah.
And he included himself because the purse of every single tournament that he played in was up.
Sure.
TV ratings were up. Television contracts were up. Everybody made more money. Even the marginal guys on tour started to make lucrative livings.
Yeah.
And it's all traceable to Tiger Woods.
Look at Max Homa this weekend. As soon as he won, Tiger presented him with the award, and he went, this is a dream come true. Like
surreal.
I grew up idolizing you, wanting to play alongside you, and here I am getting an award from you. Like, he was legit starstruck. And he's a guy on the PGA Tour.
I remember talking to one of the pros around town at one of the courses, and he had a great line. He said, I've never seen so many guys that are hackers coming out and wearing red in my life. Like, that was, it was anything you could do to the spinning of the club. Like, how many times will you go out with strangers and you'll see somebody at a shot and they'll spin a club like Tiger did? So much emulation of him. It's unbelievable. And in good ways, too. Like I said, what stuck with me is the pros. Like, hackers come out here and they don't know walking across a green and they don't know, the ins and outs of golf etiquette. But watching Tiger, he said it's unbelievable how many people have learned it. What he taught people golf who never met him or anything like that is unbelievable in this country.
I can't think of any. Do you guys have any? Pat, do you have anybody who you can even think grew their sport like Tiger did? I can think of one.
I have one.
Okay, I'll hold it.
Gretzky, maybe?
People didn't start playing the game because of Gretzky, you know what I mean?
I'm struggling to find one, and that's reaching.
I mean, I can't.
Well,
the only one I got
obvious is
what are you gonna say, Michael?
Well, because of the merchandising.
But people didn't start playing basketball because of Michael.
Yeah, no, you're right. But I like, you see everybody going around wearing the Jordans, Air Jordans, and all of that.
He changed the business of sport.
Yeah, you're right. That's a good point.
Right, and guess what? I know for a fact, because if you've seen the documentaries, Tiger studied Michael's marketing.
Yeah.
Tiger studied how Michael monetized his brand.
Yeah.
And then took it to an entirely amazing level. And LeBron has studied Tiger and him. So they all learning from each other.
The only one I can think of that brought new people to their sport was Yao Ming. I think he did
a legion of residents of this country, yes.
Yeah,
That's good.
And I
That's
think
a great one.
worldwide he brought a lot of attention to basketball.
That's a great one.
That's the only guy I can think of that's on and he's not even probably close.
I think of, though, is that Tiger Woods, all the adulation, all the success, all the money, and then all the scandal, all the scrutiny. And we all weren't working together. And I don't know what you guys thought of it at the time. Bob, you were a writer at the time. When Tiger Woods had the reported 5-iron to the face, among other things, I didn't care at all about it, and I refused to talk about it. Like, I did not take one call ever about Tiger Woods and his marital problems. I didn't give a damn. I don't, and I was fascinated how the American public gravitated to that story.
Yeah.
And wanted to hear Tiger having to do an admission that I'm a sex addict, and I'm like,
then have a press conference.
I was appalled by that because what business is it of anybody's?
It's not. And to the point where, like, look, I think everybody admires Tiger Woods because of the golfer and all of that. And even yesterday on some of the coverage you're hearing, he's such a great human being and a great, golfer. Like, I don't know what kind of human being he is. Like, I don't, and for a reporter who, one of the people that said it wasn't a golf reporter, wasn't a guy that hangs around golf all the time. That's where I'm always careful with words. And I had this argument with you, before. I don't like superlatives. I don't like always. I don't like never, everyone, no one. But I don't know what Tiger's like as a person, but that shouldn't even be, that has nothing to do with our admiration for him as a golfer. Yeah. Everybody is a human being. And to judge another human being that we know nothing about personal life, I don't go there either.
Even on SportsCenter, Ramona Shelburne is reporting on the Tiger Woods story in the last hour on SportsCenter overnight, and the reporter from SportsCenter asks her, well, you just had this surgery. What drugs were you on? And she says, well, I was on opioids for a few days, and then I'm on Advil and Tylenol at this point. I never heard such preposterous thing in the world. Why is someone asking Ramona Shelburne what drugs she's on? Because you're trying to draw an insinuation that Tiger Woods was on drugs yesterday.
Yeah, I certainly hope for his sake he wasn't, because he's been through a lot, and pain pill addiction is a scary, scary thing. So, I hope. I talked to a buddy in California that's from that area last night, actually, while we were playing Call of Duty, and he said that area is insane. If you haven't driven it before, he said it's so hilly and there's so many turns, and he said, like, you really have to kind of know what you're doing in that area or it can lead to trouble.
Giant signs. A buddy of mine sends me a picture yesterday of giant signs. There's giant signs as you go down the hill.
Yeah.
Those ones where they show the truck and they have the wavy line saying shift into lower gear.
Yeah. Right.
Distracted driving, any one of us at any time could.
Sure.
I mean, I don't touch my phone when I'm driving. I
don't
use
either.
the hands-free, but I've pushed the touch screen to call my wife.
It doesn't have to be a phone. I mean, just even hitting a different radio station sometimes can take your eyes.
Why would you change your radio station?
Yeah, just stay here.
I knew that whole conversation was coming.
What the hell are you changing station?
He meant turn up the volume is what he meant. Yeah. Because he wasn't hearing Andrew. But I don't know how many times Tiger has driven that area. Like, we've all been on the road a lot. We've all been in areas that we've never been in before. That it's like, whoa, this is hairy, especially in California. It's crazy around there. So I don't know. I
didn't like the speculation. And if you heard it, Ramona Shelburne being asked about her drugs that she took for her back. I'm like, okay, that's not journalism. That's not journalism to ask the reporter who's reporting on an incident. And by the way, you've seen Ramona Shelburne. She doesn't resemble Tiger Woods in any way, shape, or form. So her back's a little bit different.
Probably a bit different.
A back surgery.
No, it's if you're writing the main story of the crash, it's the information of what happened. It's the background of this weekend, what Tiger was doing, and you include in there. Like I read after you came in this morning, we talked a little bit. I read like 5 national stories. And all of them handled it correctly, where it was a line or two that said that Tiger had been pulled over before because of suspicious DUI and painkillers. Yes, it has to be mentioned because there is a history there. But the story did not go into speculation of anything. To state out the facts is the proper journalistic thing to do.
I didn't see much of it, but it did cross my mind.
Okay, it crosses my mind, too.
It crossed my mind because of the history of him and...
Sure.
It'd be understandable.
It would be like, let's say there was a reporter on the local news who had years ago had an alcohol issue. And they're reporting on a story years later about alcoholism and the anchor man to go, so when you were drunk, what was your drink of choice? Could you tell us?
Yeah, the Shelburne thing was silly.
The person who's reporting is never supposed to be part of the story that they're reporting on, ever. But in 2021, that's considered journalism. It's not. The reporter is never supposed to be inserted into the story. And they did it yesterday. They did it yesterday at 6 o'clock Sports Center.
It's a little weird.
With Kevin and Hannah yesterday, they were doing it. And it just seemed like they were begging for storylines. Whenever these people, is one thing on national TV, whenever news people who do sports centers, who have to, when they're forced to do live TV for hours at a time, like a talk show, where you just have to song and dance a little bit and where are we going next and everything, you can tell it's much different than what they're used to doing. They're just, we could BS over the lights going out on Egan in the bathroom this morning, which is a whole nother story that
was
we'll
my
get
cue.
into. Hey, Merrill Guided Investing. You can visit merrilledge.com/investing goals. With Merrill Lynch, Pierce, Fenner, and Smith Incorporated, both a registered broker-dealer and investment advisor. Member SIPC. So appreciate our friends from Merrill.
We got 2 tweets there about somebody else who may have impacted a sport in a Tiger Woods level. And they both came. One's from Provolone Joe. One's from Ryan.
Who?
Tony Hawk.
What?
Yeah.
It's not. It's big.
Okay, that's good.
The video.
I saw a documentary on
the
him.
video game and what he. You roll your eyes at skateboard, but he brought a lot of attention to that sport, and X Games became
sport of skateboarding.
The $1 billion sport of skateboarding.
Yeah, the X Games became huge because of Tony Hawk.
Can we get to Cooney's Corner? In Cooney's
Who's
Corner.
the other one?
No, they both said Tony Hawk.
Oh,
Jesus. It's too early for this. Cooney's Corner. Bob wants to reflect on something that Shaq brought up yesterday.
Now, let's see what's in Cooney's Corner.
Tony Hawk.
Skateboarding. Let's see you do a kickflip.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll tell you what, real quick
Everything's a
story,
sport
though.
now.
Quick story, and I've told you this before. When I went to the Sixers one time, each individual player during a practice, to ask them who the most dominant player of their lifetime was of any sport, I was looking for Gretzky because it was Wayne Gretzky's birthday. We were up in Canada. One of the players did say, and I think it was Evan Turner, did say Tony Hawk.
But he's not a player.
He's an athlete.
He's not a player.
Anyway.
He's an athlete.
He's not a player.
But you asked about a sport. He impacted that sport.
A sport.
Boom, roasted.
Sport.
X Games. Anyway.
Sport.
We had this guy Shaquille O'Neal on yesterday.
Yes, we did.
And
I've heard of him.
He's rather
unbelievable.
famous.
He's awesome.
Rather famous.
Yeah, but he had a line yesterday, and I've heard players say this, so it's not earth-shattering news. But he said, "Coaches don't matter. It's just Joel Embiid he sees things now." I really can't wait to talk to Shaq again because I do. I think Doc Rivers has really, really mattered to this team. And it's so evident and he said to us when we interviewed him 2 weeks ago or whatever, that he said the first day that we got Joel Embiid, we taught him to catch the ball and see where the double teams are coming. And he has been so greatly effective. Last night was a bad one. He had 6 turnovers. But he has been so effective and so much better at seeing double teams this year on just a little bit of coaching on how to do it, where Brett Brown didn't do it last year. And then the other thing, Doc Rivers came out last night. They were talking about Tobias Harris. And he said, yeah, I watched him from last year. And I said, what are you doing? The best way that you score is when you go to your left hand. He said, why didn't you go to your left hand? And he said, well, Brett drew it up for me to go to my right hand. He said, well, why didn't you tell him? So just from Doc Rivers watching film of Tobias Harris last year and noticing, wait a minute, he's a pull-up dribble guy off his left hand, making that little bit of a change, and Tobias has done so much this year. So, I'm not killing Shaq here at all, but I think that Doc Rivers has had that effect on this team.
You should kill him for it. It's a number one argument we've had. Number one sports argument we've had, and he'll always say to me, I forget which NBA team did you play for? I'm trying to figure out which locker room were you in as a player? Because I literally would argue that with him. You're out of your mind. I'm seeing a difference. And here's where I got it too. The minute that Doc Rivers got hired, he sent me a text and then called and said, now I won't have to hear you bitching about Tobias Harris anymore. The minute he said it,
he knew.
So he knew that Doc would get something out of Tobias Harris that Brett Brown wasn't.
Yeah.
So to me, coaching did matter. That did matter.
I mean, clearly, we've seen the impact. And then he goes on to talk, even if it's just a coolness, a confidence that he brings to a team, that impacts the team. That matters.
I will tell you, though, you know who agreed with him? Pat Riley and Phil Jackson, both on our podcast, interviewed them both. And they both absolutely lean towards agreeing with Shaq. It's much less that coaching. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I got to dig up the old podcast, see if we can get the cuts. Phil Jackson, I believe, said something along the lines of the NBA coach is the least impactful in all professional sports.
Yeah, that could be whatever. But what rung out with me with Shaq yesterday, though, is, okay, and now I'm a student, and those guys have their masters. But what rang to me was, you're Shaquille O'Neal. So for a coach to tell you to just go play, to Kobe to just go play, to Michael Jordan if we're going to Phil Jackson, if they want to say to you guys just go play, that's probably all they needed to do.
Yeah.
But Joel Embiid, who only has played the game for 7 years and needs a little technical, tweaking in his game, Doc Rivers has done a phenomenal job.
Phil said I remember Phil telling us the amount of instruction, Egan, that he gave during a game, probably 2 timeouts a game where he actually gave some level of instruction about what he was seeing. He felt that he did his teaching more in practice.
Mm-hmm.
That he gave his
Larry
teaching
Brown was like that also.
I believe that, but you also, something really stuck with me in our interview with Doc last week on Thursday, which was, he said, we brought up him switching from zone to, I think, man or man to zone.
Mm-hmm.
He said, well, zone wasn't working, so I might as well switch to man. That's an impact of coaching, because, I'll tell you right now, Brett Brown would have just stuck to his guns and done zone, and that would have cost them the game. So they do have an impact. It's just...
By the way, I'd like to thank Doc Rivers, too. I forgot to tell you, he got me a beer the other night. Somebody heard the Doc Rivers interview and bought me a beer.
So he indirectly got you a free beer.
The Doc Rivers
Nice.
interview.
Nice. Thanks,
Very
Doc.
nice.
Thank you for that.
Yeah.
Very much, Doc.
Very good.
Oh, good.
We greatly
for
appreciate
you.
that. Appreciate that very much, Doc. I loved, in fact, it's fun talking to Shaq. I was geeking out almost as much talking to Doc Rivers.
Yeah.
Because I love talking to coaches more than athletes.
Yes, because it's usually more insightful.
And if you can get the combo like Doc is.
Exactly. Plus, also, I believe they share more.
Yes.
Players are so programmed now not to step in it.
Oh, they're robots when it comes to talking to the media.
Doc's been a coach forever, so he doesn't give a flip.
Yeah.
He knows how to conduct them. He knows how to conduct himself. He knows, like I said to him, the question about him and Daryl Morey. Well, I'm not going to answer that question, and you're never getting that answer out of me.
Yeah.
And that was my answer.
But then he went on to kind of give you a little, yeah.
And that was my answer.
I'm not going to answer that, but
I love the answer, so which is really, really good. Okay, we have another chance for you to win hockey in your sockies, some of those Flyer socks coming up. We're trying to do that all day today. But Bob, would you pop open that beverage in front of you there? Bob is going to have a Red Bull for the first time.
Oh, that was a good sound effect.
That's a really good sound effect.
Good
Bob. Bob knows radio. He's a radio pro.
So this is your first ever sip, huh?
Okay, now Bob,
I've never had a Red Bull.
Bob,
I don't need
you,
energy to
I
believe it or not.
I believe it will have no effect. Jamie?
I don't think it'll have much.
I think it's going to have no effect.
Somebody's got to say it's going to have a lot.
No
Coach,
effect?
somebody.
Yeah, not really.
Well, then why am I doing it?
No, you're doing it. Okay, now I want that done.
You might soil yourself.
Before we come back on the air, that's gone, though.
Oh, I got to chug.
Not chug.
No, I hear. It's a tasty item.
Do you like it?
It's a tasty.
Yeah, it is.
It's
good. Nice and refrigerated. Thank you, Coach.
In the Fanatic shop, I want that T-shirt made.
Tasty item.
That's a tasty item. I love hearing Cuz say that's every place they bring up. Oh, the tater tot fry. Oh, that's a tasty item.
Be a good grill apron.
See that? That's a tasty item.
Oh, that's good.
We got a lot going on. Do you actually enjoy it or not?
I do.
All right, there you go.
No problem. Yeah.
Okay. Carson Wentz's back was hurt just a couple years ago. And now all these people are lining up to support it. We'll get to it next on the John Kincade Show here on 97.5 The Fanatic.
The John Kincade Show.
I am so excited I can't stand it.
On 97.5 The Fanatic.
Philadelphia.
Hey, Rebound, they score! It's Couturier!
Flyers, Rangers, tonight at 7 on your home for Flyers hockey. 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
Flyers hockey is brought to you by Coors Light, proud partner of the Philadelphia Flyers. There's only one beer out there that's literally made to chill, and that's Coors Light. Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
Hey, everybody, it's John Kincade. I've been using my T-Mobile device so often now. To get all around the Philadelphia area, I'm constantly using my navigation apps. I love the sports wagering right on my phone. I love to be able to stay in constant contact with my family. Every single day, I send my wife and my daughter a video before the day starts. So what do I need? I need a phone that keeps me connected. I need a phone that has great connectivity, meaning I've got the best network. And I've got it. When T-Mobile and Sprint merged, it was over. The best coverage in the area. With more miles of expanded LTE coverage, more towers, more engineers, better than ever. T-Mobile has got deals for you, too. This week, I switched from a 12 iPhone from a 10, and I went into a T-Mobile store, and I got some of the best customer service I've ever received. You need to become a T-Mobile customer, just like me. How do you do it? Well, visit T-Mobile.com to learn more today, and then you want to check out a T-Mobile store right in your neighborhood. And I promise you this, you're going to love T-Mobile. Remember, the coverage is not available in some areas.
Hey, it's Cuz. Let's talk about Parks Casino and Sportsbook. Oh, that fabulous Sportsbook. We're there every week for Cuz's Corner. And guess what? You can bring home that Sportsbook right to the palm of your hand. And while you watch the game, you can do some live in-game betting. That's right. Parks Sportsbook. You can make your first bet risk-free, up to $500. No one does live in-game betting better than the Parks Sportsbook, the official sportsbook partner of the real 4for4 Philadelphia sports fan. The only sportsbook based right here in the Delaware Valley. College hoops coming into March, right? We got that going. We got hockey. We got hoops. Got a little golf action. Get in on all that action right now. Now, listen, you like fantasy sports. You're going to love all the props, game props, player props. The Parks Sportsbook has it all. You're going to love it. Bet on individual player performances in basketball and hockey, like points, rebounds, goals, and assists. Bet online with a name you trust. Parks Casino Sportsbook. Go to parkscasino.com/PA. Use the promo code FANATIC. Got to be 21 in Pennsylvania. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Guys, waking up over and over to pee is not okay. But now you can reduce those nighttime bathroom trips with the ingredients in Super Beta Prostate P3 Advanced. We're talking about less urges to pee at night, less bathroom trips during the day, and better bladder emptying. It's like taking 3 prostate supplements in one. You can try a full 30-day bottle of P3 Advanced. Free. Just pay shipping and handling. No strings attached, no obligations, and no commitments to buy. This is a 30-day supply. Absolutely free. Call 1-800-478-4616. Super Beta Prostate is the best-selling brand in major retailers like Walmart. But for this no-strings-attached free bottle, you must call now. Call 1-800-478-4616. Don't miss out on this unprecedented free offer. Call 1-800-478-4616. 1-800-478-4616.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today? Ugh, nothing's worse than starting trouble. We can help you out. We can start with a free battery test. That way we'll know if your battery is causing the issue. It could be your starter or your alternator. You don't want to waste money on the wrong fix. And if you do need a new battery, we've got you covered with a wide selection of replacement batteries. That's what makes us America's #1 battery destination. Claim based on data from the MPD Group 2019.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Why would I sell the car of my dreams for a food truck that wasn't? Or rattle off condiment combinations in my sleep? Extra mayo, all the mustard, ketchup on the side. I mean, when did an app become my favorite tool? Nothing personal, Spatula. It's because I wanted to make the best burger ever. And QuickBooks suite of tools helped me get there.
Intuit QuickBooks helps small businesses be more successful. Learn more at QuickBooks.com.
Here's the good news. Even with high unemployment, there's still a need for hundreds of thousands of cybersecurity professionals in the U.S. right now. And My Computer Career is training people to help meet the demand. No IT experience? No problem. Take the free career evaluation today at mycomputercareer.edu. Start your new life as an IT pro in as little as 4 months. Grants covering up to 53% of the cost are available to those who qualify. It's not rocket science. It's mycomputercareer.edu.
Hey, Matthew, we need to restock those sleeping bags.
Indeed knows unexpected growth can stretch your business thin.
One of you cover this register?
Like at Anita's outdoor store. To keep sales climbing, she needs to get started hiring right away.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. And the moment you sponsor a job on Indeed, you get a short list of quality candidates from our resume database. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get a $75 credit for your first sponsored job post. Terms and conditions apply.
Yeah, this season I actually had little business cards made. Eric Rubino, Fantasy Baseball GM. You can keep that. Sure, the players are famous, but come game day, I decide their fate. What's that? Oh, you make $20 million? Well, I don't like your attitude. You benched! No, I'd never bench an all-star, but I could. That's also why I like Progressive's Name Your Price tool. With options based on my budget, they never throw me a curveball. That's a little baseball reference for you.
Get options based on your budget with Progressive, even if you're not a legend in your own mind.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Vehicle prices plus tax and tag. Zero down to well-qualified buyers through dealer's primary lending source.
Holy Jeep!
Roses are red, violets are blue. Why buy a used car when you can buy new? It's a fantastic February at world-famous Gary Barbera's on the Boulevard. 1,000 vehicles, one location. Just $199 down for only $199 a month. Gary Barbera discounts Jeeps cheap. Plus, qualified buyers get the lowdown on the no-down. Is Barbera's on the Boulevard the best? Boy, I guess.
Hey, it's Mike Miss here to tell you about my friends at Cinch. Cinch delivers propane grill tanks right to your doorstep, so you'll never have to run out of propane. Right now, Cinch is offering new customers to get their first tank exchange for just $10 when they use my promo code Mike. Just go to cinch.com, spelled CYNCH.com, pick a delivery date that's convenient for you, and use the promo code Mike at checkout to get your first tank exchange for just $10. No more going through the hassle of lugging the used tank to the store. Stay safe and stay grilling with Cinch.
Now, back to the John Kincade Show.
I can't wait to finally see what my new coworkers look like once we get these masks off. I'm expecting to be disappointed.
On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
Dylan Cooper sends along an email. He says he listens to the show every day before work, and he had an impactful athlete that changed his sport. He says Michael Phelps.
It's a good one.
The only
I was thinking of that too.
The only thing is, though, is that people didn't jump into pools because of Michael Phelps.
No.
Tiger Woods made middle-aged white guys, older white guys, older black guys, older Hispanic guys. He breached every single ethnic group, every single age group, and inspired people to take up the sport. Now, you started wearing Speedos, Pat, after seeing Michael Phelps.
Yeah, they just seem more comfortable and they seem more efficient. And I can confirm.
You have more room?
I don't think he brought people to the sport, but he brought more eyes to the sport.
He did. He brought more eyes to the sport.
My kids were heavily involved in swimming at that time. And so I was at practices every day during the summer taking them. And it was noticeable. Like Michael Phelps talk, gear, imitation in the pool, So yeah, that's a good one. His did come to my mind earlier.
Big impact there. Okay, today you can win those Coors Light Flyer socks. He finished it, by the way. Bob finished the Red Bull.
Red Bull. Have your effect now.
We will see the effect on Bob.
It's going to give you wings.
See if he gets a little jittery in the show. All right, today you can win some Coors Light Flyer socks. Those hockey in your sockies. We got a great contest at 97.5thefanatic.com at our promotions page, thanks to Coors Light and the Flyers, and you want to get these great socks. So what we're going to do today is play another mystery flyer type game, though, but it's 3 questions. So each hour, the guys are going to ask me one question, and I will give them an answer that will help you try to identify who the mystery flyer is. It is a yes-no question.
So 20 questions, but we only get one.
You only get one each hour, and the only question of this hour will be delivered by Pat Egan. He gets to go first.
Screw it up, Pat.
Pat, don't ask if he's a male or a female. We can narrow it down.
You just took my question. Thanks.
Okay, here you go. Give me the
Was
question.
he drafted by the Flyers?
Yes, he was.
I have no idea.
Okay. There you go.
Wow, Pat. That eliminated
Guess what, though? No. Pat, I think that is a spectacular question.
I agree with you, John. Thank you.
Because he immediately just ruled out any free agent and anybody that was traded to the Flyers from another
that
organization.
means we have to know they were
drafted.
I was going to say the Big E's gone. All right.
Egan, I would love to bust on you here, but I would tell you that that's a great first question for people.
Huh.
Because now you know he's homegrown. That's all you need to know. And
Wait till this Zamboner asks a question.
And you know it's a dude.
How's it feel, guys?
And you know it's a dude. There you go.
I always believe in you, Pat.
Yeah. When it comes to hockey.
You want some Coors Light socks? Flyer socks? Well, you get your chance to win them. Just stick around and you can be a part of it here on the John
I was having a
Kincade
Coors
Show.
Light conversation yesterday. Somebody proposed to me, what's the best beer on a golf course? And I went Coors Light without a doubt.
Without a doubt. See that?
Oh, it's refreshing.
You can register to win the Ultimate Hockey in Your Sockies giveaway presented by Coors Light and 97.5 The Fanatic. One lucky Flyers fan is going to win an outdoor projector and big screen, Coors Light Flyers onesies and socks, and $1,000 in cold hard cash for plenty of cold Coors Light. Go to the contest page on 97.5thefanatic.com to register. Get yourselves registered today while you still have time and be a part of this project. So I think that was excellent. That was really good job. So Egan,
way to go, Pat.
Egan paid attention in the post-show meeting yesterday. He did. He absolutely paid attention.
I got a list of questions.
Well, we only get one.
I know.
So make it count.
I will.
There you go.
I got to play off of yours and his.
I'll
do it. I got the toughest assignment here.
It's a yes/no question, so it's good, and we'll see what happens next hour. All right. Where we begin here in the linchpin. So Carson Wentz had a major back injury a couple years ago. But now everybody's worried about his back.
This is the linchpin.
Malcolm Jenkins, love you. Loved your time here. We got to stop this narrative that's snowballing out of control. Nobody has called Carson Wentz a locker room cancer. But Malcolm Jenkins went on Chris Long's podcast, and Chris Long, refuted that he was a locker room cancer last Friday. Now Malcolm did it this week. There's a difference between being a locker room cancer and being a poor leader or somebody that doesn't hold themselves accountable. Somebody can do those two things and not be a cancer. But if you're looking to your teammates for accountability and, camaraderie, it's very possible he could have been all those things and not been a cancer. So this whole narrative of, well, he's not a locker room cancer, can we please stop? Because nobody's really saying that. That's not what it is. And he's the guy that's asking out of here. Locker room cancers get removed. He asked out. He's not a locker room cancer. He was somebody that didn't do, from all the reports we've heard over the last 3 years, a good enough job leading the team.
You know how I can prove that Malcolm Jenkins and Chris Long are full of crap on this story? I did a simple word search on locker room cancer. On the work of Jeff McClain, the work of Zach Berman, the work of other reporters here in town. Nobody freaking used this.
No.
This is a fake story that Chris Long and now Malcolm Jenkins are pushing on people.
Yeah.
And guess what? I appreciate both of them and what they brought to the table as Eagles. But this is the biggest piece of crap that they're trying to sell to people. Like, people were trying to depict Carson as a locker room cancer. No. It seems like we've got some guys who were freaking running their mouth who were his teammates, like Chris Long and Malcolm Jenkins, leaving some of the stuff that was going on in the locker room, and then they're now trying to backtrack, saying, we had to talk because other people were depicting him this way. I couldn't find Zach Berman. I looked at Zach Berman. I looked at Jeff McClain. I looked at some of the columnists in town, Jimmy Kempski. I did a word
search. Les and Damo weren't calling him a locker room cancer.
Nobody used the term locker room cancer. What the hell are they talking about, Bob?
I don't know.
They're making this up. This is made up.
Nobody's called him that.
Absolutely made up.
All right, here's what I've come to on this. The Carson Wentz in the locker room that has been talked about endlessly or not talked about and has been debated almost mirrors the Carson Wentz that didn't talk to the media after this all started. People agree with him not talking. People disagree with him not talking. People go at him very harshly on both ends. You go to the lot, and that's the Carson Wentz that we can say we know because we know he hasn't talked. Then you go to the Carson Wentz in the locker room that we don't know all that well, and you have teammates, former teammates, that say, no, he was fine. No, he wasn't good. And they're battling each other. Like, those two things mirror each other to me.
That's a great way to look at it, Bob. Bob's smart. Maybe it's the Red Bull.
It probably.
I tell you what, I
wings.
feel so focused right now.
It definitely gave him wings. I think it's the media wanting to make him out to be a locker room cancer. But
the people that we're talking about are media
players. Yeah.
But Pat, here's the thing.
I should have clarified the story. Media and ex-players alike, we're all complicit in this, but not us because we're here in Philadelphia, but the national narrative is, he must have been a locker room cancer. You hear the stories coming out and you make that conclusion.
Yeah, but when Malcolm Jenkins and Chris Long are talking about, locker room cancer, it was never used. And you can document this. It was never used that this guy was a locker room cancer. It was depicted, by the way, not one of his teammates, Pat, has come out to say, oh, no, he was very coachable. Oh, no, he took direction well.
Oh, no, he followed everything the coaching staff had. None of them back to dispute any of those stories.
I don't think, though, you need to come out and say he's a locker room cancer to make the conclusion that he could have been a locker room cancer. And I don't think he was a locker room cancer, but I can understand how somebody would come to that conclusion based on all the stories that have come out.
So you're saying but you can't do that, Bob. You cannot say that where, yeah, we got to come out and say he wasn't a locker room cancer like the media tried to make him out to be. When nobody said it. Yep. You can't say that.
Did.
Chris Long and Malcolm Jenkins are pushing a fake story. It was never said.
And as I said yesterday, for Chris Long, I love listening to Chris Long and all the stuff that he's done.
Excellent.
His
really
podcast is entertaining.
It is.
Very entertaining.
But he has to realize that he may have been a big part of this problem also.
You mean putting a shrine up to the backup?
Yeah. I'm not kidding you when I say, if I was Carson Wentz, there's no way that goes without me saying something to Chris Long. Dude, seriously, I'm right here. Nothing against Nick Foles, and apparently those two were very close. But seriously, I'm right here. Why would you cause division between me and the other quarterback among our teammates? That's horse crap to me.
It just is. Jamie, I would appreciate it if there's so many insights that Chris Long and Malcolm Jenkins could give us on the NFL and the Eagles. Could we just deal with stuff that actually happened?
Yeah.
Could we deal with stories that are actual, that happened?
Yeah, it's this locker room pitting, them against the media in a weird way, and this time they're the ones making up what the media said.
And they're the ones that started it.
What it all reeks to me is that Carson Wentz is just a perplexing person.
It is.
And if you're in, you're in, and if you're out, you're out, and there doesn't seem to be too much in between.
Exhausting.
It could be. Exactly.
I would say the depiction of Carson that has been made by teammates, by coaches, by the media, by whatever, tells me it must be exhausting being him.
Yeah. It certainly seems like it.
It seems like he carries a lot of angst, a lot of somebody's hurt my feelings, somebody's hurt. And guess what? That's coming from others in that locker room.
Yeah.
Whether they want to know it or not. So, hey, NJ Diet can balance your hormones where the side effect is weight loss of 20 to 40 plus pounds. It's contractually guaranteed. Call 855-5NJ-DIET or njdiet.com. And reminder, tomorrow we will be in the One Bala Plaza parking lot. We're going to do something good. Friday, when Carson Wentz exits town. It is the Project 11 collection of Carson Wentz jerseys, T-shirts, and everything that will benefit the Goodwill and Salvation Army.
It's awesome.
We will have a tent set up in the parking lot. You can wear a mask, socially distance yourself, and come by and drop off your stuff. We will appreciate it. We'll be there 7 to noon on Friday at One Bala Plaza. And all you have to do is put One Bala Plaza into your GPS, and you will find us. And we hope that you will come by between 7 and noon. So last night, the text chain was going wild as we watched the 76ers and the Toronto Raptors. And I must say that, Bob, I don't want to be this. In fact, I got it before going to bed last night that my wife said, you've been home for 2 months in Philadelphia and you're sounding like a Philadelphia fan.
And she said, good.
She said, aren't they the best team in their conference? And I was talking about how aggravated I was again watching them last night. And she said, you're sounding like you've been home for 2 months and you're already sounding like, why are you not being appreciative that they're the best team?
It was question. It was maddening last night. I think my text to you guys late in the game was, what are they doing here?
Oh, my gosh.
The stupidity that they played with last night, I'm sure, drove Doc Rivers up a wall. He decided to go with Shake Milton late in the game, and Shake Milton's, he's got my eye on him. Now, I talked to some people with the Sixers. This is a month or so ago, and to a man, they told me, he is a target, Shake, of Doc's. Doc is on him a lot. So,
well, I take that as a compliment.
So do I. And I was just going to say, I don't say that as a bad thing at all. Like, if Doc wasn't paying attention to him, that would be more concerning. But it was interesting last night what they decided to do. Starting Korkmaz, I think there may have been more meaning there. You didn't have a good shooting. Could have been a
showcase.
You didn't have a good shooting night against Toronto when you lost 2 nights ago, or 3 nights ago now. But you had open shots. So I think Doc saw something there and said, okay, maybe I can get Furkan a chance to get off here a little bit, Plus, maybe there is a little showcase, like you said, John.
I wondered about that.
I didn't agree with starting him, and he comes out and has 16 of his 19 in the first quarter. So, by the way, we did win our bets last night.
Yes, we did.
Yes.
Skyler's college fun.
$37 last night.
Yeah, it's intact.
We sweated it out a little
Parks
bit.
Casino Sportsbook app was very humming last night.
Yeah.
I ran right to DraftKings, fired, and I took my Bayern Munich Champions League winnings right into the Sixers. It was beautiful.
What was that?
Bayern Munich.
Are you betting on skateboarding too, that sport?
I don't know if you can bet on skateboard.
Because it's not a sport?
But if I could have, back in the day, I would have laid Tony
Hawk. It's an
Hawk.
exhibition. It's not a sport?
It's a sport.
They're athletes.
I headed over to BetMGM, and I bet $4.73 on the Sixers game.
Take
and
it easy on.
I came out a winner.
Those poor guys.
We threw down 25.
We've got him covered. If the college fund for your son, we got him covered. There's always an option where he can go.
There is. There's a safety school.
He's got this.
Yeah, but that game was,
It was
just
frustrating last night.
and it was just stupidity.
By the
Shake
way,
Milton. Yeah, go ahead.
Go on. We're gonna throw down. We will literally throw down at some point here about Danny Green. Danny Green, I keep hearing about why you have to have him here because he's won rings and everything. Danny Green, there are two absolutely brain fart things a game that he does that I say, this is the veteran. This is the veteran presence, and he wasn't good down the stretch last night.
Yeah, there was one play.
Decision making was terrible.
Yeah, the pass that he threw to Shake Milton.
What was that?
That was horrible. But as a coach, I'm also going after Shake, as I texted you. Like, I couldn't see anybody running away from the ball more than I saw Shake Milton running away from it last night. He wanted no parts of the ball. And when he committed that jump ball play where he's going left-handed and he picks the ball up in a bad spot, he just didn't want any parts of it. So the cross-court pass is bad. But the thing is, when you're throwing a cross-court pass, as the guy receiving the pass, you create an angle where you go to the ball and you create a passing lane where it's good. He just stayed there.
So you don't wait for it.
Yeah, God, no. But it was a horrible pass by Danny Green. You were right. And another
a horrible
play.
decision, right?
Horrible. And another play late in the game, Danny Green gets a ball like corner late in the shot clock, and he goes to go up and gets stripped, and the ball hits, but it's still in bounds. And it's late in the shot clock, and he starts complaining before the ball. He hits the ball aside.
His hands are by his side to plead his case.
Yeah, I didn't get that. I don't know if the word is. People say you have to have Danny Green. I think they say it's nice to have a ring guy here. I don't know if this guy has to be here.
He's your best trade piece.
Yeah, but that's different. And I say, though, that's what I want to see him used as.
Yeah.
Your best trade piece. Go.
I don't doubt he's got a high basketball IQ, but, man, sometimes he wears a dunce hat out there.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, he does. He creates some things nice defense. He still has some defense left in his pocket, even though he's a little long in the tooth. But I still have confidence, more so, maybe it's because of the Sixers rosters of recent past, that when he catches the ball in an open set where his feet are set, I have confidence he's going to knock down threes as much as anyone on the team. And that's big with the spacing of Joel Embiid.
I'm trying to figure out, Jamie, you had said to me that we were going to get the second half schedule coming.
It's coming out today at 3 o'clock.
It's coming out today.
Yeah, it was waiting for the All-Star selections.
Okay, so what does that have to do with the schedule?
I don't know.
Because you can only celebrate one thing at a time.
Yeah.
No, but the second half schedule, by the way, NBA, when I first heard that this is what they were going to do, I didn't like it. I sort of think that it was a good, especially in a year of COVID and everything, this was a good decision. They did a good job with deciding how they were going to do this. It looks like it's
I believe it's 3 o'clock today.
Okay, good. So I'm anxious to see that. I would just say, I asked you guys, and we're going to do it on Monday, first thing. I asked you guys on February 1st, what would we be saying about the Sixers on March the 1st?
Yeah, you did.
And we're going to find out on Monday what we're saying about them on March the 1st.
Yep.
And
did we write down our answers at the time?
No, I took notes.
Oh, okay.
I'm a geek.
Sheldon.
Thank God you did, because I don't remember that conversation at all.
I remember the conversation. I forget what I said.
And I said to you, my monologue at the time at the top of the hour was, I asked you all, what would we be saying about the Sixers 4 weeks from today,
right,
on March the 1st?
I think I was listening to a better radio show.
I think you may have been. You may have been.
It happens.
You may have been. It's all right. It's all right. You can get figured out these kind of things. So Sixers, it was exciting, though, and they'll play Dallas tomorrow.
Luka.
And then they play Cleveland on Saturday. And then they play Indiana on Monday. So it's one of those. And then Utah.
It's a tough little stretch. Yes. Indy always plays them tough.
That is a tough stretch. So at least you get those.
Good. I like seeing them go through tough stretches.
Indiana and Utah will be a nice little week. Now, Dallas and Cleveland, those should be 3-foot putts.
Cleveland's is annoying.
Dallas is
He got Luka.
By the way, and not to just pimp for him because I do like the young man. How did Trae Young not make the All-Star team?
Yeah, it appears him and Devin Booker are the two big snubs.
How, though?
He's averaging, 28 and a half a game or something?
I do not it is arguably Trae Young's season right now. It is arguably the greatest All-Star snub we've ever seen.
I was shocked Ben made it, to be honest.
I mean, I don't...
Not saying he's not deserving, but...
Is Ben more deserving of being an All-Star than Trae Young? No.
Probably not.
Is Bradley Beal leading the league in scoring?
Yes.
Yes.
He didn't make the team.
And he didn't make it either.
I thought he did.
No, he did?
I didn't think he did. I thought I heard a
I didn't think he did either.
Yeah.
Did he?
I think he's starting.
Beal's starting?
Yeah, no, he's a starter.
Oh,
is he real? Okay, my fault. Maybe
so that's why he wasn't on the reserve list.
there you go.
Okay.
You guys know basketball?
No, I was just asking if he led the league in scoring. I wasn't asking anything about All-Stars.
They got into the discussion last night on the Sixers broadcast, and Mark Zumoff was getting into it, and the whole discussion of it. And I know Zoo doesn't lie. Just the sort of the shock of how these teams put together.
It's a weird process.
Do the coaches have something against Trae Young?
I don't know.
Is there something against, is he...
I wouldn't think so.
Yeah, I wouldn't think so either.
I don't know.
It just, it does surprise me, the way that went down.
Yeah.
And having an all-star game where the stars of the game are ripping having it.
It's a good recipe.
It's still just, I can't figure it out. I don't understand that.
You brought up a great observation earlier, John, about the NBA not releasing its schedule until second half schedule until now because they wanted to see how it is. And A+++ on all of this,
So
Adam
smart.
Silver.
Yes.
Adam Silver has been phenomenal. He gets a little bit of a red flag for this one. I really don't think you need to do the All-Star game.
But, at least it's a concern.
Yeah.
It's a concern.
Yeah.
I guess Trae would have a case. So Vucevic and Simmons are the two that he would have the case over. But Vucevic is killing it this year.
My girl,
so it'd be Ben.
Keisha Lance Bottoms, very unhappy, the mayor of Atlanta, very unhappy that they're having the All-Star game. Because she knows what's going to converge on Atlanta.
Oh, yeah. Horniness.
Seriously.
Yeah.
The shoe shows are going to be overrun. There will still be... You can't have an NBA event in Atlanta and not have it be a wild affair. It just is. It just is. And people are pent up and looking to get out. And state of Georgia's been open since May 1st. So it's not like the same as if they had it here or in New York where people have been very cautious.
Yeah.
This is going to be... It could be Caligula weekend, is all I'm going to tell you.
With lemon pepper wings as a side.
Yes, if Bob's doing the...
Magic City.
Now, the
Red Bull made me hungry.
I'm anxious to see any effects a half hour in.
No, feel good.
No, you don't feel anything, though?
I don't. I can feel when I get jittery. It might happen because, as you know, I'm a high energetic person anyway.
Right.
So when something hits me like that, I'll feel it. So I'll let you know. I think next break, if anything's going to happen, or next segment, I should say, I should feel it then.
We'll check that out. There was a great discussion on the Mike Missinelli show yesterday that got me thinking, are we seeing something truly historic? But if we are, does it mean anything other than stats? We'll get to it next. The 7 o'clock hour of the John Kincade Show will be right here for you on 97.5 The Fanatic.
Got another great offer for you guys from BetMGM, and it's a chance for an easy 100. All you have to do is register for the King of Sportsbooks using promo code PatEgan100 and win $100 in free bets when you place a $1 money line wager on the Lakers Jazz game and the team you bet on wins. Maybe you have more in common with, I think this is Russian basketball. We got Mobis Phobius right now going against KT Sonic Boom. Those are real teams. You can bet it right now on the live line because BetMGM has all the sports, no matter if it's table tennis or Korean basketball or MMA, they've got it all. You can enjoy innovative parlay selection feature, boosted odds specials, daily promotions, and more. All you have to do is download the app or go to BetMGM.com, and when you do, don't forget to use the code PatEgan100, that's all one word, to win $100 in free bets when you bet $1 on the Lakers Jazz game and you win your wager. BetMGM Sports in partnership with Highlight Casino Morgantown. Visit BetMGM.com for terms and conditions. Must be 21 years or older. Pennsylvania only. If you or somebody who knows a gambling problem, help is available. Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
The John Kincade Show on 97.5 The Fanatic. Philadelphia.
Tape rebound. They score! It's Couturier.
Flyers, Rangers, tonight at 7 on your home for Flyers hockey. 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
Flyers hockey is brought to you by Coors Light, proud partner of the Philadelphia Flyers. There's only one beer out there that's literally made to chill, and that's Coors Light. Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
You have 3 ex-wives and your current trophy wife wants a life insurance policy 3 times the size of the policies you had to purchase for your previous mistakes? If so, you need to call Big Lou at Term Provider, 800-333-1750. Big Lou is intimately familiar with your problems, and if you're 50 or 60 years old and in reasonably good health, a $1 million policy should only cost about $100 to $200 per month. Big Lou may have a solution for your previous policies as well. You may even save enough money to lighten the load on your new $1 million policy. Remember, call Big Lou. He's like you, except he's only on number 2. Call Term Provider at 800-333-1750. That's 800-333-1750 for $1 million in term life insurance that you can live with. Call Big Lou at 800-333-1750. 800-333-1750.
If I'm not commuting anymore, where do I really want to live?
While you handle life's questions, Merrill Guided Investing helps you manage your portfolio and invest for your next move with the option to work with an advisor at a low cost and minimum. Merrill, a Bank of America company. Visit merrilledge.com/investing goals to get started today.
Investing involves risk. Merrill Lynch, Pierce, Fenner & Smith Incorporated, both a registered broker-dealer and investment advisor, member SIPC. Investment products are not FDIC insured or not bank guaranteed and may lose value.
Let me be straight with you. This is a radio commercial for 3 small business insurance. The policy has no fine print. It's clear what's covered. So while you can't see the following scene, just know that this pet store is protected by 3.
Joe, did you leave the snake tank open?
Look, I don't want to point fingers, but yes.
It's biting me. Sorry, sir.
I'm calling my lawyer.
They're going to need some help with this mess. Luckily, they have 3. No fine print, just exceptional coverage. 3 is a product of Berkshire Hathaway Direct Insurance Company. 3, no nonsense, just common sense.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today? Sure thing. We can help you replace those wipers. If yours are squeaking or streaking, it's probably time. We've got a wide selection of wipers that can stand up to any weather, including the right ones for your make and model. We've even got more ways to get them fast, like our next-day delivery or free same-day store pickup. Getting the job done just got easier. Restrictions apply.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
DSC. There are so many razors out there. How do you choose which one's right for you? Well, at Dollar Shave Club, we got you. With a 6-blade cartridge for daily shavers with short hair and a 4-blade cartridge for less frequent shavers with longer hair. Still confused? Well, we put both blades in one new starter box, so you can test drive both. Check out dollarshaveclub.com/ESPN, dollarshaveclub.com/ESPN, and visit DSC at your nearest store. You've got questions, we got answers. Welcome to the club.
Now at a store near you.
What's in store this week at Staples?
Everything you need for a totally productive workspace.
Staples has the technology, supplies, and furniture you need to upgrade your workspace at amazing prices.
Like right now, select chairs are 40% off.
Plus, when you buy any office chair, get 25% off all desks, file cabinets, chair mats, bookcases, and lighting purchases.
Shop in store or pick up curbside.
Upgrade your workspace and save at Staples. See staplesconnect.com for details.
Ends 2/27/21. In-store only while supplies last. Curbside available at most stores.
Here's the good news. Even with high unemployment, there's still a need for hundreds of thousands of cybersecurity professionals in the U.S. right now. And My Computer Career is training people to help meet the demand. No IT experience? No problem. Take the free career evaluation today at mycomputercareer.edu. Start your new life as an IT pro in as little as 4 months. Grants covering up to 53% of the cost are available to those who qualify. It's not rocket science. It's mycomputercareer.edu.
What do you get when you talk to a Dell Technologies advisor? You get someone who understands there's an art to listening, who's able to hear more than what's being said, and can provide tailored small business solutions that make you feel truly heard. For advice on everything from laptops to the cloud and solutions powered by Intel vPro platform, call an advisor today at 877-ASK-DELL. That's 877-ASK-DELL to talk to an advisor today who's ready to help with all your small business needs. 877-ASK-DELL.
You run a business and you need better wireless. 3 words, no more compromise. With the T-Mobile Business Advantage, you get the largest 5G network, award-winning customer support, and insanely great value. No trade-offs. Right now, get up to 90 days of unlimited free on business plans when you switch via bill credits. Stop in to find out more. Plus taxes and fees for some plans. Complete port within 60 days. Customers over 50 gigabytes per month have lower speeds during congestion. Video at 480p unlimited on our network. See T-Mobile.com for 5G devices coverage and plan details.
We buy any car. We buy any car. We buy any car. Any.
Trading in or selling your car, truck, or SUV? WeBuyAnyCar.com takes the hassle out of selling in just 3 easy steps. 1. Get your free online valuation. 2. Drive to your local car buying center. And 3. Walk out with your check in as little as 30 minutes. So don't wait. Get your free online valuation now at WeBuyAnyCar.com.
Find out how much your car's worth at We Buy Any Car.
Listen to 97.5 The Fanatic everywhere. On Alexa at 975thefanatic.com, the Fanatic app, and now on radio.com. Live. WPEN Burlington, Philadelphia. A Beasley Media Group station. 97.5 The Fanatic. Philadelphia. Now, back to the John Kincade Show.
There is nothing bougie about this show. Look, I'm the only guy in here from Delco.
On 97.5 The Fanatic. Philadelphia.
I should recheck that one. It is a little... We do have Jamie Lynch. Now, he's not bougie because he comes from a long line of the Lynches. Which, by the way, should have their own Netflix series.
Yeah.
The Lynches.
The ratings would suck.
Of Montgomery County.
You could afford it.
Come on.
You could afford that bad rating.
You could handle that. 7 o'clock hour, the John Kincade Show, brought to you by my sportsbook app of choice. Thank you, Bob Cooney. I can rip you when you're bad, but I'm going to praise you when you're good. I went bold last night. And the Parks Casino Sportsbook app paid off nicely on the 76ers. Download at parkscasino.com/PA and use the promo code FANATIC to get yourself a risk-free bet up to $500. As we begin the 7 o'clock hour of the show, Joel Embiid is having one of the most amazing 76ers seasons individually in recent memory. And I'm listening to the Mikey Mish show yesterday, and they were discussing how Moses Malone and Allen Iverson are probably 2 of the most memorable single-season 76er campaigns of all time. And it got me to thinking, have any of the greatest seasons that we've ever witnessed by an individual Philly athlete resulted in a championship for the town except for Moses Malone in 1983? The closest I would get is the postseason of Cole Hamels in 2008. But it wasn't the season of Cole Hamels. Cole Hamels was fantastic, but wasn't that kind of season. Is it a great season in basketball? If they have a great season, is it the most likely sport for it to result in your team getting a title? And what were some of those other monumental player seasons here? Because I got to tell you, I'm stumped. Maybe I'm jaded, but I just don't remember that many here in this town. And that's where we begin the 7 o'clock hour with Bob Cooney, Jamie Lynch, Pat Egan, and the coach Eric Camille. It's the John Kincade Show here on 97.5 The Fanatic. And everybody streaming, we appreciate you. Those on twitch.tv and on YouTube, we also thank you for being with us. Good job. Mike is, got all the camera angles working beautifully. And Connor working the phones to make sure that if you want to get in, you can. It's 610-632-0975. The memorable Moses Malone's 83, and that's where Mike and Tyrone were kicking that around yesterday.
Yeah.
And that really was. That is the most dominant season by a Philly athlete I ever remember.
MVP of the regular season, MVP of the playoffs.
That's the most dominant any Philly
That's pretty
team
good.
that
wasn't
ever.
bad.
Plus, wasn't he MVP in Houston the year before?
Yeah.
So he was. So
Yeah.
they got him as a MVP.
Yeah.
Okay.
He was so damn good.
Okay. He
He only averaged 22 and 13 and a half.
But different end. Yeah, exactly. But I'm gonna say here is it the most likely sport that if you have a guy go off on one of those kind of seasons that it leads to a title?
I think it's I don't want to say obvious, John, because that makes your. I think it's a great question. I think the NBA, I'm kind of agreeing with you because of the factor of it's 1 and 5. You're 1 of 5. Right. You're 20% of that team when you're on the floor. That's a lot. Now, if you want to go position by position through the different sports, you could maybe make the case there. But as far as one person dominating that's best to lead you to a title, yeah, I think I would have to go NBA.
Because what if Bryce Harper, who obviously looks like he's tearing out of his shirts now, after his offseason,
he's jacked up,
and every time I hear that about athletes, it never works out well. It never works out well. But it looks great at the beach.
Worked well for Dykstra in '93.
Looks great at the beach, yeah. But
some vitamins.
I mean, it is when I'm thinking about that. If Bryce Harper went off this year for 47 home runs and 140 RBIs,
he's 1 of 9,
and they can pitch around him.
Yep.
What is the?
Yeah, you're probably right. I mean, I'm just looking back at the NBA champions of recent memory, and it's really hard to find one outside of like the Detroit Pistons where they don't have that MVP caliber player on the team. I mean, LeBron James made the NBA Finals for a decade straight. He's an MVP every single year, or in the conversation at least. Steph Curry, it doesn't happen.
They're so consistent.
Yeah, like you need that MVP caliber player, and luckily right now the Sixers have it in a big way.
Now, Coach brings up a hot goalie can carry a team to a cup, but that's not the question. Cole Hamels had a great 3 weeks, 4 weeks in 2008, and we all are very, very appreciative as the Phillies won a World Series. But Cole Hamels wasn't that Moses Malone type season leading up to that. He had a very, very good year. But to me, there's a difference between you carry it through the whole season and then it goes into the postseason and you just ride this wave. I think Embiid can do that. I think he can do that.
Yeah. It's funny you bring up 2008. Ryan Howard was second in MVP voting that year in 2008. Ryan Howard had 48 home runs and 146 RBIs.
Oh, my God.
And his most impressive stat, he played all 162, John. He played all 162.
That's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, so did I forget about that season then?
His 5-year stretch there was
crazy
out of this world.
But one player on a baseball team.
That's tough. He had that Rollins.
Pitch around, you know what I mean?
Did Barry Bonds ever win? You know, like he's perhaps the greatest baseball player ever, to your point, and you could remove him from games by just not pitching to him, which happened almost every night.
Mr. Wing brings up a great point, though. A great point that Brad Lidge was lights out season. All season, lights out in the postseason, 48 for 48. He was 48 for 48.
And this goes right to your point, believe it or not. We just mentioned 3 people on that Phillies team that we said, was that the guy that carried it? So it shows that was a multitude of people that had great seasons.
Every one of them.
Exactly.
You needed every single one of those
So
guys.
it goes to your point. Can an MVP guy carry you? We just named 2008 Phillies.
So I've been looking up to correlate the MVP and to see if the MVP was on the championship-winning team. I'm only through the NBA and Major League Baseball, and through the last 10 years, there's only 2 in the NBA who have been MVP and won a championship that year. It was Steph Curry in 2015 and LeBron in 2012. Major League Baseball, though, has 4.
Really?
Yeah, they've got Mookie Betts in 18, Jose Altuve in 17, Chris Bryant in 16, and then Buster Posey in 2012.
That's quite a run.
And I'm shocked.
That's a really good run.
I'll continue to look at hockey and football, but I was interested in if it actually correlates.
That's a really good run.
That's interesting.
So it actually had more impact than baseball.
Yeah, and also looking at it, just a quick check, it looks like the MVP, at the very least in baseball, their team went to the World Series. So, for example, like Miguel Cabrera or Justin Verlander in Detroit, they went to the World Series that year.
So maybe it's a completely incorrect assumption on my part.
Maybe it's what you were saying yesterday that Bobby Cox used to say, it's contagious.
I do believe that.
If that one guy is having the MVP year, maybe the rest of his teammates feed off of it. But I guess you could say that same thing for probably all 4 of the sports.
If you want to jump in, you can at 610-632-0975. Some people want to jump in on some previous conversations via email. And we thank, hold on a minute here. We thank Andy for listening to the show this morning. He says Andy has a skate park over in Jersey.
Oh, nice.
He says it's an exhibition.
But are they athletes?
I didn't say that they're not athletes. It's not a sport. He says it's an exhibition.
You get scored.
He says it's an exhibition.
Well, how's it different from figure skating?
Well, it's an exhibition, though. It's an exhibition.
But is figure skating a sport?
It's an exhibition. That's an exhibition. He goes, it's not a sport.
Well, how many exhibitions make the Olympics?
It's not. It's an exhibition.
Yeah, I don't think we'll
It's
ever
not-
agree
it's
on
like,
this one.
Well, this is a guy who owns a skate park who literally would be defending it
I
if it
played a
was.
lot of Tony Hawk Pro Skater, Andy.
By the way, Andy will invite us over if we would like.
Oh, my
He's closer
God.
to New York, he says, but he's a big Philly sports
That's
fan.
awesome.
He will listen.
Thanks for the support,
and
Andy.
we appreciate it very,
You're just
very
wrong.
much. I will not be doing anything on a skateboard. I said,
No.
Can you imagine the things that you don't want to do? You show up for work on Monday with a broken leg or broken. Well, what'd you do?
I've done a half pipe.
You have?
Yeah, I used to inline skate or rollerblade a little bit, and you need a new pair of shorts. Go stand on top of a half pipe looking down.
No way am I doing that.
It's a scary feeling.
No way.
No
am I doing
desire.
that.
First time I got on a skateboard, not kidding you, I broke a toe.
Did you really?
Yeah, and I was like, "Are you?" And back then your dad was like, get away from me.
Exactly.
So like, you're trying to play basketball on one foot, and I was so ticked off that I tried it that it just turned me off from then on.
I've had a longboard skateboard, but I never got into skateboarding.
Everybody on South Malin Road, we all got skateboards at the same time. Like one person got a skateboard, then everybody needed a skateboard, and we all did it. And I think we did it for 3 weeks.
That sounds about right.
And then the skateboard just sat around. And that drove my father crazy.
Yeah.
So you wanted that. You were badgering us for that. And you ask for it and then you don't use it.
Yeah.
That was always the sticking point in our house with anything. If you wanted something, then
you better use it.
Stick with it. Stick with it.
My kids never did skateboards, but they had the scooters.
The razors?
The razors.
The razors.
Did you ever catch one of those on your shin?
Oh my God, the way they spin around. Oh yeah, because you can hold the top and spin them, and if it hits you,
it's like the
that
worst
hurts.
pain ever.
Yeah.
Really?
Oh my God.
I don't understand how you're getting the pain. You're on a scooter.
If you swing it.
Yeah, you can swing it. So
The
it has a
metal
break
hits
in the
you.
back.
Oh.
You could jump off and like spin it, and it could hit you in the shin. It hurt. But the best thing about those. So we would go to my neighbor's house, like we would have, Eagles parties and whatever.
Right.
And if you didn't feel like walking, throwing like a portable cooler on your shoulder and grabbing one of your kids' razors and just going down. Oh man, it was a highlight.
Some of the people checking in here going, yes, the entire media said he was a locker room cancer. And then it's like, they implied it. Don't tell me implied. Seriously, understand the English language. Do not tell me something was implied. Tell me what they said. And what did they say about him? They said that he wasn't very coachable with Carson Wentz. Said he wasn't very coachable. They said he wasn't communicative with the coaches. He was sulking. He was things like that. And by the way, if you can show me the report of anyone in the Eagles locker room that dispels that, I'll gladly read it on the air. That dispels the fact that he was doing those things, because the people who defend him clearly, but they don't dispute those reports. And that's different than being a locker room cancer. Jamie could be the best guy for us to deal with. We could enjoy dealing with Jamie every day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Have either of you ever been pulled?
And the bosses could hate you.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it's not one or the other.
Yeah.
You could be, like, we could think Jamie's a great guy, and we could think, man, but Jamie sulks.
Yeah.
Jamie sulks.
So what was the tweet? Every media member.
Every media member's been doing. No, it's one of our YouTube viewers. Every media member was saying it.
Yeah.
Now you're all trying.
You
to
already lost the argument when you used the word every.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, I shouldn't have farted in John's
Mike
office,
Schmidt,
sorry.
1980. My friend Ed just texted me.
Okay.
Mike Schmidt, 1980, went for 48 homers, 121 RBIs, MVP, Gold Glove. Boom, Phillies win the World Series, John. That's another good one.
Pat says there's one in hockey.
Yeah, Pat Kane in 2015. They won the Stanley Cup that year. There are none in football.
Is he going to get traded?
No, I don't think so.
You think he's just a guy that they just hold on to?
I think they're building around him. I mean, he's long in the tooth
That's
at
what
this
I'm
point.
gonna say.
But I mean,
they have
their young core right now that's currently in the NHL is so deep. So I'm not going to bore you with the details, but no,
Okay.
they could compete
I
in a
watched
couple
him
years.
last year against the Golden Knights. because the Flyers had not had me as a fan, and so I was the Golden Knights watching them. I was impressed by the Blackhawks in the bubble. I was actually impressed with
Big
them.
William Karlsson fan.
Hey, Devon Givens is going to be in the crease tonight.
Ah, there you go.
Now, Devon, remember, you can only have one skate in the crease. You got to keep moving in and out. You don't want to get get yourself in trouble.
You could hit the post with Devon after the Flyers game.
Or if Don Earl was a guest, you could hit something else. Rangers at the Flyers tonight, 7 o'clock. By the way, one of the greatest myths, if you know that reference, one of the greatest myths in sports.
No idea what you're talking about.
Philadelphia sports history. There is a myth and a story that a Flyers broadcaster said it hit the effing post live on a broadcast.
That would be awesome.
It was fake.
Oh,
It's a
okay.
fake story. It never happened.
It would have been
But
cool.
guess what? Generations repeat the story as if it's much like the people saying the miracle on ice. Yeah, our whole family was huddled around the TV watching the U.S. beat the Russians, and we were all sitting. I'm like, no, you didn't. You didn't. Dale in Bucks County joins us. Dale, good morning. You're on the John Kincade Show. How
Good morning,
are you?
guys. Hey,
what's up, buddy?
Real quick, before I give you my athlete, the Philadelphia athlete had a phenomenal year that led his team to a championship. You guys were talking earlier in the week about, I forget, maybe it was last week, but I get up in the morning, I start work at 4 like you guys do, or get up when you guys do. I look forward to 5:59, baby, when you guys are ready to come on the show.
I love that.
You guys do a phenomenal job, man.
Thanks, man. We appreciate you very much.
All right, hey, listen, real quick, phenomenal athlete. I know Moses was, 23-12 or 23-14? Will Chamberlain, 24-24, led his team to a championship, the 1966-67 Sixers.
The only thing is, Dale, and I appreciate your call, I didn't see it.
Yeah, I know.
So it's very hard for me to do the
24 rebounds a game.
That's amazing. And guess what, though?
Wasn't even
but
as
here's
high.
the thing is, how many other players were within? How many players were within 2 or 3 inches of him in height at the time? I believe there were 2.
Yeah, I've made the
So,
joke
I mean,
that he's going against tax accountants and got
it's a
hardwood
different. It
floor
was a
guys.
different world, and I don't want to discount him.
And people
but-
came at me, and I just
But
don't
I
get
appreciate
into that
that.
anymore.
Hey, if you're driving less, you could be saving more on car insurance. Save money with pay-per-mile insurance from Allstate. Call a local Allstate agent and get yourself a quote today. In the linchpin, would this guy be willing to do the Sixers a favor?
This is the linchpin.
Yeah, Kyle Lowry, it was nice of him to sit out last night so he didn't have to go against his soon-to-be teammates. Noted. You're seen and heard.
I wondered about that.
Kyle.
Or was it?
I wondered
What do you
about
got?
it.
Well, just the stat that I threw to you today. My friend
yeah.
Rock threw this to me yesterday on the way home, John.
Well, this is an encouragement for the Raptors to actually move him.
Exactly.
What's up, Rock?
Going into last night.
You say Rock.
Yeah. Going into last night, the last 16 games that Toronto played without Kyle Lowry, they were 16-0. And I looked it up exactly right.
Okay, that doesn't make any sense.
All right, so go ahead,
That really
Jay.
doesn't make. No, that stat doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't make sense. It's crazy, right? I mean, this was an integral part of their championship
Absolutely.
run
And-
2 years ago.
And if you're talking about the Mount Rushmore, who's your Mount Rushmore? Toronto Raptors. He's centerpiece.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Yeah. So, that was just kind of a tongue-in-cheek thing from last night. But the thing that I really took away from last night's game is it amazes me that when the game is on the line and you need free throws made, Joel Embiid is getting fed the ball. Your center is your best free throw shooter. It blew my mind, and I didn't think it was the only time it happened in NBA history. But there's a guy out there, Mike Lynch, who does a lot of NBA stat work on Twitter. So I tweeted him. I was like, Mike, I might need your help here. Like, what centers do you recall that are their team's best free throw shooters that's shooting with the game on the line? And there's not many. Joel Embiid is entering...
Well, other than Shaq, I can't think of one.
Yeah. He's entering rare air
Yes.
in terms of centers and free throws. He sent me a list that he kind of dug up, and Cat is there now. He's shooting 94% this year from the
Is he
line.
really?
Yeah, which is crazy. But in the history of the game, the only guys that are really there, Jack Sikma shot 92% back with his team. The G-Man, Mike Jaminski, led the Sixers at one
I don't
point.
remember Jaminski being that.
He was automatic.
90%
college and pros.
Awesome.
Yeah.
90%. Bill Lambier was a really good free throw shooter.
Yep.
He was up there. Alvin Adams, but again, I don't even know who that is.
Phoenix Suns.
Yeah. Yao Ming is up there. And that's kind of it.
Wow, it's amazing.
So Joel Embiid, as good as he is It's amazing that they feed him with the game on the line.
Yeah.
Well, look at the other supporting cast. Do you want what's
Tobias
Ben?
is
what's
solid.
60%, and you're never feeding Ben anyway.
No. Ben's your inbounder for a reason.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Ben's what, a 60% free throw shooter?
Yeah.
He's
improving.
He's rising.
What's it, like
Surprisingly.
62 maybe?
No, he's up at 60, almost 68% now
Okay,
this
that's
year.
not bad. That's not
He
bad.
is. He's at 67.8%.
Okay.
He's got a confidence going on in him.
I like
now,
it.
last
I
night,
like
he and
seeing it.
Joel didn't have it going on. I mean, they shot a combined 8 for 24. But as I texted you guys, as this was going on, Toronto's really well coached.
Nick Nurse went after Ben. He picked up the 2 early fouls. It's because they were picking him nonstop, just trying to get him to push through and draw fouls.
Oh, and
I went, all right, Nick Nurse.
Well,
I
they're
see what
going to
you're
the
doing.
Nick Nurse coaching tree, right? Isn't that exactly where Minnesota just went to?
Yeah.
They went to the Nick Nurse coaching tree.
Fitch or whatever,
to
yeah.
go and get, because that's how fundamentally sound. And I was hearing the debate about this, that they hired him, and because of the fact that Nick Nurse is so well respected.
Yeah, they're really, really well coached. They play a game that it's going to be ugly because that's how they have to win. And he does it with pretty much, every time they play the Sixers, it gets ugly.
He's brilliant.
Yeah, he's good.
Brilliant.
He's really good.
Joel Embiid, you're awesome.
That's good. That is very good.
Yeah, 11 for 12 last night, too.
Yeah.
And late in the game, at first they didn't have Ben on the ball, and I'm thinking, what are you doing? They had Jeff Green, and then they had Ben, and Ben went right into Joel, and he's,
Yeah, it's amazing.
Mopar says on YouTube that the 2008 Phillies might have been the most complete sports team in Philly history. After what you just depicted to us, the back end of the bullpen, the middle of the lineup, and you had some great guys at the top of the lineup too, and the dominance of a Cole Hamels.
I might say Cole was the most important just because look at the rest of that rotation.
Oof.
Like, he had to be great.
Jamie Moore won you 16 games that year.
So amazing.
He had to
with
be
that
great.
offense, Jamie could.
What was the word he used, John? Mopar?
The most complete, the best complete sports team in Philly history. I think it's hard to make the argument against it. Even though the Sixers 83 title team was really good. I think the Sixers...
How many Hall of Famers were on that team?
They could have started 5.
Amazing. Yeah,
and had one coming off the bench.
Hard to argue against that.
Started 4 and
Bobby
had one.
Jones, though?
Yeah, I know. That's
Bobby
debate.
Jones
That's
is not a
very
Hall of
debatable.
I don't know.
He
Kyle,
is, but he's not.
when Kyle Kendrick's your 5th starter,
Yeah,
it's
it's
the
absolutely...
rotation wasn't very good.
That's unbelievable. That is absolutely unbelievable. By the way, bad move or not, and I know that her physics teacher's not going to be watching us on YouTube this morning. So Olivia takes a test yesterday. The kids in the class study for it on Monday night. They had the test yesterday. The teacher sends out a video message to them yesterday afternoon and says, I gave you the wrong test. It wasn't the test that I meant for you guys to get. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
She got 100 on the test. But he says, I gave you the wrong test.
Well,
I wanted to give you a different test.
That's his problem.
No, today he's giving them the test that he wanted to give them, and he's only counting that test as homework.
That's
homework.
crap.
Isn't that crap?
You should get extra points for acing a out of nowhere test.
Everybody got the test. They prepared for a test. He gave them the wrong test.
Here's what I would do. I would say, all right, look, I messed up. I gave you the wrong test. You are all taking this test I was supposed to give you, but I'll allow you to take the higher score.
That's what should be done.
That's fair.
That's Bob
Right?
Cooney.
Yes.
That's Bob Cooney, voice of reason. We'll see if it happens. We'll see if that could be getting a
What's his
little better.
name? Do we need to call down there?
We don't.
We got a guy.
I do not want to get in trouble.
We got a guy.
Yeah, we got in trouble. We can get Maris right on the line. All right,
You work for me, bitch.
All right, is if this guy's career is over, it may be the best career ever cut short. We'll get to it next. John Kincade Show here on 97.5 The Fanatic. My Parks Casino Sportsbook app, it paid off for me last night because I listened to Bob Cooney. I gave him another shot. He came through, and I also waited till like 10 minutes before tip. Because you see, the Parks Casino Sportsbook app gives me instant access to all the great lines. And more importantly, during the games, you have the opportunity to be able to manipulate the in-game wagering. It's sort of like you're playing fantasy sports in the midst of a game. You're not picking everything right before the game, though you can. You can change at halftime. You can adjust along the fly. I love it. It gives you a whole new level of interest in what's going on in the game, and it's a lot of fun. And I love the fact that Parx Casino is the hometown sports betting app. Use the promo code FANATIC when you sign up. You can get a risk-free bet refunded and site credit up to $500. See their website for details. It is absolutely awesome to be able to have instant access to all the fun. Bet with Pennsylvania's home team sports betting app. You got to be 21 or older in Pennsylvania. If you got a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
The John Kincade Show.
Sir, one more outburst, I will strangle you with my microphone wire. You understand me?
On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia. Check out Adam Schefter this and every Wednesday at 8:10 a.m. with The John Kincade Show on 97.5 The Fanatic.
Brought to you by DraftKings, America's top-rated sportsbook app.
Diabetes, high blood pressure, anxiety meds, everyone's on them. If you're a 50-year-old male, maybe a bit porky, and you may even have type 2 diabetes, $1 million of term insurance may only cost you about $200 a month. Call Term Provider. Speak with Big Lou at 800-333-1750. Big Lou will find a term life policy for you even if you have type 2 diabetes, are overweight, or have high blood pressure. Term Provider has helped thousands of people like you who think they can't afford term life insurance. To buy $1 million of affordable term life for you, all you need to do is call Big Lou at 800-333-1750. Lou will make sure the scales are tipped in your favor. Call 800-333-1750. Big Lou will answer your call and work to fit you into a term life policy that you can afford. Remember, Big Lou's like you. He's on meds, too. Call 800-333-1750. 800-333-1750.
Well, if this cold winter weather has not yet convinced you to replace your drafty, inefficient windows and doors, well, maybe my good friends at Guided Door and Window can help. They're going to give you one more month to do so at their best prices of the year. They keep extending the sale. If you haven't taken advantage of Guided's big winter sale, here's a chance to do it by getting 40% off every window and door you buy. That's right. That's 40% off each expertly installed energy-efficient replacement window, which includes free high-performance low-E glass, and you also get 40% off any high-quality door, including insulated entry doors, sliding patio doors, garage doors, and storm doors. And you can buy now and pay later with Guided's interest-free financing or low monthly payment plans. Now, this offer will expire at the end of February, so don't let this final chance for big savings pass you by. If your home needs new windows and doors, call Guida. Schedule a free in-home estimate. The number 1-877-GO-GUIDA, or check them out online at GoGuided.com. That's go, GUIDA.com.
In the truck game, greatness is defined by a relentless commitment to the customer, forged over decades and built by a team resolute in helping you achieve your greatness. Experience the all-new 2021 Ford F-150 and Ford Super Duty for a performance like no other. Ford F-Series, America's best-selling truck for 44 straight years. And right now, don't miss out on all the great offers on the entire lineup of Ford trucks. Go to buyfordnow.com, then get to your local Ford store. Best-selling claim based on 1977 to 2020 calendar year total savings.
O'Reilly.
This is Jesse's O'Reilly Auto Parts story.
As a nurse, not making it to work was not an option. But driving through the snow with my wiper blades struggling, I just didn't feel safe. So I pulled into O'Reilly Auto Parts, and before I knew it, an employee was offering to install the wiper blades on my car. I got to stay out of the snow for a moment, and I still made it to work on time.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
You run a business and you need better wireless. 3 words, no more compromise. With the T-Mobile Business Advantage, you get the largest 5G network, award-winning customer support, and insanely great value. No trade-offs. Right now, get up to 90 days of unlimited free on business plans when you switch via bill credits. Stop in to find out more. Plus taxes and fees for some plans. Complete port within 60 days. Customers over 50 gigabytes per month have lower speeds during congestion. Video at 480p unlimited on our network. See T-Mobile.com for 5G devices coverage and plan details.
What's in store this week at Staples?
Everything you need for a totally productive workspace.
Staples has the technology, supplies, and furniture you need to upgrade your workspace at amazing prices.
Like right now, select chairs are 40% off.
Plus, when you buy any office chair, get 25% off all desks, file cabinets, chair mats, bookcases, and lighting purchases.
Shop in store or pick up curbside.
Upgrade your workspace and save at Staples. See staplesconnect.com for details.
Ends 2/27/21. In store only while supplies last. Curbside available at most stores.
There are so many razors out there. How do you choose which one's right for you? Well, at Dollar Shave Club, we got you. With a 6-blade cartridge for daily shavers with short hair and a 4-blade cartridge for less frequent shavers with longer hair. Still confused? Well, we put both blades in one new starter box, so you can test drive both. Check out dollarshaveclub.com/ESPN, dollarshaveclub.com/ESPN, and visit DSE at your nearest store. You've got questions, we got answers. Welcome to the club.
Now at a store near you. Here's the good news. Even with high unemployment, there's still a need for hundreds of thousands of cybersecurity professionals in the U.S. right now. And My Computer Career is training people to help meet the demand. No IT experience? No problem. Take the free career evaluation today at mycomputercareer.edu. Start your new life as an IT pro in as little as 4 months. Grants covering up to 53% of the cost are available to those who qualify. It's not rocket science. It's mycomputercareer.edu.
Vehicle prices plus tax and tag. Zero down to well-qualified buyers through dealer's primary lending source. Holy jeep! Roses are red, violets are blue. Why buy a used car when you can buy new? It's a fantastic February at world-famous Gary Barbera's on the Boulevard. 1,000 vehicles, one location. Just $199 down for only $199 a month. Gary Barbera discounts Jeeps cheap. Plus, qualified buyers get the lowdown on the no-down. Is Barbera's on the Boulevard the best? Boy, I guess.
Everybody, it's John Kincade, and I need to be connected. In fact, this morning I was thinking, wow, how am I going to tell Olivia to take it up with her physics teacher? So I sent her a video. That's what I do. I have my T-Mobile phone with me. I can send her a video. She gets her wake-up video every single day. So does my wife. I love being able to communicate with people, and when I'm being reached out to, it helps me out. Yesterday, I'm doing a little car shopping, and I was using my T-Mobile device to be able to look at some of the models that my wife was sending me via email. You see, having that device and having that network to be connected is so important. And when T-Mobile and Sprint merged, it was game over for the industry. They are the best with more engineers, more coverage, more towers, the best expanded LTE coverage in the entire country. And you are going to love being a T-Mobile customer. I've been one since day one. Here's what I want you to do. Visit T-Mobile.com to learn more about it today. Check it on out. And I want to remind you that coverage may not be available in some areas.
Now, back to the John Kincade Show.
It's really good to be back home in Philly, but do not believe anyone who tells you winter doesn't really suck.
On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
Hey. John Kincade Show here on 97.5 The Fanatic. Appreciate you being a part of the show. Those of you who hang on the app all morning long, we really love that. Love seeing you on the app. Love seeing you getting there early, too. Love seeing our folks on Twitch.tv and YouTube. Appreciate you chiming in throughout the day. I like being able to get to some of your comments, which is great. And I also like seeing the forecast from our friend Adam Joseph. An average of like 53 degrees or 52 degrees over a 6-day period.
Yes.
This is awesome. So Bob breaks out the visor.
I got dressed this morning. I went to get the regular hat that goes with my South Carolina shirt. And I said, you know what? No. Today's a visor day because it's going up to 57.
He got out the visor.
So it's visor day.
Steve Spurrier visor.
That's right.
I think it's a Valley Green walk kind of day.
There you go. So that is good. So you thinking about that? Little?
Yeah, I think I'll take Skylar for a long walk today.
All right, we have
Enjoy the weather.
We have a
gets me out of the house something to do.
We have a mystery flyer today. And you got the first clue today at 6:30 to win those Coors Light Flyers socks, which is pretty awesome. Pat asked a great question at 6:30, but I'm not telling you what he asked because you had to be listening to hear what he asked. So now we go to our 7:30 question. Jamie Lynch, follow up and do not bring up Pat's question.
So I'm supposed to guess this jersey number? Is that how this works? I kid.
No, we're doing Tony Hawk tomorrow.
I'm in.
There you go.
I'll do a 900 right in your face.
You go.
My question would be...
What the hell was that?
The 900-degree spin move that he perfect. Yeah.
There you go. I wasn't good at math.
That was his big. His big move.
Was not good at math.
Have they played from 2005 to current day?
No.
So it's pre-2000.
Okay. Do not give any other things
All
out.
right.
There you go.
I'm so disappointed in
So
you.
there's the question.
Why?
Not anymore. He asked his question. Bob gets another
badger
question
me.
coming up at 8:30.
Why? Please, can I just say something here? Why wouldn't you just take the whole 2000s?
I thought about that, but I wanted.
There you go.
I'm like, you Nimrod. That was because I was thinking that. Because then you could go 90s, 80s with 70s, but now I got to lump in the 0 to 5.
So don't be giving out
You're
anything
killing
else.
me,
Don't be giving
Smalls. You're
anything else.
killing me.
You raise a fair point, Bob.
All right, Adam Schefter joins us at 8:10 this morning. We'll get to Adam Schefter
Stupid
at
5 years.
8:10. By the way, I want to make sure I give a little shout out here to Dave, one of our YouTube viewers. He said, I typically listen on iHeart. I guess they don't get credit for that because John doesn't promote it. No, we love you. You're listening on iHeart. We love you.
Yeah, sure.
That's awesome. We just love you. Is that there's a lot of people to thank, and we try to thank you all. Dave, we appreciate you being there. Love all of you that are making the John Kincade Show part of your routine. We were having a lot of fun doing it, and hopefully you'll be there for it. In Cooney's Corner, it may be premature, but the conversation, it still has to exist.
Now, let's see what's in Cooney's Corner.
Yeah, with the unfortunate accident yesterday with Tiger, and we're hearing about a leg shattered, an ankle shattered.
Oof.
You know, long road to recovery. My God, you're talking about a rod in one leg and an ankle that was shattered that they're talking screws and pins and, there's a lot of hardware in there. And he's already got a lot of hardware in that body too, right? He's had a back fusion. He's got stuff going on there. You don't even know what else may have happened. So there's a real good possibility we may not see Tiger play competitive golf again.
That really bothers me.
It's horrible, and it's the thing that sticks. Now he's 45 years old. You know, you can do the senior circuit at 50, but I think we all were looking, can he win another major or two? My God, it was only 19 he won the Masters, 2019. You know, and you're thinking, can he catch Jack? All of that stuff. So it got me to thinking, as heart-wrenching as that is, what are some other careers that were cut short, great careers that were cut short for one reason or another?
Pele Lindbergh.
Pele Lindbergh, we mentioned the other day, only 26 years old.
Pele Lindbergh, I think of as just, it comes immediately to mind.
Yeah, and that's local, but that's local too, so it stuck with us.
I hear a lot of hyperbole about Pele Lindbergh too. I thought he was a fantastic goaltender. I don't know that he was...
Yeah, I mean, Bernie Perron at the time was the one saying, wow, if I could say anyone looks like me, it's Pele Lindbergh.
He's no Carter Hart. I mean, let's just put it that way. So
yeah, the one that came to mind, and he ended up playing a lot of years, but he was never the same, and his greatness kind of got taken from him. Grant Hill.
And he was on a
he was on
a long time still, didn't he?
He did play a lot, but he was never the same. Like his greatness got taken from him. Maybe not his career per se, but he was never the same. Like him and Penny Hardaway, to me, are two guys that had their greatness taken from them with injury.
I would go with one guy who died, one guy who did not. Len Bias was the first one that came to mind.
It's top of my list, yeah.
And
that's top of your list, eh?
The second guy was the guy who went in front of Jordan, Sam Bowie.
That's a really good one,
He was
too.
ravaged by injuries his entire career.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot out. There's another local one, Hank Gathers. I mean, they talked about him being a pro, like that he would have had a 50. I remember, I think I talked to Dumpf after he died, and he was like, that may have been a 15-year career in the NBA that would have been just spectacular.
I mention anyone who even sniffs sports, and I get the name dropper. Bob can spew them out left and right, and you never hit that.
That's a local dude.
That's not even close to being accurate. I do hit it a lot. I'm not hitting it for
He probably taught one of you guys. Like he was he's a teacher.
Seriously.
So that's not a name drop. But a couple other ones. Bo Jackson. With the hip.
That is a great one.
Hip. I don't know.
That's embarrassing that it went that long without Bo Jackson.
I really would have loved to have seen how long he could have done both
Jerome
things.
Brown?
Jerome Brown's a really good one. I didn't have that on there.
Greg Oden,
Coach
potential.
Greg Oden, yeah.
I never thought Greg Oden was going to be.
Well, yeah, but it's weird. People did. I mean, he was taken number 1 overall.
Yeah.
People took him before Kevin Durant.
Sean Bradley was number 1 overall, wasn't he?
No, he was second overall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about Ken Griffey Jr.?
He was never the same.
Still played a long
But he was like
did,
Grant
but he was
Hill, where
never the same.
it affected his greatness, but they still ended up playing.
Yeah.
Brandon Roy is a really good one. The old Trailblazer, he
had shoulder problems, and he just never
like
was
a
the
phenomenal
same. Yeah.
first 3-4 years, and then just pretty much done.
Yeah. Barry Sanders, Calvin Johnson, two guys that called
Well,
it
they
careers.
took themselves out, though.
Yeah,
They
but
neither
their
one of them
careers
had to
ended
retire.
early.
But
No, they didn't have to.
They just
but
did it.
Yeah, their careers
They
ended early.
for the Lions.
Yeah.
Playing for the Lions did that to you.
Yeah. Here's another one that, it was tragic, and he had just won a major. Payne Stewart.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh, yes.
Yeah, he
Pinehurst statue.
The ghost plane.
Yeah.
That was
still
such
one of
a
the scariest stories ever.
Yeah, so horrible.
The ghost plane. I mean, the plane flying through the air and everybody was dead in it.
Yeah, I just remember being at work that day, working in the sports department, and like, oh my God, what is going on here? You're literally waiting for a plane to crash.
Mr. Wing says Carson Wentz. Mr. Wing, he may be dead to you, but Hey, Natural Lawn of America is safer for your lawn, your kids, and your pets. Schedule their full-service program, and you're going to get free seeding every year. Call 800-FREE-SEED. Natural Lawn of America with greener grass, fewer weeds, guaranteed. Mr. Wing winning it today on the comment section on YouTube. That was pretty funny. So hopefully hopefully Carson goes on. I hope Carson has a great statistical year that ends with the Colts 4-12. So that first round draft pick looks delish. That'd be awesome.
That would be nice.
Wouldn't that be nice?
I don't care.
Oh, I do. I want the first round pick to be great.
Yeah,
So I do care.
I want the Eagles to get benefit? Yes. But, you hear so much. Oh, I hope he goes there and he wins games and he has a great career.
I don't.
Okay, I'm not a mean guy.
I don't want him to have him.
He's not an Eagle, so I don't give a crap what he does. I'm done.
But I want him to play every game, and
I want it to benefit
the
the
team
Eagles.
not to win.
Right. I want it to benefit the Eagles now, of course. But yeah, I hear so many people saying, "Oh, he's a good," and I do believe he's a good guy.
We wouldn't be doing Project 11 on Friday if we didn't think it.
Yeah,
we would if we didn't think he's a good guy. But there are two different things.
Yeah, I'm not going out there to say I just hope he does well. I don't care about anybody else in the NFL doing well.
I never root for success for any athlete that leaves my team.
Yeah,
anyone, even if they're favorite athletes of mine, I'm not rooting for them to have success.
Why would I?
And by the way, I would give a nice supply. Chase Utley comes back to Citizens Bank Park. If I had been in the stadium and Chase Utley's name is announced when they announce the things, or when he comes up they say, now batting for the Dodgers, first time, standing ovation.
Yeah.
That's it. Steps into the box, he is against you.
I think.
And that stupidity that went on was stupid.
The Eagles might be heading to Indy next year. I think they might have the AFC North next year, if I'm not mistaken. I'll have to double check that. But I think that'll be the first time.
Next year it's the West.
Yeah.
This year was the North. So it's got to be one of the next coming up here.
Yeah. It'll be interesting.
So it's got to come up.
I'm curious when he eventually comes here, what the reception would be.
Would it be 6 years from now?
It'll be a while.
Yeah. So that's a while.
I think it'll be mixed, right?
It will be
At that point, I think it'll be more cheers.
When he's announced as if they mention his if he was announced and he got before the game, I'd cheer him.
Yeah, I think it would be more cheers than not.
And then once the game started, I'd want to see him, in absolute agony.
As of now, they don't play them next year.
So it's the year after that.
Is it? Okay.
So it's the year after that.
Okay.
Next year's the West. Next year's the West. 21 is the West. Because we will be going to see the Raiders and the Eagles in Las Vegas.
That'll be fun. A little Chris Angel show.
I can't.
Do some mushrooms, go see Blue Man Group.
Maybe Brittany will be back on stage. Who knows?
Now, you see, that's one I wouldn't. I'd go see Brittany. I would go see Brittany.
I've been following the Free Britney movement, so I would go check that out. Yeah, see what it's all about.
Work that all out. Bob's not. Bob will be in the sports book watching basketball.
I'll be at the pool with a beer watching sports.
You'll be watching sports.
Bob watching sports at the Bunny Club.
I'm watching sports.
I'm going to spike you with mushrooms and take you to
Seriously, you go to Britney Spears show?
If it was free.
Did you ever see, are you a Michael Jackson fan of his music?
Yes.
Okay, Bob.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
The hologram show?
The Michael Jackson hologram show is one of the craziest Cirque du Soleil you'll ever see.
Oh, yeah?
It's spectacular.
Huh.
absolutely spectacular.
I didn't even know it existed.
At Mandalay Bay. It is Michael Jackson. You are at a Michael Jackson concert. And it is absolutely ridiculous how amazing it is. I don't even know how they can do it. I don't know how the technology works, but it's amazing.
I bet.
Absolutely amazing. Jamie, you were talking about a little research on the first-round quarterbacks.
Yes.
And the idea of whether the Eagles would consider drafting a first-round quarterback.
Yeah, it's interesting. Somebody on Twitter yesterday kind of went through the recent memory of first-round quarterbacks and kind of how successful they really are, dating back to 2006. So I'm just going to throw the quarterback name out, and obviously you guys...
15 years, that's a good sample size.
Yeah.
That's a really good sample
You guys
size.
give me yay or nay, basically, on if they worked out.
First-round quarterback.
Yeah. 2006, Vince Young, Matt Leinart.
Neither was worth a first-round pick.
No. 2007, Jamarcus Russell.
Absolutely not.
2008, Matt Ryan.
Yes, absolutely.
We got one.
Yes.
2009, Matthew Stafford and Mark Sanchez.
Stafford, yes. No. Sanchez, no.
One of two. The next year, Sam Bradford.
Yeah, Sam Bradford counts. I'd say Sam Bradford
lived up to the hype.
I think I think he was worth drafting with a first-round pick. I don't know about first.
Where'd he go overall?
He went high.
He went number one.
He
went to the Rams. Number one.
Sam Bradford had enough of a career. He's not mentioned with Jamarcus Russell.
No. He's not that end, but he's also not Sam Bradford-ish.
Was he worthy of the first round pick?
I'll just go, okay. Yes, John, you're right.
Okay.
Yes.
2011, Cam Newton, Jake Locker, Blaine Gabbert.
Cam Newton.
No.
Just Cam Newton.
2012, RG3, Andrew Luck, Ryan Tannehill.
No, yes.
No, yes.
2014, Blake Bortles.
No.
2015, Jameis Winston, Marcus Mariota.
No.
I'm going Winston, yes, and no on Mariota.
Okay.
2016, Jared Goff, Carson Wentz.
No. No, because they've both been dumped. They've both been dumped at the same time by their teams.
And sorry, these are only top 10 quarterbacks.
Right, exactly.
I said first
top
round.
10,
it was top
round,
10.
Right.
2017, Mitch Trubisky and Patrick Mahomes.
I think the Mahomes kid has a chance to stay.
I think he's pretty good, yeah.
I think he does. Mitch Trubisky.
I don't think so.
Paper or plastic, he's going to be asking.
And finally, 2018, Baker Mayfield, Sam Darnold, Josh Allen, Josh Rosen.
I'm going 2 of the 4.
That's fair.
Baker Mayfield, Josh Allen.
It's kind of amazing after reading this list.
It's like 40%?
At best.
33%?
I'll tally it up here, but taking a quarterback in the top 10 it's risky business.
But it's a lot less risky today in the last 4 years or 5 years with the new rules as far as how much the draft picks with the slotted draft picks. It's a lot less risky.
Financially, you mean?
Remember, Sam Bradford's the last. Sam Bradford or Matt Stafford was the last one to cash in on the major.
Matt Ryan, when he was drafted, was making more money than Tom Brady.
Yes.
Like, that was out of proportion.
Absolutely out of proportion.
A little bit.
Absolutely out of proportion.
To say the least.
But it's amazing, though, that it's not easy to draft a quarterback in the top 10.
Can I just say I'm absolutely, again, I'm diametrically opposed to even having a discussion about drafting a quarterback.
After reading that list.
I want 2021 to be the Eagles' enema. I want Fleet and that red Fleet bag. Bob's making a face. I want that Fleet to sponsor the 2021 Eagles season. I want it to be an enema of this overaged, overpriced roster, of the bad drafting decisions. I want it out of there. I want it flushed.
Oh, you'll get it.
Well, I hope so. I hope I get what I want.
I think they're going to check out Jalen Hurts.
I hope I don't get them drafting a quarterback in the first round.
I can't rule it out, but I don't think it's likely.
I don't think it's going to happen either.
I hope not.
I don't think it's going to happen.
I swear to you, I hope not.
I think that makes them. I think, if anything, Howie thinks he's the smartest man in the room, and he doesn't want anybody not to think. So drafting a quarterback would make people question him taking Jalen Hurts last year.
Zach brings up Sean Taylor as one of those athletes.
Oh, shot in the leg, yeah.
Taylor,
yeah, that's a very good one.
That's a really good one. And somebody else tweeted in Jose Fernandez.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
Oh, my gosh, what a terrible
The
man.
one from way back, and it was his own doing, and people, I remember my dad telling me, like, oh, I can't believe this guy retired so early, was Sandy Koufax.
Yeah, he was on a list I looked up.
Oh, was he?
And he walked away, 10 years?
Yeah,
9
like
years?
very short.
I thought it was 12.
I don't know, but
I didn't
I
think he
remember
went
my
that
dad
long.
telling me and Gale Sayers was not like these are
Yeah.
old timers, but I remember my dad telling me that those were guys that were in their prime.
11 years
away.
for Sandy
Larry,
Koufax.
Larry O'Connor on YouTube. I went to school with Larry O'Connor. Asks, what jersey is Pat wearing?
That's an
Belfast
obscure one.
Giants. It's a hockey team over in Ireland.
Of course.
Owen Nolan played for him. Theo Fleury played for him.
I think I like the skateboarding discussion better. Dustin in Reading joins us. Dustin, you're on the John Kincade Show. Good morning.
Good morning, gentlemen. How are you?
Good. We're having a good day at the Fanatic.
I'm glad to hear it. I just wanted to, real quick, did you give Jameis Winston a yes and Goff and Wentz no's?
I think I did, yes.
I was just curious what the rationale maybe on the Goff is, since he played in a Super Bowl and Winston is a turnover interception machine.
It's a fair question.
It is a fair question. I can tell you this right now, Dustin, I would feel a lot better if Jameis Winston was the Eagles quarterback.
You would prefer Jameis Winston over
right
Jalen
now,
Hurts?
how about this? Right now, if you told me I could have Winston, Wentz, or Goff, I think I'd take Winston.
Over all three of them?
For 21. For 21.
Wow.
Well, you want an enema.
I do.
What about Winston or Hurts?
Look, I think Wentz is a better quarterback than Jalen Hurts, but I haven't seen Jalen Hurts enough to formulate an opinion.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm not. Thanks, Dustin. That's when I'm not gonna give. I didn't see enough of Jalen Hurts to be able to.
No, 4
I'll be able
games
to
isn't
formulate
enough.
an
I'll take 4 games of Jalen Hurts over what I've seen from James Winston.
Well, I'll tell you.
Boy, could you imagine?
Not saying he'll be better, but
See, I think
I'll take
Jalen-
my chances there.
To me, Jameis Winston's that guy that I think the right coach under the hood with him, because it's certainly not an arm problem.
Well, wouldn't
And
that
it's
be
certainly
Sean
not
Payton?
And Sean Payton loves him.
But he didn't play him. Like
He's
Taysom,
gonna start him this year.
you think?
Yeah. I think he's not.
It was
starting.
interesting that he didn't start.
He's not starting. He is not. I'm telling you, he is not going to start Taysom Hill over. I'll put it down in Sharpie
Because
right
Jameis was a 1-year contract, right? It was like $1 million.
If Jameis and Taysom Hill are on the roster, Jameis Winston is the starting quarterback of the Saints. I'll make that bold prediction right now. He will take 70. He'll take 70-75% of the snaps regarding to Taysom Hill.
He's a starting NFL quarterback, Taysom Hill, I don't.
So why did
I know, I hear you on that.
Why did Jameis not start this year when Breeze missed 6 or 7 games?
I think you give him time in the.
I think you had to give.
I find that weird.
I think that there is a. Oh gosh, got to be really nice. A learning curve that I think Sean Payton is one of those freak shows, and if you don't show him that you can
master the playbook,
correct, that he will just. He'd rather not let you have that. I don't believe Taysom Hill will be their starter. I believe Jameis Winston.
He shouldn't be.
I mean, seriously. But look, and Drew Brees, announce your retirement already.
Yeah. He's rethinking it.
Come on, don't do that to them.
No,
that would be terrible. If the Saints had to tell him to go, it would be absolutely horrible.
Yeah, that's the toughest part. I can see an athlete struggling with retirement, right? I mean,
Sure.
we can all see it. But you do have to take the organization into consideration. They've done an awful lot for you money-wise. Like, you owe it to them to say, like, early on, I'm out.
And by the way, he also is holding up NBC.
Yes.
Because he's stepping into a prime analyst role on Notre Dame football, right? He's going to do Notre Dame.
Is that what he's doing?
Yeah, Notre Dame football.
I didn't know that.
I think that's the job that he signed for. So he goes in there as a color analyst.
Was that just a loophole? Could he not sign for NFL broadcasts while a player?
No, what they were doing is I thought they were going to do that to get him the reps.
Okay.
And then he is the heir apparent to Collinsworth.
Oh, so Jack Collins. It's the Jack Collinsworth route. Go earn your stripes on Notre Dame football, and then we'll give you this job at age 24 that you don't deserve. So it's that route.
No, Drew Brees
sorry.
is different.
I thought my mic was off.
Did I say that out loud?
Jack Collinsworth. Did you just compare Drew Brees to Jack Collinsworth?
Well, from the broadcasting perspective,
Seriously.
yeah.
I mean, come on, he's not Iron
Silver
Eagles kid.
spoon.
It is great. Guess what? Iron Eagle's son is tremendous.
Yeah, Pat.
Tremendous.
Boom,
His
roasted
son is
Pat.
terrific.
That is tremendous.
Oh, he's great.
Jerk.
He's the
That's
best.
a
What's the matter with you?
fantastic
Do you even know
job.
sportscasters?
He does a fantastic job.
And he,
Jack
and he
Collinsworth.
earned that job.
Guess what?
At
I
22.
think there's a complete difference between play-by-play and analyst work.
Yes.
Completely different.
Different worlds.
Completely different. I can hire a kid from Syracuse to be a play-by-play guy. I can't hire a kid from Syracuse to be an analyst or somebody who doesn't have that pedigree to be an analyst. And by the way, watching video doesn't make you an analyst. It doesn't.
Say that, Jamie. You are not a porn analyst.
He is a porn analyst, though. All right, coming up, let's just say that I had a dream, and I think it was very heartwarming. We'll get to it next. The 8 o'clock hour of the John Kincade Show here on 97.5 The Fanatic. I got to tell you, there are a few things in life that you can count on. There's some beautiful things and there's some bad things. How about the potholes? The potholes right now along City Line Avenue are terrible. So AAA has got my back. A never-ending, reliable roadside assistance that rides shotgun with me. I'm riding alone in my car all the time right now, but I'm not, because AAA is along for the ride with me. For over 100 years, they're always close, and they never close. They're available for you. 24/7 service, 24/7 peace of mind. Flyers fans, join today, and you're going to get 50% off at AAA.com/flyers. AAA.com/flyers. I never feel like I'm driving alone. I always feel like AAA's along with me. And believe me, with the size of those potholes, they're going to swallow up cars. You need them. New members only. Other restrictions apply. See the website for details and tell them John Kincade sent you.
The John Kincade Show.
Talking sense into people isn't really my thing. In fact, I'm better at the opposite.
On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia. Check out Adam Schefter this and every Wednesday at 8:10 a.m. with the John Kincade Show on 97.5 The Fanatic.
Brought to you by DraftKings, America's top-rated sportsbook app.
Hey, it's Cuz. Listen, spring training isn't just for ball players. You could also get into shape before the warmer weather. Yeah. It only takes 40 days to lose 20 to 40 plus pounds with NJ Diet. NJ Diet's contractually guaranteed program starts with bioenergetically personalized supplements based on your hair, saliva, blood work. Then NJ Diet uses DNA testing to create your ideal diet plan and workout regimen to help you keep it all for the rest of your life. Not sure if you can do it alone? You're fully monitored by their certified staff, and you'll also get the doctor's personal email and phone number. NJ Diet's all natural, no shots, no hormones, no surgery. Lose 20 to 40 plus pounds in 40 days, contractually guaranteed with NJ Diet. Located close by in Princeton and Cherry Hill. You don't leave your house. NJ Diet, also available nationwide with live online video consultations. Visit njdiet.com or call 855-5NJ-DIET. That's 855-5NJ-DIET. Or go to njdiet.com and lose the weight for good.
We buy any car. We buy any car. We buy any car. Any.
Did you know trading in your car at a dealer could cost you money? A recent study found consumers who trade in their car pay an average of $990 more. So don't trade in. Sell it to We Buy Any Car. Learn more and get your free online valuation now at WeBuyAnyCar.com.
Find out how much your car's worth at We Buy Any Car.
Does it feel like finding clothes in your fit is impossible? Tired of feeling overwhelmed with options that just aren't right? Let the experts at Stitch Fix do the shopping for you. At Stitch Fix, we make sure each piece is hand-selected for your life. So whether you're staying home or on the go, Stitch Fix has the answer for what to wear. We make it easy to find what works for you. Signing up takes just a few minutes, and styles are delivered directly to your door. Get started today at StitchFix.com. Stitch Fix, your style delivered.
Okay, set it down over there and then go to Bay 5.
Indeed knows unexpected growth can stretch your business thin.
We need to keep going to finish.
Like Amir's warehouse. To expand capacity, he needs to get started hiring right away.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. And the moment you sponsor a job on Indeed, you get a short list of quality candidates from our resume database. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get a $75 credit for your first sponsored job post. Terms and conditions apply.
If I'm not commuting anymore, where do I really want to live?
While you handle life's questions, Merrill Guided Investing helps you manage your portfolio and invest for your next move with the option to work with an advisor at a low cost and minimum. Merrill, a Bank of America company. Visit merrilledge.com/investing goals to get started today.
Investing involves risk. Merrill Lynch, Pierce, Fenner & Smith Incorporated, both a registered broker-dealer and investment advisor, member SIPC. Investment products are not FDIC insured or not bank guaranteed and may lose value.
What do you get when you talk to a Dell Technologies advisor? You get someone who understands there's an art to listening, who's able to hear more than what's being said, and can provide tailored small business solutions that make you feel truly heard. For advice on everything from laptops to the cloud and solutions powered by Intel vPro platform, call an advisor today at 877-ASK-DELL. That's 877-ASK-DELL to talk to an advisor today who's ready to help with all your small business needs. 877-ASK-DELL.
Recently, Total Wireless helped Charlie Michelle stage a virtual dance recital for her friends and family.
This event was super meaningful to them.
Because when you move to Total Wireless, you can get amazing devices on nationwide 5G. And with unlimited plans starting at $25 a month, you could save up to $1,200 a year.
Thank you, Total Wireless, for helping me pull this off.
Total Wireless. Do amazing. Compatible 5G device required. 5G network in limited areas. Month equals 30 days. Savings claim made when compared to 4-line postpaid plans of leading carriers 10-20-20. See terms and conditions at totalwireless.com.
Vehicle prices plus tax and tag. Zero down to well-qualified buyers through dealer's primary lending source. Holy jeep! Roses are red, violets are blue. Why buy a used car when you can buy new? It's a fantastic February at world-famous Gary Barbera's on the Boulevard. 1,000 vehicles, one location. Just $199 down for only $199 a month. Gary Barbera discounts Jeeps cheap. Plus, qualified buyers get the lowdown on the no-down. Is Barbera's on the Boulevard the best? Boy, I guess.
My part-time service in the Army National Guard makes it possible for me to be more for the community I call home. My training helps me at work when I lead by example. My service in the Army National Guard allows me to keep my community and those I care about safe from threats. Learn more about how you too can live and serve part-time close to home by visiting NationalGuard.com.
Sponsored by the Pennsylvania Army National Guard. Aired by the Pennsylvania Association of Broadcasters and this station.
Tune in to freewinners.net every Saturday and Sunday from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. for the Las Vegas View on all things point spread related. Call Free Winners at 888-366-3733. That's 888-366-3733. Freewinners.net.
WPEN Burlington, Philadelphia, a Beasley Media Group station. 97.5 The Fanatic. Philadelphia. Now, back to the John Kincade Show.
I've got a dog named after Nick Foles. We can't get more Philly than that. We're always loving the backup quarterback.
How's everyone doing?
On 97.5 The Fanatic. Philadelphia.
Turn on the mic, John, you professional broadcaster.
Rookie.
I need one of those Red Bulls with the sugar in it. The 8 o'clock hour is sponsored by Martin Law, the law firm for injured workers. Visit paworkinjury.com. The Philly dinner tour continues tonight, Bob, and we've done Jersey a couple times. And my buddy Ed.
Father Ed?
Father Ed's got me on tonight, Kelly's Seafood.
I've never been there.
Hey, where's that?
Bustleton Avenue?
I've heard I've heard about this place. So that is the next up on the tour.
What's your go-to seafood? Like, where does your heart
go
in the sea?
I want something that is, if it was the number one fish that I would eat is halibut.
Okay.
If I had my choice of every fish on earth, I can have halibut all the time. Absolutely love it. Love halibut. I steer clear of the tilapias. Steer clear of that. I want something that is grilled and seasoned. Would be really good, like grilled and seasoned. And I don't like fish on rice.
Really?
Okay.
I love fish on rice.
I don't like fish on rice. Rice is too filling to me.
Couscous. I like it on couscous better.
Isn't that the thing from the cartoon, The Emperor's New Groove? Isn't that the guy's name on that?
I have no idea.
You don't know The Emperor's New Groove? Bob would know that from your kids.
Never
your kids
heard
didn't
of it.
watch it?
No.
Do you know Emperor's New Groove?
Yeah, and I'll keep looking elsewhere.
You would remind me of the character that is one of the characters in Emperor's New Groove.
I don't know how to take that.
David Spade voices him.
I take that as an insult.
David Spade voices him.
Oh. Did you think it was going any other way?
And Putty from Seinfeld is the other voice.
Love Putty.
David
It's a
Spade
great
and
voice.
Putty do it. And they made The Devils.
Ooh,
They make a lot of money.
They
out
got
of
grilled bronzino there, John.
What's that?
Bronzino?
I don't know it.
Oh, I just had it for the first time a couple of months ago.
What is it?
It's a type of fish and the way they cook
Give
it.
me the type of fish.
Let me pull up the accurate description because I'll probably butcher
It's an
it.
Italian dish.
Yeah.
Well, that's fine with me.
Yeah.
In the meantime, I'd like to add that Kelly's is right down the street from best cheesesteak in town, Steve's.
You like Steve's the best.
Yeah.
I've had that.
Got it the other night.
I've had that. Very, very good. So I'm looking forward to that tonight.
It's a white ocean fish that thrives in the Mediterranean Sea. Declined due to fishing over the years. But yeah, get it. It's really
All right,
good.
there you go. Okay, so I had a nap yesterday afternoon. Adam Schefter, by the way, joins us 10 minutes past the hour. I wasn't dreaming about Adam Schefter. But during my nap Tuesday afternoon, Bob Cooney appeared in my nap.
Uh-oh.
I had a crazy dream. And I got to tell you, it was glorious.
I feel really awkward right now.
I do.
I was sitting at a Phillies game with a gigantic group of John Kincade Show listeners. And I saw Bob a lot in the dream. I saw where Jamie was with a group of people away from me. Egan walked up the aisle at one point and walked away, and I don't know where he went, but he walked away with some people.
Well, he's shady.
But we were there with a bunch of listeners from the show. Bob was getting beers and coming down the aisle with these college-age guys and literally carrying like a tray of beer like he was a beer vendor. And everybody was having a blast. Everybody was having an absolute blast. And I think it's a withdrawal dream. We talked about it yesterday, about when we would get back into the building, and I think that's why I was thinking about it. It's been so long since I've been in the crowd or attended a sporting event, I am literally craving it. And I'm craving it for different reasons, I think, more than some of you guys. We see now that the politicians around here are sort of dragging their feet, but they're telling us, well, maybe by April, we'll get fans back in the stands. We're being chased by New York and New Jersey and other places that are like, yeah, come on back in. We're going to get you back in. We're going to get you to be a part of it. The players are going to love it, and the local teams are going to need it. I'm just thinking about it right now. The Sixers are so good at home. What if you gave them 4,000 or 5,000 fans? Does that really make a difference, and can it help push them over the top in a year where we're all hoping they can get an NBA title? And that's where we begin the 8 o'clock hour with Bob Cooney, Jamie Lynch, Pat Egan, and the coach Eric Camille. It's the John Kincade Show here on 97.5 The Fanatic. You are 5 minutes out of Adam Schefter. 5,000 fans. Bob, 5,000? Does that make they're already really good at home.
Yeah.
And I got to think part of that is sight lines, that they shoot comfortably. They're a much better shooting team at home. And I always hear that that's such a big deal.
Yeah.
They're so good at home. Do the fans matter or do they not? Do I overvalue what the fans mean?
No, put it this way. Does fans hurt the Sixers?
Absolutely not.
Yeah, that's what I always say. People say, oh, my God, they're putting this type of a building here, and what is that going to do to that building? Well, it's going to hurt. Don't look at it if it's going to be a good thing. Look at it if it's going to be a bad thing. Adding fans? No way is that a bad thing, right?
It's not a bad thing.
So to me, sure. Does it put them over the top? I don't know. I long for the days of a full arena. You watch highlights of years past, and it's almost like I don't want to say you cringe, but it does startle me. Like, oh, my God, look at that. Look what it was.
We took it for granted.
We did.
Yeah.
I do think fans help. I think the fans would help the Sixers. Joel Embiid, just take it right there. Who plays to the fans more than him?
He loves it.
I was just going to say, Joel Embiid, it might not have a huge impact, but Joel Embiid has that Iverson kind of gene where he feeds off the crowd.
Red Bull is kicked in, by the way. I'm serious. I just felt it.
You just started getting all antsy in your pantsy over there.
Yeah.
Is it making you antsy?
He started fidgeting around. Yeah.
Well, I'm a fidgety anyway.
The wings have grown.
Say you got the fidgeting.
But Joel Embiid's missing out on MVP chants every time he steps to the line. He's missing out on that little bit of extra energy that the crowds bring to him. So, yeah, it can't be a bad thing at all.
And last season, the Sixers were terrible, but the only time that they could win a basketball game was at home. And the whole thing was the home court advantage of having the fans there. And maybe we talked ourselves into believing that there was a true difference, but you look at the stats, it was like they couldn't win a game on the road, but at home, they were basically unbeatable. And I think if the fans did have a part in it.
Well, there's nobody better than the Sixers last year at home, right?
29-2 last year.
I mean, that was best.
Crazy.
So if you count this year,
yes.
42-4 over their last 46 home games.
That's wild.
That's unbelievable.
You're playing 9-10 basketball? I mean, at home? That's crazy town.
Yeah.
That is crazy town.
All the reason, John, you brought this up a couple of weeks ago, all the reason number one seed has to be their top goal right now.
Necessity. I can't wait till Monday morning when we're talking about that.
Yeah, hopefully Brooklyn gets back to poor defense all the time.
Oh, that's always good there. So, Martin Law, by the way, is the law firm for injured workers. Visit paworkinjury.com. You can check out our friends at Martin Law. We appreciate them for being a part of the John Kincade Show here on 97.5 The Fanatic. And I will tell you something. Oh, go on.
I'm sorry.
Bob's
a buddy of
giggling.
mine just texted me.
Yeah?
He said that you will bring the average age in Kelly's way down.
I will? Okay, good.
So
That's
are you
good. I
doing
like
the
it.
early bird special?
Oh, not early. Not that
Okay.
early. No, but that's
All right.
good. Okay,
So,
good.
yeah.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, it sounds like fun.
Okay, I'm going to tell you this, something I haven't enjoyed hearing on our own radio station. Not dirty laundry, but the trashing of national insiders. Mike's show literally trashes national insiders.
Really?
They trash these guys.
Why?
Oh, well, they're these national guys. But whenever someone says,
Who is he?
These national guys, I got to tell you this. The national guys have broken more stories in the past 5 years than the local guys.
He's not even close.
It's not even close. It's dwarfed like 10-1.
Well, I broke that Ben Simmons broke his foot. But
Thank you. Very good there, Bob.
Yeah.
Ben Simmons' brother hates you.
But it's I'm just telling you here that this is, it seems like there's a narrative. Well, these national guys are, they're pumping fake stories. They're doing this. It's not real. I'm a little, I got to tell you, and a guy that I admire, and Mike Missinelli, I'm a little disappointed in it because the national insiders have beaten the bushes and beaten local media to stories in most major markets.
They don't
by a mile. It's not even close.
Well, the new thing is that GMs go
And they feed
to
it to
the
them.
national
Yes,
people,
that's what I'm saying.
and they
But-
don't talk to the locals anymore.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So I don't think you mock the national insiders.
No.
I don't think you mock them and say these national guys don't know what they're talking about.
No, they very much know what they're talking about because their sourcing is direct to the vein of where the decisions are being made.
And by the way, when you get the story from a national insider, to me, I know that I'm getting something whereby these guys continually, they stay employed for one reason. Because they keep breaking stories and keep getting them right.
You don't swing and miss when you're the Adam Schefters of the world very often,
if you would have two major misses in a year, you'd be in big trouble.
Yeah.
You're in big trouble.
And Adam Schefters of the world and Woj's of the world, they don't care about clickbait.
They're not caring about any of this.
Their jobs are secure.
These guys are because I hear it depicted all the time. Well, these national guys, you know what they're trying to do? They're just trying to make headlines.
Yeah, no, they're not.
No, they're not.
Chris Mortensen doesn't care about how many people view the story.
Look, Chris Mortensen was the premier NFL insider before Schefter. And these Mort, you couldn't be more wrong when you come on with that. It's weak sauce. You couldn't be wrong. Yeah, well, these guys are trying to make headlines. They're trying to. No. They're just doing their job, and if they find something that's not being reported, they bring it to the table. And by the way, give me the litany of things they're wrong on. They're not. They're not.
Yeah, you often say to me that I'm the voice of reason. I pale in comparison when it comes to reasoning on how to report a story. Like, these guys are just, look, they don't run with anything. Like, you know me. If I find out something, I'm going to make sure I find it out before I go with it. These guys are 20 times better than I am. So, like, what they say isn't totally studied.
Absolutely.
And taken care of before it comes to anybody's attention.
There was a insider who used to work for ESPN who literally had two stories go sideways on him in a year. I'm not going to embarrass him, but he was exiled. He was exiled, and now he's in a state where he's just a local beat writer, and he went from the top to being the bottom. So, all right, let's right now check out our friend Adam Schefter. He is on the Comcast Business Hotline where he joins us here on the John Kincade Show.
And he's brought to us by our friends at DraftKings, America's top-rated sportsbook app.
It's a week where now, Adam, we've gotten the trade gone down, and now the Eagles start looking to 2021.
Yep.
And I am absolutely diametrically opposed to any kind of chatter that I'm hearing that they might draft a quarterback or move up to try to get a quarterback. How much misinformation do you think the teams give out and hear about before the draft? And how do we know misinformation from information?
Well, it's a hard thing to decipher through, and you never actually fully know the truth. The one thing I can tell you that I believe is a certainty is that they are looking to bring in another quarterback. Now, again, what does that mean? It means that they'll explore all options. Now, it doesn't mean they will. It doesn't mean that they're going to trade up on draft day. It doesn't mean they'll trade for Deshaun Watson. Okay, it doesn't mean any of those things. It means they're going to look into all those things, though. I expect them to look into all those things, and if the right opportunity presents itself, I would expect that they would act. Now, we don't know whether that'll happen, though.
Adam, do you believe that the Carson Wentz story and how it all went down has damaged the Eagles' brand amongst NFL players as a whole?
No. And these things are very temporary, and that's how it is today. Again, if that were the case, you would say no player ever would go to Cleveland again, and players went to Cleveland. Do you think players would go to Jacksonville when the Jacksonville brand was damaged? You know, the Eagles brand was damaged this year in terms of the fact that they had a horrendous season. It didn't go the way anybody would have thought or wanted. But that doesn't mean that somebody's not going to go there in free agency. I mean, that's not going to be the case. Again, do I think free agents are putting Philadelphia at the top of their wish list? No, I don't think that. Do I think that they will go there? Yes, absolutely, under the right circumstances. I'm not going to cross off a potential suitor and bidder because they don't like the way the brand performed over the last year. But no, look, it's not a high point for the organization. We all recognize that, but that doesn't mean that moves can still and won't be made.
Schefter, we've talked here in this city about what this upcoming season may be like, and tanking has come up and rebuild, all of those things. When you lose a quarterback, you lose your starting coach, and you have to slim back a salary cap. What should be, or what do you think will be the goal of this Eagles organization for this season?
I don't think they're viewing it as rebuilding or restocking or whatever, however you want to call it. This is a league where you win now. And, again, I think that they have enough talent. I think that they'll look at it like, okay, we're going to move on from some people that we believe will be addition by subtraction. And so I think that they think that they'll be competitive is my guess. I haven't asked that direct question, but I've heard all that rebuilding talk. And rebuilding makes it seem to me like you're gutting the roster, you're starting over, there's no hope, and I just don't believe that's the case with this. I don't believe that. I know people have brought that up, and I'm like, I don't see that. Now, that doesn't mean that they're going to win the division or go. I don't know how it's going to play. None of us do. But I think that they think that they'll be better than people think. How about that?
Adam, we did a study the other day. We talked about it on the show, 32 NFL teams. And since it went to 32 when Houston joined the NFL, in this salary cap era, and every time a team has taken the salary cap type hit that the Eagles have taken on, I think there are two teams that have managed to duplicate the previous year's record. Every other one declined. Every other one declined in win total.
So tell me who in that division is running away with that division.
Oh, I don't know that who's running away with it, but I'm looking at it. It's everybody declined. I mean, there's a lot of data to this. That the teams take huge steps back.
Well, and nobody's ever taken the size of the cap hit that they're taking on Carson Wentz in a year where the cap is going down.
It's crazy.
Look, they are handicapped to a certain extent by previous decisions, but they know that. They recognize that. I don't think it's something that can't be overcome. It just makes it that much more challenging.
Adam, now that Carson Wentz is gone, most of our attention is shifted to Jalen Hurts. You talk to people all around the league. What is the perception of Jalen Hurts as a starting quarterback for this upcoming season? Do people think it's too much for him, or is he ready for the moment?
I think somewhere between the two, right? I think that they've seen what they've seen and they like what they've seen, but they need to see more and want to see more. And we don't know that he's ready to take the throne and hold it and be ready for the next dozen or so years. There were definitely encouraging signs, and we know that people respect him as a leader and as a quarterback, but there's just not enough body of work to say, okay, we are ready to anoint him as the franchise quarterback for the future going forward. Hey, that's the common reaction right now of people I've spoken to.
Adam, when you go, you work sources, you work stories, and obviously there's a lot of great information that comes out of it for fans. How do you balance, though, when people attempt to depict it as, well, these guys who are the insiders, they're just being a mouthpiece for different organizations when they break these stories? How do you balance that out? Because the information you're bringing seems to be correct, but people look at it as that you're carrying water for people when you're trying to do that. How does that balance work out for you?
I really don't listen to that. I mean, my job is to present information. I've done it for 30 years. I'm not carrying water for anybody. I'm doing my job. Like, let me ask you a question. When we reported at the end of the season that Carson Wentz was unhappy, and he was pissed off and didn't want back, so were we carrying water?
No, you're absolutely correct. You nailed it. You nailed it right on the head. But it's still that's like, well, if someone gets information from Howie or someone gets information from the Phillies GM or someone gets information, they depict it as bad.
Again, I don't know how to respond to that other than I've done it for 30-plus years. There have been many times that the Eagles organization has not been happy with me over things said on this program, reported on ESPN, whatever it may be. So there are stories that are for the team and stories against the team. There are stories that go one way or another way. I don't dictate that. I dictate what's important and what's newsworthy. And I report off that. Like I said, don't think they were happy that we talked about Carson's level of unhappiness, all of which was true. Okay, not happy with the organization, wanted out of Philadelphia, wasn't going. How is any part of that carrying water for the organization or Carson Wentz? Okay, so what? So we reported on the trade, and then that's carrying water for the organization because we reported the trade happened. Like, what part of that is carrying water? That they're carrying the biggest dead cap hit for a guy that they thought was going to. Where is the logic from people saying that? Like,
I think the accuracy of your reporting on this story speaks for itself.
Exactly.
It speaks for itself, and that's bottom line.
It's the role we play as reporters, right, Schefty? But I'm going to change gears on you, Schefty. I got to change gears because we haven't had an update recently. Now, I know your number one overall pick hit a big 3 to win a game last night.
Breaking news. There is a trade. There is a trade.
You didn't trade Luka, did you?
I made a big. In fact, I stole Woj's trade virginity last night.
What? Wow! Breaking news.
Okay. Woj made his first NBA trade and even texted me after the.
Wait a minute! I'm supposed to
Woj bomb.
Wait a minute! I'm supposed to believe that you outsmarted Woj on an NBA trade. I got to hear the trade.
I'm going to tell you the trade. So basically, after the trade was done, he's like, "Wow, this is exciting." I'm like, "I love this." Exactly. I traded Woj, Seth Curry, and Darius Baisley.
What did you get?
And I got back in return Deshaun Tate from the Houston Rockets.
Bob, I mean, you giving Schefty a good GM grade here? Or?
I'm glad you're excited, Schefty.
Oh,
good man.
Adam, I think you just got a lukewarm response.
No.
I'm going to tell you why I'm excited. You see, it's all my analytics people were working on this trade.
Schefty has analytics people,
and so Seth Curry was shooting, I think, 40% from the floor, maybe less. Over the last 30 days, he was about 38%. Darius Baisley was about 38%. They were killing me from the floor. Both had a high rate of turnovers. Okay, Deshaun Tate shoots about 54% from the field, about 77% from the line. Assists, rebounds, steals, does it all. Seth Curry has battled COVID this year. Ankle. It's one thing or another. And he has great games occasionally. Pops here, pops there.
Right.
Not consistent.
I like it. I like it.
Okay, do not take your eye off the ball, though. You know why we tune into you. I said, don't let this basketball stuff distract you, Adam. Please.
Oh, no. That is my hobby, my diversion every night. My boss said that's my cigarette break at night. Okay, like I get to go smoke my cigarette and enjoy my family.
Adam, we appreciate you always. We'll talk to you next week.
Have a great day, guys.
Thanks,
There you go.
Schefter.
Adam Schefter joined us on the Comcast Business Hotline. Don't just bounce back, bounce forward with Comcast Business.
And he's brought to us, as always, by our friends from DraftKings Sportsbook. And DraftKings, yes, I took your money last night with that Sixers pick. Thanks.
I don't know why I'm
Thanks,
so
Bob.
hungry this morning, but if you've been wronged by a bad breakfast, you can get the breakfast you deserve with Wendy's Breakfast 2 for $4. Now on select breakfast sandwiches, justice is served at participating Wendy's for a limited time only, single item at regular
Bob, you can
price.
make it next break. It's right down the street.
Sure.
Go grab some
Are you
2
with
for
all
$4s.
this energy I got? I can run there and get back.
literally
Go
going
again.
It's not bad, but there's your car may be swallowed up by like 5 potholes.
Yeah, the
I'm
potholes
running.
are
The
nasty right
potholes
now.
on City Avenue are disgraceful.
Does salt really work that quickly?
Yes.
Yeah, it can. It really
Yeah.
can.
Jeez.
If it's,
Yeah.
and if it sits
Yeah.
for a good
and it
period of
dissolves.
time and it dissolves.
Wow,
okay.
because it's quick.
All right, we got a lot coming up,
what she said.
including question number 3. We'll see if Bob Cooney can do a better one. And we got lots more on your Sixers and more. It's the John Kincade Show here on 97.5 The Fanatic. My T-Mobile phone is how I keep in touch with family, with friends. It's how I navigate my way around the city. It's how I research maybe the car I'm going to buy, things like that. So my T-Mobile phone always has to be connected. I'm always on the run. So T-Mobile and Sprint, once they merged, they gave me the best network in town. And it was going to be a no-brainer for me to be a T-Mobile customer because I've been a T-Mobile customer since day one. You remember a company called PowerTel? I was with them. And then they became T-Mobile. And I've never left. So every single time I watch one of these NFL games or something and I see, well, the next big smartphone deal, you want to make the switch to our company. I laugh because I don't need to. I've got the best network. I've got great coverage. And more towers, more engineers. It's the best. T-Mobile, all over the Philadelphia area. It is absolutely should be your choice. I want you to visit T-Mobile.com to learn more today. And go visit one of their great stores. Had great service last week at the Broomall store. And I want you to get in there too. Remember, the coverage is not available in some areas.
The John Kincade Show.
I know that most people find his calm leadership to be a gentle, soothing beacon at a time of great social chaos.
On 97.5 The Fanatic. Philadelphia.
He scores! Oh, what a goal by Travis Konechny!
Flyers, Rangers, tonight at 7 on your home for Flyers hockey. 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
Flyers hockey is brought to you by AAA, always open for the assist.
It's not quite time for the madness that's college basketball in March, but that doesn't mean the fun has to wait. I'm Adam Schefter, and DraftKings Sportsbook, America's top-rated sportsbook app, is giving all new players the chance to bet $1 on any team to hit a three-pointer in any basketball game this week. And if your team makes it rain, you cash $100. That's right. All it takes is for one three-pointer being hit by your chosen team to turn $1 into $100. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code FANATIC to get your shot to turn $1 into $100 when you bet on any team to hit a three-pointer in any basketball game this week. That's code FANATIC for new customers. Only at DraftKings Sportsbook. Must be 21 or older. Pennsylvania only. New customers only. Restrictions apply. In partnership with Meadows Racetrack and Casino. Winnings paid out in 4 $25 free bets. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
What's for dinner, you ask? At Wawa, we've got the answer, no matter what you're craving. Because Wawa now has dinner. Every day starting at 4 p.m., you'll find crave-worthy dinner options that will make everyone happy. Like fettuccine Alfredo, kids' meals, delicious Angus burgers, French fries, and more. Choose in-store, curbside, or delivery. Wawa dinner. Sounds good.
Come in from the cold for something hot and comforting from Wawa. Savor the handcrafted salty sweetness of a toasted caramel crunch latte, topped with a caramel drizzle and crunchy caramelized sugar. Or cozy up to the warm, inviting vanilla sugar and spice aromas of our new cinnamon bun coffee, bursting with a delicious fresh baked flavor. Treat yourself and try them both this winter to create your very own getaway to deliciousness. Gotta have a Wawa.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today? Sure thing. We can help you replace those wipers. If yours are squeaking or streaking, it's probably time. We've got a wide selection of wipers that can stand up to any weather, including the right ones for your make and model. We've even got more ways to get them fast, like our next day delivery or free same-day store pickup. Getting the job done just got easier. Restrictions apply.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
It's time for some straight talk. Your tax return could look different this year, but you're still going to hear a lot of noise about how to spend it. So when the big carriers tell you to splurge on the latest nonsense, just tune it out. With Straight Talk, you can get a Samsung Galaxy A51 for just $199. Plus, get the $45 unlimited talk, text, and data plan with no contract on America's best networks for up to 50% less. Tune out the nonsense and tune in to Straight Talk. Straight Talk Wireless. No contract, no compromise.
If I'm not commuting anymore, where do I really want to live?
While you handle life's questions, Merrill Guided Investing helps you manage your portfolio and invest for your next move with the option to work with an advisor at a low cost and minimum. Merrill, a Bank of America company. Visit merrilledge.com/investing goals to get started today.
Investing involves risk. Merrill Lynch, Pierce, Fenner & Smith Incorporated, both a registered broker-dealer and investment advisor, member SIPC. Investment products are not FDIC insured or not bank guaranteed and may lose value.
What's in store this week at Staples?
Everything you need for a totally productive workspace.
Staples has the technology, supplies, and furniture you need to upgrade your workspace at amazing prices.
Like right now, select chairs are 40% off.
Plus, when you buy any office chair, get 25% off all desks, file cabinets, chair mats, bookcases, and lighting purchases.
Shop in store or pick up curbside.
Upgrade your workspace and save at Staples. See staplesconnect.com for details.
Ends 2/27/21. In-store only while supplies last. Curbside available at most stores.
Gary is refinancing his home, so he shopped around for the lowest rate and found it at Amerisave.com, setting him up for a lifetime of savings. It's one decision he'll never regret, unlike taking that gig in the testing lab at the deodorant company.
Raise your arm, please. Oh, man, I hate this job.
Pretty regrettable, Gary. Unlike finding that low mortgage rate at Amerisave.com that's got you on your way to a lifetime of savings. Amerisave's rates won't be this low forever, so go to Amerisave.com now. Lower mortgage rates mean higher savings. Call 866-514-SAVE or visit Amerisave.com/licensing for cost information, terms, and conditions. Equal housing lender. Licensed in all states except New York. NMLS number 1168.
According to the National Institutes of Health, 30% of hospital admissions in older adults are drug-related, like taking meds at the wrong time. Hero Health simplifies medication management. The smart device stores up to 90 days worth of up to 10 different pills. It dispenses them at the push of a button. Try Hero risk-free for 30 days and get free contactless delivery. Just call 800-420-7550. That's 800-420-7550. 800-420-7550. Hero, medication managed.
We buy any car. We buy any car. We buy any car. Any.
Trading in or selling your car, truck, or SUV? WeBuyAnyCar.com takes the hassle out of selling in just 3 easy steps. 1. Get your free online valuation. 2. Drive to your local car buying center. And 3. Walk out with your check in as little as 30 minutes. So don't wait. Get your free online valuation now at WeBuyAnyCar.com.
Find out how much your car's worth at WeBuyAnyCar.
I wish Anthony Gargano was around because I'm looking for a tasty item tonight. After the big cash-in last night on the Parx Casino Sportsbook app, I even influenced the boss to, loosen up a little bit. Put a little extra money out there with the Sixers game last night. You know what you're doing? You're looking every night and you're saying, give me a little extra interest, a little extra juice in what's going on in the game. Have you made a futures bet, though, ever? The wagers you make on player performances and teams before the season begins? Those are great. Those are like long-term investments. If you bet 100 on JoJo and Philly to win the title, you can win $1,500. Does that sound good to you? How about the Orange and Black bringing home the cup? $100 can win you $1,700. You might want to think about it. I know what you want to think about. You want to think about downloading the Parx Casino Sportsbook app. It's fun to play along. You can get a risk-free bet up to $500. Check the website for details. I want you to have some of the fun I'm having. You got to be 21 or older in Pennsylvania. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Now, back to the John Kincade Show.
Sorry, this is your life right now. Listening to me on the radio.
On 97.5 The Fanatic. Philadelphia.
A masked man in studio. With pictures of Cuz and Mike Missanelli. It is a masked man in studio.
With pictures?
John Kincade Show here on 97.5 The Fanatic. We appreciate everybody who's listening on. Just so everyone knows, no matter how you're listening, we love you. We love it that you're listening. And we love our long-distance listeners. We love the people streaming on the app. We love people watching on YouTube. We love people watching on twitch.tv. Whatever it is, we love you. You're part of our family, and we appreciate it. Tell your family and tell your friends, too, to stay around a little bit longer with us because we always love it when you do that. All right, it's time for your opportunity to qualify. You're going to have now. It's the third question in our 3 questions game. I will have a final clue for you coming up next hour. I'm not giving you what the great question that Pat Egan asked at 6:30, and I'm not repeating the
mediocre
simpleton question that Jamie Lynch
trying to
gave
put
us.
a time on this for people, John.
Jamie Lynch gives. You did.
I don't think that's fair.
You did. So, Bob Cooney, you get the third question. As a reporter, I expect you to be able to really get insightful.
Did this player hit the ice for the Flyers before 1990?
Yes.
I got it.
You got it from that?
I know you.
Okay.
I got you.
Okay.
I have no idea.
You're feeling the mental telepathy? Okay, you got to write it down on a piece of paper.
Already did.
So I don't. Okay, you ever written it
And
down?
I've already showed it to our boss.
He showed it to Chuck.
And he showed it to Chuck.
He flashed Chuck.
Okay, so we'll see it there.
You're an idiot.
He flashed Chuck, the masked man. He flashed it. There you go.
Winnie the Pooh just came in my mind.
The last clue will come your way at 9:30 today. Coors Light and the Flyers giving you those socks. By the way, have you gotten registered yet? Go to 97.5 The Fanatic's contest page and get involved and be a part of it. And you could win a very tasty item from Coors Light and the Philadelphia Flyers. Okay, you're feeling it. You're feeling the Red Bull.
I had to go out and get a Nature Crunch bar just to like.
It made you hungry?
It didn't make me hungry, but it made me feel like I needed to settle down a little bit. So yeah, I got a little crunch.
Are you seeing it? Are you seeing it, Pat?
Yeah, he looks
squirmy.
Yeah, he
You
looks
look
a little
squirmy.
more.
I'm always squirmy.
He's
but you
he's
look
talking more.
squirmy. Yes.
He's talking more.
Yes. A little more fired
A
up.
little more upbeat. Yes, a lot more energy.
Pat, if you could do us a favor, could we shoot that video again next break? Would you? Can we?
Yeah, I've been having so much
one
fun
more
with
time.
it.
Again, we'd love to. Can we do that one more time today?
Guys, no problem. We can do the whole thing again if you want.
Yeah, let's run it back
It's
again.
These things. Egan's doing the breaking like the Cardinal rules today. You're breaking like the Cardinal rules today.
It wouldn't be a show without if I wasn't.
If I'm like, if I don't have like that 2 minute, if Sheldon doesn't have his 2 minutes here to just go, okay, let me just and he's like, come on out, we got to shoot a video. Go out, let's shoot a video in the hallway. Shooting a lot of videos. It's about Project 11, right? So it's for a good cause.
Nah, it's just for my personal collection.
Oh,
I just like videos of you waving.
it's for Project 11, which is coming your way this Friday from 7 a.m. to noon. Your chance to drop off your Carson Wentz jerseys, your tees. I will drop off the Carson Wentz stuffed doll, too. I'm going to give that one away. That was in my Christmas stocking the year they won the Super Bowl. That year, that season, even after his injury.
I got a long chair for you in my car already.
Oh, that's awesome. Lawn chair?
Uh-huh.
A tasty beverage, maybe?
I think
Of
we'll
course.
have a couple.
Oh, a
Yes.
couple tasty beverages?
Yeah,
out there?
well, I'll be hanging out there from 10 to 12.
Will Monica come out and confiscate the tasty beverage?
Monica?
Monica is the young,
she's security guard
the
downstairs?
young lady in the the young lady in the lobby. Does she have any authority?
She's more than welcome to have
She can have
one.
a tasty beverage.
Yeah. She will not confiscate.
Monica is
That will not happen.
Monica, a big Eagles fan, and a Phillies fan too. She liked the Phillies.
She's a sweetheart.
She always,
she is a sweetheart.
She always says, "Have a great day" when you're leaving.
She does. She inspires you.
Did you ever hear the security guard before you came that was going after Jamie about something?
Was that the gentleman who looked like Mr. Winslow from Family Matters?
Yeah,
could have
I
been
think
his
so.
body double?
He came after me because I had the Russell Westbrook take one day where I said I wouldn't want that guy anywhere near my team.
Oh.
And he was like, "Oh, dude, Russell Westbrook's one of my favorite all day." And I was like, "Yeah,
That was
okay."
awesome.
I thought it was Mr.
He's inefficient.
I
Have
thought it was
fun.
Mr. Winslow. I thought he was coming.
It was also in?
Die Hard.
There you go.
His name is Reginald Val Johnson, guys. Can you have some
Reginald
respect?
Val Johnson. Yes. There you go.
Sorry, Pat.
Reginald Val Johnson. I didn't realize.
Didn't
by
know
the
you
way,
remember the
by the way,
fan club.
not a funny sitcom.
Family Matters?
Not a funny sitcom.
I mean, I was 12 at the time.
Not
so
funny. Is Full House funny?
If I look back at it, probably not.
It's not funny.
Stefan was funny.
As a 12-year-old,
Stefan was funny.
did I do that? As a 12-year-old, I'm dumb.
But yeah, but I mean,
know.
but it's not a funny show.
No, I
It
don't think
doesn't
anybody
hold
ever.
up. Do they show those reruns?
Yeah, you can find him somewhere.
Like Step by Step.
Isn't Nick at Night now like
Step
the
by Step.
TGIF from the 90s?
A horribly unfunny show with a 3-minute like opening song.
You're just crapping all over my childhood right now.
You're going to go after dinosaurs
Step by
next?
Step,
Hey, Cody.
day by day.
Cody, that hippie meathead in the driveway, that was a comedic character.
Cody was, and what was he, where did he go? He went on to something.
Yeah, jail.
He was JR's son on Dallas.
Heroin.
Is heroin? I don't know.
He went
just
on,
guessing.
He went on a county.
Bob on.
What's going on with you in
what
Red
did he,
Bull?
was it abuse?
Yeah, he was a
Domestic
spousal
abuse or
abuse. Yeah.
something? That didn't happen on a special episode of Step by Step.
No, those were not
Suzanne
funny
Summers-
episodes.
That show wasn't funny.
Let me go back and see what you liked when you were, 10 years old. What TV shows you
okay,
liked?
if you're talking about from the Sanford and Son, All in the Family, Three's Company, Soap.
Soap was great.
Soap was great. And it still holds up.
Rich Man, Poor Man. That was a serious. It was on every Tuesday night. It was like it was a book. Rich Man, Poor Man. Yeah.
I don't know that one.
It was
I
Nick
thought I knew
Nolte.
every TV show.
Nick Nolte. It was a. It was like a special. It was like a series because it was a book.
It wasn't that like North and South show that Laura was on from General Hospital.
I don't remember
North
that.
and South. It was like a miniseries. Are you talking a miniseries?
Yeah, it was a miniseries.
Oh, okay.
Rich Man, Poor Man.
I don't remember that
It
one.
was awesome.
There's some fun. Shows were funnier.
Sure.
They're funny than Step by Step.
Sure they were.
It was terrible. It was terrible.
John's childhood was better than yours, Egan.
Wait, sitcoms.
Imagine that.
Did anybody ever stay Step by Step was like phenomenal or hilarious?
Well, people think Full House does not stand. By the way,
Cut
I'll take it. Wait a minute. I'll take it from here. I'll take it from my late high school and college years. Cosby Show sucked. It's not funny. It's
serious.
I've watched episode. Serious, really?
Well, like they kind of deal with like real parenting issues and stuff. It wasn't like comedic.
But I thought Cosby Show was good. I thought it was good when I watched it. It doesn't hold up. It doesn't hold up as far as a funny show. Family Ties much funnier than Cosby Show. And Family Ties, I don't even think. A lot of the shows, once they've gotten serious, now they feel like they got to get into all these. It's okay for TV shows to just be stupid.
Yeah.
Sanford and Son was just stupid.
I like stupid.
And mean-spirited. The Jeffersons was stupid and mean-spirited. It's okay for shows to just be dumb.
Good Times was one of my favorite shows.
Oh, my gosh, Good Times
That was
great.
awesome.
It was great.
And then when I got older, Cheers was...
Oh, Cheers
Cheers
was
is my
fantastic.
all-time favorite
Cheers,
still.
Seinfeld. I mean, and you weren't a Friends person. See, I love Friends. Absolutely loved it.
I like Jennifer Aniston in a cold studio.
I might know every episode.
Oh, so you do like Friends then? I love
It's
Friends.
on in the house pretty much
My
every
wife
day.
loves
Well, we are
it,
the
yeah.
exact same age of the characters. We're the exact same age that the characters were supposed to be. So I thought it was a very relatable show. It had a relatability to it, except for that apartment.
Yeah, I was going to say living in that apartment in Manhattan would cost them
Now, what they said was
it was rent controlled.
What they explained that it was grandma's.
Yes.
When grandma died, Monica got that apartment.
Yes, and that is a thing in
rent
New
control.
York, in a rent controlled thing.
But how did Chandler and Joey get the big apartment across?
Well,
the
Chandler was a big finance man, you know?
Now, that came later in the show.
I don't know.
He was bouncing between jobs earlier. Okay, in the linchpin.
I guess I don't watch it as much as I thought. I had no idea what you're talking about.
Well, remember, they always switched it. They switched. Remember when they switched apartments?
Yeah, they lost a bet, right?
Yeah, they lost the bet.
Can we talk General Hospital, please?
No, let's do sport. I missed yesterday's episode, so please, no spoilers, because the wedding's coming. Sports
Don't worry.
cards. Is there a future? Jamie? Here we go.
This is the linchpin.
I find this fascinating, and I really don't want to come off as a boomer yelling at the clouds here, because I don't get it, but I'm open to what it is. It's the future of sports cards.
You mean like baseball cards?
Yes, but
Okay.
not in the way we grew up with. I loved cards as a kid, getting them Beckett monthly and going to the card shops and going to Rice's Market and getting all the card guys. Like, I loved it. So it's kind of died off a little bit. There's still a big market out there for cards and stuff, but it's not as predominant as it once was. So the NBA Players Association, and a tech company have launched what they believe is the future of sports cards.
Okay.
And it's not cards at all. It's called NBA Top Shot. And what it is you go online and basically buy a pack of video highlights. Now, a pack, and they're sold in limited edition packs, can be bought anywhere from the range of $9 to $230. So in that pack, you're given some video highlights that I'm assuming you store in some sort of cloud video player type of, I don't know where it's stored. But then once the video highlights are owned by you, the only way they can get redistributed to other people is a marketplace, peer-to-peer sales. So it's kind of crazy, but listen to the numbers they've done. Now, this has only been live for, I believe, 6 months. In the last 6 days alone, $135 million has flooded the market. So 6 months ago, they've had $205 million in total sales done, 65% of that coming in the last week, roughly $135 million. On Monday, a simple LeBron James highlight sold for a record $208,000.
I saw Julio Jones is involved in this.
Yeah, it's going wild.
A fool and his money are soon parted. Why is anyone doing this?
Well, if I can buy let's say a $15 pack and I get a video clip I can sell for $15,000.
But you're not the only one that holds it. The person who sold it to you still has it.
No, I think you relinquish the rights to it when you sell it to somebody else. It's like it's creating a marketplace of these highlight cards.
Here's the only problem with this theory, Bob, is in order to be able to inflict your copyright on somebody, you have to know who uses it. So, it's like sort of like with the, radio stations can get fined for playing music that they're not allowed to.
Right.
But they have to be called on it and caught with proof to show that they did it, and then you go about going to try to get your money.
So they're called moments, and it says each moment's value is determined by the player. Obviously, better players reap higher purchase values, the scarcity and serial number. For example, the LeBron James moment that sold on Monday for $208,000, there's only 49 of them ever created. So there's 49 of them. And they have serial numbers that go with them.
Okay. Julio Jones bought one of these, by the way.
So
he was one of the ones that bought one of these.
So he would have an encrypted wallet.
I'm being texted that Julio Jones bought one of these.
Okay, so it's kind of like cryptocurrency. It's basically a sports card cryptocurrency.
Really? Wow.
And if Julio Jones, let's say, bought that $208,000 LeBron James moment,
he's still not going to practice during the week.
That goes into his encrypted wallet.
Oh, my gosh.
So it's a sports card meets like a stock market kind of new endeavor in sports.
Guess what the highest moment going on right now is made by?
Jamie losing his virginity.
That was a quick one.
Wow. No.
It's only an 8-second soundbite.
Zion Williamson blocking a shot from 2020 is now going for $250,000.
Okay, this is ridiculous.
It is, and I personally don't get it. And I heard something similar about Topps virtual cards that I read an article about a guy who saw that there was a big market for it, and he got into it, and he actually kind of got addicted to it a little bit doing it. But I think where this trend really started was from FIFA. From the Ultimate Team. Because I have a buddy who, if you're not familiar, you basically build a team full of, let's say for basketball, it'll be like an all-star team, Joel Embiid, but you have to buy packs. And you can get free packs, or you can buy your players. And people spend a lot of money building their ultimate team.
Here's what I would say to you, too, though, is I hear this all the time. I've got this card. It's worth $300. Look at this card. It's worth $300. And I said, it's only worth $300 if you can go and say somebody will buy it.
Well, apparently people are buying it with $135 million in the last week.
Do you know how many cards are on YouTube? And this is just a gentleman listening to our conversation right now who I know sending it to me. He goes, when you go to these card shows, they go, this card's worth $400.
Yeah.
And you'll go back a year later and the card will be there again. Nobody's buying it, so the card's not worth $400, because if it was worth $400, somebody would go, oh my gosh, that's a great deal. It's worth $400. People aren't buying them.
Well, people are buying these. $250,000 for a Zion Williams.
Yeah, but they buy them, but they can't sell them again. They're the suckers. The suckers are the person buying them.
Well, look, I'm not going to pretend to be an expert on NBA Top Shot because it's pretty new and all that. I would imagine there's some way to profit again from it down the line, or else why would you?
You never know.
Why would you do this?
We'll ask Devon Givens about it. He'll be in the crease tonight after the Flyers game.
Fascinating, isn't it?
It is fascinating.
Like if I could buy a $10 pack and sell something for $20,000 if I got the right card.
What's it, Willy Wonka?
Kinda.
This is nuts. It was created through blockchain, which is the same technology that powers Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this is huge. So here's how you have to think of it. Think of it like buying a sports card, but in video form. You might crack a pack and get a highlight of Steph Curry three-pointer, which is only being produced 99 times. When those 99 clips are gone, nobody else will have that same highlight except for Top Shot.
There you go.
Claims that you will.
Hey, Cinch Propane Home Delivery brings propane right to your doorstep. Just visit cinch.com, pick a delivery date that's convenient for you, and they will handle the rest. We already have an offer from Mopar.
Part of me wants to go buy an affordable one, like a $15 pack.
$200,000.
Mopar has heard the story, and he says he would like to purchase the linchpin drop. He'd like to purchase that. Is that up for grabs?
That's not going to be good resale
Egan,
value,
is that
Mopar.
up for grabs?
Everything's
By the way,
up for grabs
it is
for me.
the Cadillac ad now.
Yeah. I hear it every time.
It's the Cadillac ad now, and I go, okay, no. Everyone in Philly now will be saying it's the linchpin music.
Yeah,
let's hope so.
exactly.
It's the linchpin music is the way that
And a
it
Cadillac,
works.
if you want to, sponsor the linchpin, go for
Want to
it.
do it? Go on in there. We'll take sponsorships.
Two of
there.
you are just shameless.
Okay, if there was a,
I sit right between it.
the only thing missing is cheap cologne because I'm a whore. I am a whore. What I would
I'm
say
cheap. I'm a whore.
What I would say to you is this: I'm thinking if this whole phenomenon went to radio. Now, we've only been on the air around, this is our 8th week.
Our 38th show.
38th show as Coach is counting the shows. But just baffles me, the counting of the shows. It baffles me because it was something that I did out of a joke, but it's like something I'm now addicted to. So what would be the moments you could sell from this show? Are there any moments that somebody would buy from 8 weeks of this romper room of sports nonsense?
Cuz or Love.
Cuz or Love was good.
That might be the highest one.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
That might go the highest right there. That is a good one. That might go for the highest right now. Let's do that. Look, I'm all for selling.
That's pretty good.
I'm all for selling something. Let's sell something.
Including yourself?
So look, oh yes. Well, hey, if now you guys, it came up in my dream about going to a game and being in the stands and everything, and so Bob, what's the first place you're going back to?
Yeah, that's a question. So if they all open, pick a team, pick an opponent.
I know who you're going back to. You will go to a Phillies game first. Because you've talked all along about how much you enjoy the sunshine,
I do.
a cold beer. So
why? I love getting to the ballpark at 6:30. For a 7:00 game, it's warm out. The sun's. You watch the sunset there. Pick an opponent. So I'll go Phillies, Braves, Citizens Bank Park. I'll go mid-July, hoping that there's still reason to be going.
I know there's the Braves come in June again.
Okay.
So that would be like June would be perfect.
I'll do that. But I was thinking, what was the one team, one sport, one opponent that you would want to go to as your first game back?
Sixers in the postseason.
Yeah.
That is, I'm so excited for, I'm just excited to see it. Sixers in the postseason.
Celtics.
I've already been in early
I
talks
hate the Celtics so
with
badly.
two of my New York friends who are Mets fans
to
come down and do a family outing to Citizens Bank Park. So that'll be most likely my first event.
Mets family?
Mets friends and their
Mets
families
friends.
are going
And
to come
their
down. We'll
families.
do a family outing, all of us together.
Okay,
So
it's not bad.
that'll probably be my first.
What do
you
you
like
Pat?
the Mets, you're not friends of mine.
That's what I'd say. You're friends with Mets people?
Yeah, no, not at all. That's gross. I would have to agree with you. Second round, Sixers playoffs.
Oh my, yes.
First
Second-
round is nothing.
Second round.
round.
I'm not talking about the consolation prize round, which is just, going to still get, the NBA drags it out over like 3 weeks. Like the first round of the postseason, I don't know if they'll do it this year. Usually they start it one weekend, carry it through the next weekend, and if it goes to a game 7, it's in the third weekend. It actually touches 3 weekends. The worst series of the postseason touches 3 weekends, the way that they drag it out.
Not the Sixers last year. It was just 4 games. Boom.
Well, that was in the bubble.
That was awful. We blocked that out of our memory.
They'll
bud.
probably tighten it up again this year, John, too, right?
Oh, man. It is unbelievable. You're going it's going to be, we're going to be down at the,
All right, I'm in for that, obviously.
You'll be in for that one.
Yeah.
Sixers,
Maybe.
though, it's got to be.
Yeah, it's going to be
Now,
awesome.
Sixers, though, would you have to, you said it was so much for you to sit in the stands at an Eagles game and just be part of the fans, like hang with your buddies and everything like that. For a Sixers game, do you have to be on your credential or do you want to be
Well, I can do the credential. I I don't do fandom as well with Sixers as I can do it with the other teams, I guess, because I was that unbiased guy for so long. And I'd rather be down on the floor with all the people that I know. Yeah, so Sixers game, I'd rather be behind the scenes and all that stuff as opposed to other games. I'd sit in the stands and drink a beer.
That sounds. I can't wait. But that's something I'm very much looking forward to, though. I like Bob's education on basketball. His educational tweets, they help me. They do help me because I don't watch the game to the level that Bob does.
I got to stop doing it. I was getting on my own. I was getting on my own nerves last night.
No, but I like it because it's stuff that I go, oh, okay. That gives me a little insight. It helps me, so I like it. All right, we got a lot coming up in the final hour of the show. Get well soon, Tiger. That's where we'll start. It's the John Kincade Show here on 97.5 The Fanatic. Don't miss the ultimate hockey in your sockies giveaway from Coors Light and 97.5 The Fanatic. You have to go to our contest page and click on Hockey in Your Sockies. One lucky Flyers fan is going to win an outdoor Flyers viewing party package that includes an outdoor projector and big screen to safely watch the Flyers games outside with all your friends. You're going to get custom-made Coors Light Flyer socks. They're pretty cool. And onesies so you can watch in style. Plus $1,000 in cold, hard cash for something that can keep your spirits up, like plenty of cold Coors Light. Look, we all can't wait to congregate again. And Coors Light is the only beer that's literally made to chill. First 200 people that register are automatically going to win a pair of custom Coors Light Flyer socks. So go do it today at the 97.5thefanatic.com contest page. The ultimate hockey in your sockies giveaway. It's presented by Coors Light, an official partner of the Philadelphia Flyers. Coors Light, Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
The John Kincade Show.
This is not radio fantasy camp. We're on the air here.
On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
Deflected, they score! Tipped in front of the goal, the power play goal.
Flyers, Rangers, tonight at 7 on your home for Flyers hockey. 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
Flyers hockey is brought to you by Geico. Geico makes it easy to bundle home and car insurance. Get a quote at geico.com.
Dan owed an unbelievable amount of money to the IRS.
I got behind on my taxes. It's a horrible feeling.
He was in denial.
And when I got those letters from the IRS, you wanted to act like they didn't exist.
Finally, Dan turned to Optima Tax Relief, the leading tax resolution firm. A+ rated by the Better Business Bureau, they've resolved over $1 billion for their clients.
Optima got me a settlement with the IRS. These people are really people-friendly. It was every bit of a new lease on life for me.
The fast action and the great results made Dan's head spin.
I felt like I was in a dream, but it's real, and I have paperwork to prove it. They got the job done, and life is good.
For tax help you can trust, call Optima now for a free consultation.
If you're worried about what's going to happen with the IRS, stop worrying. Make the call now.
Call 800-279-8755. 800-279-8755. 800-279-8755.
Optima Tax Relief.
Testimonial from an actual client. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
One of the things I love about betting on basketball is I'm always finding new player props or game props that I like. And what's cool about FanDuel Sportsbook in partnership with Valley Forge Casino is you can combine these props with other bets from the same game to score an even bigger payout. It's my favorite bet, the same game parlay, where you can get massive payouts. This week, I'm looking at points, rebounds, assist totals, and maybe even the first basket score. And right now, new and existing users can get up to $25 back each day if your parlay falls one leg short with same game parlay insurance. You heard that right, every day. That's why I love FanDuel, and that's why I bet on FanDuel. FanDuel's the best. The app's so easy to use, and when you win, they get your winning so fast, and they have so many fun bet types and live betting. So download the FanDuel Sportsbook app today to try a same game parlay and use promo code Natalie at sign up. That's promo code Natalie.
Must be 21 plus and present in NJ or PA. Refund issued as non-withdrawable site credit that expires in 7 days. Max refund $25. Terms apply. See sportsbook.fanduel.com for details. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
I hate Tom's Tulip Shop. It just smells so flowery. Like we're good at your flower shop. You don't need to remind us.
No matter how hard you work for your small business, online reviewers will find something to complain about.
I needed a fake plant. They don't sell fake plants. Thanks for nothing, Tom.
And while Progressive can't save you from these trolls, we can help you save money on commercial auto and business insurance.
Then he says, have a great day. I'll decide what kind of day to have.
Get a quote online today at progressivecommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliated and third-party insurers.
It's time for some straight talk. Your tax return could look different this year, but you're still going to hear a lot of noise about how to spend it. So when the big carriers tell you to splurge on the latest nonsense, just tune it out. With Straight Talk, you can get a Samsung Galaxy A51 for just $199. Plus, get the $45 unlimited talk, text, and data plan with no contract on America's best networks for up to 50% less. Tune out the nonsense and tune in to Straight Talk. Straight Talk Wireless. No contract, no compromise.
DSC. There are so many razors out there. How do you choose which one's right for you? Well, at Dollar Shave Club, we got you. With a 6-blade cartridge for daily shavers with short hair and a 4-blade cartridge for less frequent shavers with longer hair. Still confused? Well, we put both blades in one new starter box, so you can test drive both. Check out dollarshaveclub.com/ESPN, dollarshaveclub.com/ESPN, and visit DSC at your nearest store. You've got questions, we got answers. Welcome to the club.
Now at a store near you.
The thing about the Home and Auto Bundle from Progressive is that by now you've heard a lot of ads about the Home and Auto Bundle from Progressive. We don't even need the words the Home and Auto Bundle anymore to tell you that you could save big with the ring-tailed lemur from Progressive, or that every hot peach cobbler comes with round-the-clock service and protection. And that's the thing about the goat with magic powers. You've heard a lot of ads about the sushi in Vancouver. See how much you could save with the Home and Auto with the Shaman in the Jungle from Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Bundle discount not available in all states or situations.
If I'm not commuting anymore, where do I really want to live?
While you handle life's questions, Merrill Guided Investing helps you manage your portfolio and invest for your next move with the option to work with an advisor at a low cost and minimum. Merrill, a Bank of America company. Visit merrilledge.com/investing goals to get started today.
Investing involves risk. Merrill Lynch, Pierce, Fenner & Smith Incorporated, both a registered broker-dealer and investment advisor, member SIPC. Investment products are not FDIC insured or not bank guaranteed and may lose value.
Vehicle prices plus tax and tag. Zero down to well-qualified buyers through dealer's primary lending source.
Holy jeep!
Roses are red, violets are blue. Why buy a used car when you can buy new? It's a fantastic February at world-famous Gary Barbera's on the Boulevard. 1,000 vehicles, one location. Just $199 down for only $199 a month. Gary Barbera discounts Jeeps cheap. Plus, qualified buyers get the lowdown on the no-down. Is Barbera's on the Boulevard the best? Boy, I guess.
In this corner, wearing 4 layers of flannel, it's I'm too cold. And in this corner, stripped down to nothing but his tidy whities, it's I'm too hot. Let's get ready to tumble over each other trying to reset the thermostat.
If this sounds like your home, it's time for a new high-efficiency heating and cooling system from Trane. With a whole-house air filtration system so your family is breathing only the cleanest air. Visit Trane.com to find an independent Trane comfort specialist near you. It's hard to stop a Trane.
Hey, this is Pat Egan from the John Kincade Show. Guys, what day is it? No, seriously, it's not a trick question. What day is it?
It's Wednesday.
It's obviously hump day. But if you're someone who answered, it's Wednesday, you idiot, then listen up, because I think I can help you. Well, actually, not me, but my friends at BlueChew.com. Because BlueChew.com is the first ever chewable that brings your performance in the bedroom to an MVP level. It's got the same active ingredients as Viagra and Cialis, but here's the big difference. There's no awkward conversation with a doctor or a pharmacist, because when you head on over to BlueChew.com, they have a free online consultation with a licensed medical professional to get you set up quickly. Then, the chewables are delivered right to your house in a discreet package. The chewables from BlueChew.com are also made in the U.S. And BlueChew.com is so confident that you're going to love their chewable that if you head on over right now to BlueChew.com and use the promo code 975, you'll get your first shipment for free. All you have to do is pay the $5 shipping. So what are you waiting for? Start celebrating Hump Day again. Head on over to BlueChew.com, and don't forget, when you do, use the promo code 975.
WPEN Burlington, Philadelphia. A Beasley Media Group station. 97.5 The Fanatic. Philadelphia. Now, back to the John Kincade Show.
This is the radio show I always wanted to host here in Philly. Question is whether it's the one you've always wanted to listen to.
On 97.5 The Fanatic. Philadelphia.
All right, Egan gets like best read of the week on 97.5 The Fanatic there. Very creative.
Well, he said MVP in the bedroom, and Jamie and I were going back and forth. What does that stand for?
No personal questions.
Oh, yeah, I can think of a lot of different answers.
Right?
Yeah. A lot of different answers. That's not good. I just thought of 2.
You need to explain yourself.
I just thought of 2.
I don't need to explain myself. If you head on over and use the promo code 975, you'll know what it means.
There you go. Hey, the 9 o'clock hour is brought to you by the Bagster. You know what that is? It's a dumpster in a bag. It's a great deal. Get yours today at Home Depot and Lowe's. And for details, go to Bagster.com. So make sure you do that. Hey, we all hope that Tiger Woods makes a full recovery. After numerous back surgeries, I believe he had 4, and his various other injuries, and some of them that came down yesterday, it might be near impossible. But if that's the case, no one's ever going to eclipse his golf career, right? Think of everything that he accomplished in his sport. And I do not care if people want to turn back the clock and say, well, Jack and Arnie, they had major titles. And they also had far less competition. It was sort of like Wilt Chamberlain, dominating guys who are much smaller than him. Tiger is the greatest in his sport, in the greatest era of his sport. And I don't believe anyone's ever going to eclipse his accomplishments. But even if they did, I don't believe they're going to eclipse his legacy. He built an entirely new fan base for his whole sport. He multiplied revenues for events by tenfold. The average golfer saw a huge increase in their livings, all because of him. And I ask you, was Tiger the best in any sport, period, for building their sport? 9 o'clock hour, the John Kincade Show here with Bob Cooney, Jamie Lynch, Pat Egan, and the coach, Eric Camille. Best in any sport, period, Tiger Woods. Too bold for you, Jamie? Too bold? Is that a little too...
No.
Too saucy?
No. I mean, he is... like, of...
Everything, take everything into consideration. The growing of the brand of the sport, the popularity,
I mean,
don't
he
think
might
anyone
be
touches them.
Your favorite Mount Rushmore of sports figures.
Yeah, we're not doing that. Thank you.
No. But, like, he might be a top 5 sports figure ever for what he did. The impact on not only his game, the world, the business of that sport, and affecting others in his like, he is an absolute titan in sports.
He is.
Like, there might not... I understand Michael Jordan and all that.
And Michael Jordan had Bird and Magic.
Sure.
Bird and Magic took the NBA off of tape delay.
Yeah.
And made it prime time.
Yeah.
And then Jordan elevated it to a different level.
And the
LeBron
and the
and
Nike
his,
thing.
you know what I mean?
But,
Totally.
I mean, there might not be anyone bigger than Tiger Woods. He's a fascinating figure.
Yeah, for his sport, transcending it the way he did during a time that he did it, there's been nobody in my lifetime that has transcended a sport the way Tiger Woods
Except
has.
Tony Hawk, obviously.
Yeah.
I mean, too, is that I look at it, too, is that Tiger Woods related to everyone.
Yeah.
Tiger Woods had fans in the young kids who followed him. Tiger Woods had the white guys, the black guys, the Hispanic guys all loving him and following him and becoming obsessed with everything that he did. He transcended age. He transcended race, color, creed.
Yeah.
He was truly unbelievable.
And he became that first real golfer that you were like, wow, this guy is big. He's strong. He's in shape. You know, everything surrounding him was, he had the father story. I'll never forget, after he won the Masters in 97, he was on Oprah Winfrey. This, I think, was going around on Twitter. He's on Oprah Winfrey with his dad. And Oprah asks his dad, she says, people talk about him being Coblin Asian. What do you raise him as? Do you raise him as a what race? Is it black? Is it white? Is it this? And he says, human race.
Yeah.
And it was like a drop-dead stop answer, and the audience stood up and started clapping. And it was just another time. And I remember watching it live.
By the way,
it was
Tiger gets killed for that a lot of times, too.
I know, but it was when his dad said human race, basically saying, like,
what are we
hey,
talking about?
We're
Yes.
just talking about a guy. It was really cool. And that, if there was any division of, oh, my God, this is a black guy or white guy, like, who cares? That it was gone, totally gone.
I still go MJ over Tiger Woods, but it's splitting hairs. I mean, there's so...
Why?
I think the cultural impact that Michael Jordan had was just larger.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't relate. I'll be honest, I didn't relate to Tiger Woods.
The only problem is,
I didn't grow up wanting to be Tiger Woods.
The golf wasn't even on the map of mainstream.
I get it, but
and Tiger made it. Michael Jordan took over. I mean, he was given the keys to what Bird and Magic built and Dr. J and that whole era.
But he took it to a complete other level. I mean, the marketing alone.
But he had a great foundation.
He did, but the marketing alone, no one had ever done that. Tiger Woods modeled his game after it. I mean, at the time, shoe companies didn't even want a guard; they wanted a big man, and now it's you can't walk around without someone wearing Jordans.
But Tiger took over nothing. Jordan took over something that was already going great.
And Jordan didn't have a great video game, Pat. So, point Tiger Woods. You know,
It's a really good. You win.
He had Jordan versus Bird, but
you know who actually had a great video game, Jamie? It's Tony Hawk.
Yeah, he did have a great video game.
Mopar has a question on YouTube for Pat Egan.
What do you say, Mopar?
By the way, I keep trying to say that. If you're at a singles,
Just having a conversation.
If you're at a singles mixer, Pat, and you're chewing Blue Chew, and then the girl asks you if you have any more gum, what do you do?
Say let's party.
Wow.
Well, so here's the thing.
Mopar, you're way too deep for this show.
Yeah. You got to say I don't have any more gum.
The chewables at BlueChew.com are chewables. They're not gum. They're chewables. So I would say no. I don't have gum.
Or I swallowed the gum.
You got any gum? If she sees the action of you chewing and then asks, you have to come up with an answer quickly.
Okay, I will not.
I mean, something else will come up quickly, but you need to come up with an answer quickly. Also,
I will not expose. I will not expose.
Let's go somewhere and explain privately.
I will not expose the Philadelphia media member that told me, by the way, that swallowing gum, it sticks to your organs.
Oh, that was when we were kids. Our parents told us that.
That was a big urban legend.
Sticks to your ribs.
It does take a while to digest. It doesn't stick to your organs.
That was what we used to get told.
Oh, yeah.
And guess what, though? A Philadelphia media member told that to me within the last 10 to 15 years, going, oh, my gosh, you can't do that because it sticks to your organs.
We were told our ribs would stick together when we were kids.
It's like if you sit too close to the TV, you'll go blind.
Okay, there's lies your parents tell you.
Yes.
One of the big ones, you got to sit out of the pool.
That I was just going to say, 30 minutes after eating, that it's complete garbage.
It's absolute foolishness.
It makes no sense. Listen to your parents, kids.
It'll come back to play, and you'll say, you'll be down the shore, and you'll be having a sandwich relaxing, and Skylar say, come on, Daddy, take me in the water. And you'll say, I got to wait a little bit. I just ate, because you don't want to go there right then.
It's like you're going to get in the pool and just drown.
Sink to the bottom.
Hey, this update is brought to you by Parks Casino Sportsbook app. You can download it at parkscasino.com/PA and use the promo code Fanatic. I would suggest that you do that for us. In Cooney's Corner, Bob's going to tell you what the Sixers need to avoid.
Now, let's see what's in Cooney's Corner.
Well, it's funny. I'll go back to something else that Shaq said yesterday, and I thought it was really interesting about how when he was with the Lakers, how Phil Jackson avoided playing the Utah Jazz in early series before they had to because they were just a tough team. They were a really tough team. So I ask you, if you're looking at this Eastern Conference right now, and John, you've brought up a great question throughout the past couple of weeks of
every once in a while.
If the Sixers, well, I'm just stroking your ego a little. If the Sixers had to go through either Milwaukee or, why am I drawing a blank? Brooklyn. I'm sorry. Milwaukee or Brooklyn, who would you choose? Or if they had to go through both of them, could they do it? Great question.
And I don't think that they can.
If they had to face one, they're going to most likely have to face at least one.
Yeah.
But if there was a team that they had to avoid earlier in rounds, who might it be? You have a Celtics team that swept you last year. The Sixers don't have a great history with the Celtics, right? You have, a Toronto team that up until last night had won 25 of the past 30 against the Sixers. You have a Miami team that could fall below you also that, has Jimmy Butler, has some things there. If the Sixers do get that number one seed, are there any teams down there that you want to avoid before the inevitability of having to play a Brooklyn or Milwaukee?
To me, I'm worried about nobody in the first round. Nobody in the bottom half of the conference bothers me at all. Not over 7 games.
I think they'll be victorious versus whoever it is, but Nick Nurse is becoming one of the great coaches in the NBA, and I always worry about that great coach in a 7-game series, because they can scheme game to game and do whatever it takes. So I wouldn't mind avoiding the Raptors in the first round.
It makes sense. I mean, the Raptors have caused them so many problems.
Yeah, they just always play them tough.
And another reason I bring this up is because 4 through 8 right now, Pacers, Raptors, Celtics, Knicks, Bulls, there's only a game and a half difference.
Dude, the Heat are 6.5 games off of the Sixers lead, and they're in 10th place.
Yeah, they're only half a game out.
It's very tight.
It is tight.
The Atlanta is vying for position. They play the Sixers well.
By the way, they're not. The Atlanta's not a threat, though.
The Pacers play the Sixers well.
Yes, they do.
It's there's a myriad of teams there that even though you're the 1 seed, is there somebody that you really don't want to see there at the 8?
I'm going to tell you here, it's exactly why you shouldn't pick them to go to the finals. Because if you're saying that the first round series could be that dicey.
Well, it's never easy unless you're.
It can be easy.
Unless you're Boston against the Sixers.
Well, yeah, that was easy.
I mean,
yeah.
Come on.
I mean, it's rarely easy unless you're a great team.
A lot of great teams play 5-game series. They go 4-1 in the first round.
Yeah, but a couple of those games will be sweats. Like, I don't even want to
That's fine.
sweat
I don't care about
series.
the sweat. I just care about you getting out in 5 games. I'll give you up 1. Have you been wronged by a bad breakfast? Get the breakfast you deserve with Wendy's Breakfast 2 for $4, now on select breakfast sandwiches. Justice served at participating Wendy's for a limited time only. Single item at regular purchase.
That's all I can think about now.
Now I'm hungry.
Yeah. Ever since that first one you read,
I think Bob squirming around's made me hungry.
Yeah.
A little bit. How are you feeling? Yes, you have been squirming today.
You're freaking out, man.
You look
You're on
like
that Red Bull.
Yeah.
I'm just blown out of my mind.
This is crazy. What's the latest you can have one of those? Does it because?
Well, it's a 5-hour drink, right?
No, it's not 5-hour energy.
Oh.
It's a Red Bull.
I don't know. I never had it before.
I mean, you don't have those at night, do you?
I wouldn't, but I could. Like, caffeine doesn't affect me. Like, I could have a cup of coffee before bed.
You don't need them when you're getting up for your big Tour of Duty game or
Call of Duty
game?
Tour of Duty.
Take a duty. Take a duty.
Take a duty.
Take a duty.
I
perfected that one.
That was Egan this morning. Pat, tell everybody what happened to you in the bathroom.
Wow, I didn't know I didn't know this was for air, but okay,
me
fine.
neither. Wow.
So, we were during our pre-show meeting.
You were taking a poop.
Finished it up.
Just say it.
I had to go to the bathroom, and I'm
Jamie
sitting
had
there.
to use the word. I lured him into it. He used the word.
It's entrapment.
I'm sitting there, and the lights went out, and I guess that was the building's cue to say, "All right, Pat, it's time to go back to work."
You've been in here 25 minutes.
How could it take you that long to go to the bathroom?
I didn't feel like it was complete.
Did your legs go to dead?
Oh, my legs were dead.
That's too long.
I had some sweats.
I don't understand.
Well, first of all, I had to get naked.
Well, yours isn't just the way you go. Isn't maybe the proper way for everyone?
You mean to be natural and just sit down and go to the bathroom and get out?
Yeah, I never understood the long
Your
pooper.
body's not the same as that one, as you can tell.
There's something in the diet that's not right then.
No, don't come at the diet.
There's got to be something that's not right.
You don't comment at another man's diet.
If your body is not doing those things, there's something you're not doing right.
I have buddies that'll go for 45 minutes.
A doctor will help you.
I'm doing everything great.
Guess
what are you doing in there?
I'm related
Wait,
to.
who does 45
I have buddies that'll take like 45-minute deuces.
I know people who have stage fright. Who literally will like they go on vacation. They don't want to go to the bathroom on vacation.
Oh, I get that.
What? Like they stay at a hotel.
All right, I was assuming usually when I go on vacation that we share the house with somebody.
Okay.
So if there's outsiders around,
oh my God,
I get a little gun shy.
All right, don't be gun shy
stop
of this.
me.
This is Pat Egan had such a great read to start the half hour. It's great that we get to wander into Pat's takes this afternoon.
With or without, either way, it's time for Pat's Takes.
Yeah, let's get back to sports. And
You
not
should have
my
just said
bathroom
you were
habits.
researching your takes.
These guys in sports. I need more box scores.
I wasn't just sitting there staring at the door, but anyway,
Okay.
we'll move on to Kobe Bryant. He's finally remembered now that he's gone. But you hear stories about him, and you kind of wonder if he was sort of a D-bag. There was the time when he told everyone to take their shoes off because none of them were good enough to be wearing the Mambas brand. And there was the time he thought he was Pat Egan and tried to bully Shaq. And then there was his final game. Kobe knew that people weren't there to see Smush Parker shoot the rock, so he put up 50 shots because, after all, shooters shoot. But some of Kobe's teammates wanted to, and this is going to sound crazy, they wanted to actually shoot the ball.
It's amazing.
Yeah, I know. One of those players was Julius Randle. He told a story on J.J. Redick's The Old Man and the Three podcast that Kobe used mind games to keep his teammates from shooting. On one occasion, when Randle was bringing the ball up, he got sick of being a spectator and told Kobe he was shooting the ball. And Kobe looked at the young player and said,
"That's stupid. Use your common sense."
Explaining to Randle that if he shot the ball, the entire arena would boo him because no one was there to see Julius Randle. And it worked. Everyone was terrified to shoot it, and Kobe put up, as I said, 50 shots. And in Kobe fashion, it ended up working because they won the game. But I ask, am I wrong for kind of thinking Kobe was a jerk?
No, that sounds like a jerk move, but I find it hard to believe that conversation went on the court. I do not believe it. There's a full conversation going, hey, nobody's here to see you. You pass me the ball. There's no...
As they're bringing the ball up, or...
I don't believe it. I think it's really.
I do.
And you've been on a lot more court sides than I've ever been.
Yeah, I could see him with the ball in his hands and making his own call of a play, which teams do. Coaches give them the right to call your, plays, and him calling his own play. And I could see Kobe turn to him and say, "Ain't nobody here watching you shoot. They'll boo you. Give me the ball."
Yeah, I could see. I buy it
honest
too.
to God, I could.
Really?
Oh yeah.
It's sort of a
Kobe was different,
move.
man.
Yeah,
It's
and
a
look,
jerk move.
Isn't he the one that has the quote that says "There's no I in team, but there is in
There's
in
a
championship MFer"?
Yeah, I
Like
think that was-
he has, he has that kind of selfish gene. Like, I don't want to call him selfish, but he definitely has that.
Well, I think he was selfish.
I think he was selfish, but I think we look back on it now and are like, oh,
It's fondly.
yeah, that's funny. But in reality, it was like, if I was on the team, I don't know how I'd react to that. But all right, we'll move on to the next story. Don't let anyone tell you this country isn't amazing. Now, sure, we have our issues, right? Flint, Michigan still doesn't have clean water. An entire state is without power, and Bob has been homeless for going on 2 years. But find me another country where a soccer mom can hop on the internet and by simply posting pics, she can make $150,000 a month.
What?
Because I'll tell you right now, that doesn't fly in Greenland. Nope. The soccer mom I'm talking about is 44-year-old Crystal Jackson, mother of 3. She's a wife, and yeah, look, guys, I mean, she's like insanely hot. But not everyone appreciates her ability to make 6 figures in a month, a.k.a. Jamie's childhood allowance. When parents found out about Jackson's OnlyFans account, they had a problem with it. I should say the moms had a problem with it. Veronica varicose veins and Karen can't satisfy a man put on their Spanx and headed to the Catholic school where Jackson's 3 kids were students. The moms got Jackson's kids expelled from the school. Apparently, God loves all of his children except the insanely hot 40-year-olds trying to make a living. Now, Jackson and her kids weren't even allowed to pick up the stuff at the school that they had left behind because they weren't expecting to get expelled after all. Jackson and her kids should be fine. $150K a month is enough money for tuition. But word is the dads at the school were less than thrilled. When Bobby Blue Chew found out about Veronica and Karen's jealous vengeance, he was mad.
That pissed me off.
Yeah, with Jackson ousted by the community.
Sounds like Adam.
The dads have taken a stand, flooding Jackson's OnlyFans with subscriptions. Quote, "We're calling it Project 69, said a single father at the school who wanted to remain anonymous. The dad stared into the camera and said, quote, "We just want to show her that dads don't agree with this at all. And she can call me, literally anytime. I'm there for her if she needs to talk. Maybe over dinner and a bottle of misogyny wine. And my son Cam goes to bed at 9. No word on if Jackson has taken the dad up on his offer, but it's safe to say that Patty Petty and the rest of the moms took away a lot of inspiration from the local dads."
Wow, that is unbelievable. That is disgraceful. That her children were...
Yeah,
that is disgraceful.
Leave the kids out of it.
That is absolutely disgraceful.
How old are the kids?
And what's her name again?
Crystal Jackson.
Crystal Jackson.
Right.
She goes by Miss Poindexter on... Jing, I sent you the account.
Yeah.
Do some research. That's what I was doing in the back.
This is odd.
And then finally,
yeah, go on.
We saw last year that sports will persevere during a global pandemic. The NBA went down to Disney and balled so hard with Mickey Mouse. The NHL set up 2 different bubbles north of the border, but this season neither league set up a bubble, and we've already seen it have an effect. Flyers were just ravaged by a COVID outbreak, so how does a team limit the chance of getting COVID? Well, if you're a hockey team, you just live in the rink. That's what the Red Deer Rebels of the WHL are doing. For their 24-game season, the junior hockey team is setting up shop in their Alberta rink. There are some perks to this. Each player has their own bathroom with multiple stalls. They can watch Netflix on the Jumbotron, and star winger Arshadeep Baines said, quote, "We get as many super pretzels as we want." So that's pretty cool. So yeah, they're living in the rink.
In the rink?
They're literally living in the rink.
Huh. Wow, I spent a ton of time of my life in rinks.
Wouldn't want to live there.
No.
Nah, super pretzels are pretty dynamite, though.
Oh, yeah, they are pretty good.
Yeah.
I'll take the Philly Pretzel Factory, though. Instead.
Well, yeah, obviously.
Go over and...
I could go for a pretzel right now.
See,
I went to my buddy's...
Bob's all hyped up because of the...
I went to my buddy's 40th on Saturday, outside, socially distanced,
right.
all that. Huge tray of Philly pretzel.
Really? That's good.
I was just...
That's a go-to.
Crushing
I've tried here in the City Avenue one.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent. Crazy parking lot, but excellent location.
Most of Ballackinwood's parking lots are a little crazy.
Broomall location. Easy in, easy out. My man over there, they always will take care of you over at Broomall. They're great stuff, so got to love that. All right, we've still got a half hour to go on this day, and a gentleman saying here, he goes, I noticed that none of you have brought up all the transgressions of Tiger Woods today, in all the universal love that you've thrown his way. This is a man who destroyed his family. I'm going to say, this is exactly what I typed to him. I said, I am not in his marriage.
Yeah. He destroyed his marriage. I don't think he destroyed his
family.
His kids still very much love him.
I am not, and I'm certainly not in anyone else's marriage.
Yeah.
I didn't care when it was going on, and
Not
I don't
my
care
place.
about it now.
Got my own
Not
marriage
place.
to worry about.
And more importantly, that is the last thing I want to come into work and talk about. Well, let's talk about Tiger Woods' infidelity. What do you think about it? I mean, seriously, shut up as far as that stuff in the talking about that. I can't believe it. Come on, give the guy a break today.
We were talking about how he transcended a sport.
Yes.
And that's the only way. What's the guy's name? That's the only way you know him.
Oh my
you don't know
gosh.
anything about his personal life, so I'm not going to talk about something I know nothing about.
Jamie had what he believes is a faux pas yesterday that he was observing while he was out in public.
2 at once.
We'll see it next. Hang out with us, won't you? Have some fun with us. It's the John Kincade Show on 97.5 The Fanatic. If you're planning on hiring a lawn care service, which is exactly what I'm going to be doing, it makes sense to hire a company that provides better results and is safer for your family and pets. So Mike Missinelli and Anthony Gargano are like, dude, when you get the house built, Natural Lawn of America has got to be your company. They're the best lawn care company you can use. I'm like, why? I said, all I want is greener grass and fewer weeds. That's what I'm looking for. And they're like, well, that's great. They do all that. But they're using exclusive organic-based lawn care products to make it safe for you and your family and Nikki Foles when she runs around in the backyard. Every lawn is different. It's not cookie-cutter lawn care. Everyone's treatment is going to be custom. And they've cut back on chemical pesticide use by 85%. It's going to be safer for the whole family. Take advantage of this limited time offer. Schedule Natural Lawn's full-service program, and you're going to get free seeding every single year. That's free seeding every single year. Call 800-FREE-SEED. That's 800-FREESEED. Choose my lawn care company, Natural Lawn of America. Thanks for the tip, Cousin Mike. Greener grass, fewer weeds, guaranteed.
The John Kincade Show.
You're a middle-aged man. You can't be a DJ.
On 97.5 The Fanatic. Philadelphia.
There is a place outside of Philadelphia where the aroma of freshly baked bread brings you back to more traditional times. The era when families joined together to enjoy an authentic old world taste with traditional recipes and fresh ingredients. That time and place still exists at Corpali's Italian Bakery and Deli since 1924. Now 4 generations and 4 locations. The Corpali's family has been bringing you back to a more nostalgic time by sharing their favorite recipes and consistently adding new flavors for new traditions. While Corpali's Italian Bakery and Deli is well known for their famous tomato pie, voted best in Philadelphia, nothing compares to their fresh baked bread and strombolis, handmade pastries, cookies, pies, and a wide range of custom cakes. For a list of locations and all your party needs, explore more at CorpalesBakery.com.
What's for dinner, you ask? At Wawa, we've got the answer, no matter what you're craving. Because Wawa now has dinner. Every day starting at 4 p.m., you'll find crave-worthy dinner options that will make everyone happy. Like fettuccine Alfredo, kids' meals, delicious Angus burgers, French fries, and more. Choose in-store, curbside, or delivery. Wawa dinner. Sounds good.
Come in from the cold for something hot and comforting from Wawa. Savor the handcrafted salty sweetness of a toasted caramel crunch latte, topped with a caramel drizzle and crunchy caramelized sugar. Or cozy up to the warm, inviting vanilla sugar and spice aromas of our new cinnamon bun coffee, bursting with a delicious fresh baked flavor. Treat yourself and try them both this winter to create your very own getaway to deliciousness. Gotta have a Wawa.
Vehicle prices plus tax and tag. Zero down to well-qualified buyers through dealer's primary lending source. Holy Jeep! Roses are red, violets are blue. Why buy a used car when you can buy new? It's a fantastic February at world-famous Gary Barbera's on the Boulevard. 1,000 vehicles, one location. Just $199 down for only $199 a month. Gary Barbera discounts Jeeps cheap. Plus, qualified buyers get the lowdown on the no-down. Is Barbera's Barberas on the boulevard the best? Boy, I guess.
The thing about the Home and Auto Bundle from Progressive is that by now you've heard a lot of ads about the Home and Auto Bundle from Progressive. We don't even need the words the Home and Auto Bundle anymore to tell you that you could save big with the ring-tailed lemur from Progressive, or that every hot peach cobbler comes with round-the-clock service and protection. And that's the thing about the goat with magic powers. You've heard a lot of ads about the sushi in Vancouver. See how much you could save with the Home and Auto with the Shaman in the Jungle from Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Bundle discount not available in all states or situations.
Does it feel like finding clothes in your fit is impossible? Tired of feeling overwhelmed with options that just aren't right? Let the experts at Stitch Fix do the shopping for you. At Stitch Fix, we make sure each piece is hand-selected for your life. So whether you're staying home or on the go, Stitch Fix has the answer for what to wear. We make it easy to find what works for you. Signing up takes just a few minutes, and styles are delivered directly to your door. Get started today at StitchFix.com. Stitch Fix, your style delivered.
Here's the good news. Even with high unemployment, there's still a need for hundreds of thousands of cybersecurity professionals in the U.S. right now. And My Computer Career is training people to help meet the demand. No IT experience? No problem. Take the free career evaluation today at mycomputercareer.edu. Start your new life as an IT pro in as little as 4 months. Grants covering up to 53% of the cost are available to those who qualify. It's not rocket science. It's mycomputercareer.edu.
You run a business and you need better wireless. 3 words, no more compromise. With the T-Mobile Business Advantage, you get the largest 5G network, award-winning customer support, and insanely great value. No trade-offs. Right now, get up to 90 days of unlimited free on business plans when you switch via bill credits. Stop in to find out more. Plus taxes and fees for some plans. Complete port within 60 days. Customers over 50 gigabytes per month have lower speeds during congestion. Video at 480p, unlimited on our network. See T-Mobile.com for 5G devices coverage and plan details.
Hey, Matthew, we need to restock those sleeping bags.
Indeed knows unexpected growth can stretch your business thin.
One of you cover this register?
Like at Anita's outdoor store. To keep sales climbing, she needs to get started hiring right away.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. And the moment you sponsor a job on Indeed, you get a short list of quality candidates from our resume database. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get a $75 credit for your first sponsored job post. Terms and conditions apply.
We buy any car. We buy any car. We buy any car. Any.
Did you know trading in your car at a dealer could cost you money? A recent study found consumers who trade in their car pay an average of $990 more. So don't trade in. Sell it to We Buy Any Car. Learn more and get your free online valuation now at WeBuyAnyCar.com.
Find out how much your car's worth at We Buy Any Car.
Now, back to the John Kincade Show.
Thank God this is radio, or you'd have to be looking at my face.
I'm too sexy for my shirt. On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
Bob Cooney was quite cocky earlier in the show. Hey now. Here on the John Kincade Show, 97.5 The Fanatic. And
I was cocky?
Yeah, you were.
About what?
There were 2 clues given out in our 3 questions today. 3 questions. 3 questions. He asked the second. I asked the second question was asked.
How about the humble pie,
and Bob goes, I know exactly who it is.
You gonna bang that humble pie?
I was misled. And Coach will back me on this.
Yeah, I'll bang that.
I thought you were the one that made the selection of said player.
Oh, no.
Well, I didn't know that. And I went to Coach, and Coach, well, you're wrong. And I said, I thought that's who John would have picked. He goes, John didn't pick it.
There are 3 questions that have been asked earlier today. Could you tell me what your guess was?
I'm going to write a new name down because I got this one, too.
Okay, you do?
Now that I know it wasn't you who picked.
Well, what was your original guess?
My original guess for you was Scott Mellenby.
And that was not true. I would suggest that people.
You didn't pick it.
I would suggest that people line up now at 610-632-0975. 610-632-0975. You want to win those Coors Light socks. What name did you write down?
No, I can't say. Coach just gave me the.
Did you? Oh, okay.
But I wrote it down.
Coach, he better not have. There better be no way that he got this right. There better be no way. If you think you have it, 610-632-0975. We will get you in. Bob is bouncing.
Yeah, you're bouncing. The Red Bull really taking off.
The Red Bull's driving.
All this sock talk really makes me want some Coors Light, though. To be honest with you.
So it's not the socks that are luring you in.
It's all the Coors Light talk.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a now. today, every other day, the phone lines piled up when we're giving away the 9:30.
I have
prize.
no idea.
Nobody. Too vague.
It
This
is
didn't
too
work.
vague.
It was too vague.
We needed a couple more questions.
So
I
the
think.
first question that Pat Egan asked, which was a excellent one, and I'm going to give it to people, was that, Pat, your question?
It was he drafted by the team?
And yes, he was drafted by the team. So we have that. Then Jamie Lynch asked a very obscure bad question.
Bad. I don't know. I think it's a good dividing line.
Could have been
Because I didn't think you were going to go pre-1985. So therefore, 2005 gave you a 20-minute, 20-year window on each side.
So there you go. Yeah, there you go. It's a bad question. Bob, then your question was?
Did this player hit the ice before 1990?
And they did.
See, I think that's a bad question.
Yeah, that was a bad question to follow up my question. Bob doubled down on the bad.
No, I
They
didn't.
really didn't. But no, he narrowed it down by 15 more years.
Well, nobody's taken the 60s, maybe not the 70s.
Well, there were only 3 years of the 60s, right?
Right.
7, 8, and 9.
And had I known Coach was the one that made the pick as opposed to John.
Okay, nobody is calling in with a guess, even a guess.
I don't have a guess.
And every other day, it's been people piling up like willing to knife fight for these
So
stocks.
should we continue asking 20
so
questions?
Here's what we'll do. I will let you ask a fourth question on our mystery flyer. Okay, so we already know the answer.
Egan goes first, Jamie, and then
Egan?
me.
Where are they a forward?
That was going to be mine.
No. You have a guess?
Garth Snow.
No.
Wasn't drafted by the Flyers. Doesn't even answer your own
Drafted by
question.
the Flyers.
Were they a goaltender?
Yes.
Now, is that a great question? Am I going to get lauded here?
Okay, are you going to get the answer right? Now you get to guess.
Oh. Pre-85 goaltender?
No.
Wait, it's not pre-85?
No.
I blacked out.
No. You guys
I'm
are
a
playing some of the
Zamboner.
game. Seriously. Bob, another question?
Well, the answer
we're
could be
never
obvious.
doing this again.
Since it's Coach.
This
I'll
is
go
one
to
of
the
those
guy.
Things that sucks. We will
Did he
never-
become a front office member of the team?
Yes.
You got it.
Did he wear number 20 something?
What? Somebody's on the line.
No.
We got.
don't guess.
Don't guess.
Don't
no,
guess
I mean,
it.
seriously. No, we've given the seriously.
No. It's
we
okay.
haven't.
Why would
Don't
I-
underestimate how dumb people can be.
Yeah,
sometimes.
I still don't know.
I work on this show. I never will ever again underestimate how dumb people can be. It's totally cleansed
I
me
asked a
of
great
ever
question.
Underestimating that.
What are you talking about?
I am never ever going to do that.
It was you brought up 2 questions.
We figured it out in 6 questions.
No, you didn't.
It's 20 questions is
You
the
did. It was
game.
like, oh my
Did you guys see General Hospital yesterday?
No, I did not. And the wedding's coming, so please no giveaway.
I was told it wasn't that good yesterday. You didn't miss a thing.
So because the wedding must not happen yet.
I don't know what wedding. I don't care about weddings.
Maxie and Peter and
She
Finn and
does
Ed.
nothing for me.
There you go. All right, Jason, do you have the answer?
Yes, this is Jason.
Yeah, do you have the answer?
Yeah, it's Ron Hextall.
Yes, it is Ron Hextall.
There it
We'll
is.
Put you on hold. We will put you on hold and get you that prize.
Shot score.
Jason and Philly, Ron Hextall.
I have to say that my question, took the horse to water.
Egan's was the best.
That's all I'm going to say.
Egan's was the best question.
And then he guessed someone who wasn't drafted by the Flyers.
Idiot.
No.
Do you even like hockey?
You know what I love about Bob? Bob has awful questions and rips everybody else's questions.
Your second question
because
sucked.
Bob
Who
wants
got
to,
it?
Because
Yeah.
Bob wants to
Who got
deflect. Jason got it. Jason and Philly
Jason
got
got
it.
Jason and
okay.
Philly
You didn't
got
get it. Jason got it.
Jason and Philly got it. Oh, my
Horrible.
gosh.
That's
It's unbelievable.
Your second question sucked.
Garth
First
Snow.
second
Who was Garth
sucked.
Snow drafted by?
Nordiques?
I don't watch hockey.
I don't know. Let's go. In the linchpin, Jamie Lynch is starting to sound like a grandpa
Yeah,
getting
I am.
angry with stuff.
This is the linchpin.
He was drafted by the Nordiques, correct? I saw what I believe.
I would say there's one person who's worked in the National Hockey League on this show, and it's not Pat Egan.
And it's not
Thank
me,
you very much.
even though I asked the best question of the 6.
Thank you very much.
Anyway, yesterday I was at the gas station, and I noticed, to steal Mike and Anthony's term, some violations yesterday.
Okay.
Both happening 2 different people simultaneously. I just noticed them.
Okay.
And I put a poll up on my personal Twitter account
Okay.
to see which one people found more offensive.
Well, tell them.
And it was pretty damn split. So first, there was a guy that was filling his tank while the car was running.
Okay, that's just stupidity.
It's
sheer stupidity.
Look, it's not the 1950s. Your car isn't going to explode anymore, but you're still putting unnecessary emissions into the environment. When I would ask anybody that does this, what's the upside? Like, what's the point? Why not just turn the car off? So that was one. Two, fairly busy gas station, and the lady at the pump next to me finished fueling, went inside and did her little convenience store run, leaving the car at the pump. Now I ask you guys, which is the bigger violation? Filling the car while it's running, or running inside and parking at the gas pump?
There are dangers, by the way, to running the car while you're filling it.
Apparently
you're
static.
You're not supposed to be doing that. Static and everything. You're not supposed to be doing
it's
that.
Just, I don't understand why you would.
So you don't do that. I don't find the other one a violation at all.
Really?
No.
What? On what planet?
So you're telling me I'm supposed to pump my gas, then I'm supposed to end the transaction, then I'm supposed to start my car, drive to another parking spot that may be 10 feet away.
Yes.
Yeah.
If there is a crowded gas station, I would do that. If there's a crowded...
This was borderline crowded.
Okay,
every pump was taken.
If people are waiting, I absolutely would do that.
Yeah, it's a violation.
But I would not do that if it's not. If there's 3 empty pumps...
Yeah, but who's to say 4 cars aren't going to pull in while you're getting your Gatorade?
If I walk out, if I see 3 empty pumps, when I want to walk in and grab something, I would walk in and grab something. I wouldn't think anything of it.
No, you're sorry.
There is a bigger
Respectfully, you're
violation
wrong.
at the pump, though.
A lot of people defended the car running while filling up.
It's so stupid.
I was kind of surprised how many people did it.
There's a far bigger violation that I see go on at the pump, and I see it at least twice a week.
What's
Where
that?
I see somebody doing it if I go to a gas station or whatever. Talking on the cell phone while you're pumping gas, which could literally cause an explosion, because you do not operate your phone while you're pumping gas. Static electricity, the electronic charge.
Never even thought of it.
You do not do it. You do not. It's right on the gas pump. Do not take phone calls. It should be right on the gas pump.
Yeah, now that you
Instead
mention
of
it,
right
I
there.
recall seeing
Do not
that.
do that.
Coach will back me up on this.
What?
Live in Jersey. You sit in your car and they pump it for you. And it's a lot cheaper.
I still can't believe that.
Right, Coach?
I am so disappointed in you.
Why?
For being so inconsiderate that you think it's okay to stop pumping and go in and grab a snack and this and that when there's going to be people that come to that gas station trying to pump their gas and you're sitting there moseying on out?
No,
Be
I
better.
said to you, if there aren't empty pumps, if I see 3, I come out. There's 3 empty pumps when I'm done, where people can pull up and get it. I'm absolutely going in.
But 4 cars should come in as soon as you enter the door. That's not fine.
Suck it up, Buttercup.
It's not fine.
Suck it up.
It's not fine.
It doesn't fly here.
Joe in South Jersey is voicing an opinion. Joe, what's going on, brother?
Listen, John, usually I agree with the things you're saying, but that is a total violation. Okay, I'm a truck driver. I'm from Jersey. I go to PA to fill up a lot of times, and there's only a few like diesel pumps and things like that, and I've run into situations where I've come to the pump, there's been a car there, and because diesels do regular too, the car is sitting there, I wait, guy comes back from inside, puts his food away, and then starts pumping his gas.
Oh.
And I'm like, are you
Well, wait a minute.
kidding
Okay.
me?
Do you think it's a problem if it's the opposite way?
In the sense of what?
That you pump the gas first, then go in. I would always pump the gas first.
Me too.
I mean, still you pumping the gas first isn't as bad to me because I'm coming there and like you're already like the pump's in there. I think the car is there. I'm like, what's going on?
But
Guy
what
comes
about
back to
people
the
who
side.
have to pay for the gas inside? Joe?
Listen, I understand that. But don't come back from inside and then start pumping your
No,
gas.
I get
or
that.
putting
And
it
Joe,
in or
you're
doing anything like that.
Joe, you're right about that. And thanks for having us along for the ride with the Fanatic. Someone might have to go in and pay cash. So that's why
I
they
mean,
go
what
in.
percentage? Some gas stations will offer a better price for cash, but it's kind of rare. I mean, what, 10%? Some places will offer a better price if you
charge
pay
more
with
for
gas.
credit. Or
You've
less
never
for-
seen that?
More for credit, yeah.
Yeah, you got to pay attention to the signs. Some places will do that.
Seriously?
Yeah.
I've never seen that in my life.
Oh, yeah, there's plenty of them.
Is that something that has changed since I've been gone?
Now, you have to look at the sign closely because
Yeah,
you might look
it's
at the
fine
sign
print.
and think it's regular, premium, whatever, but a lot of times it's regular for cash.
I'm more choking at the fact that my wife will send me a picture from the pump at the Costco down in Georgia, and I'm realizing that at the pump up here, I'm paying 65, 70 cents more a gallon.
Are you going to be able to survive?
Which is crazy, though. It's crazy.
Thoughts and prayers, John.
You've got refineries right down the street, and in Atlanta, you don't. In Atlanta, you don't. You have to drive 4 hours.
I didn't know you had it so hard.
70 cents a gallon? You think that's fine?
I'm keeping you in my thoughts and prayers.
That's ridiculous, is what it is. Know what? You should be thinking the thoughts and prayers of people who are maybe that's really squeezed by that to be saying what they're paying for gas.
I think we're used to can
Yeah, exactly. So you're just going to be sheep.
Just
gonna be sheep.
We're all supposed to move to Atlanta?
Just do the sheep and say, no, you can absolutely say, why are things? Question things, Pat. Have an inquisitive mind in life. Have an inquisitive mind.
I'm wondering why I joined this show right now.
Question everything, you sheep.
Yes.
So I put the poll up.
That's two of us.
You did what?
55% of people found the inside trip post-fueling more offensive than the running car.
What if they're paying for it with cash?
I think less than 10% of people do that now?
Now you're doing the.
I know, but I think more common.
You're dying on a bad hill here.
You're being grumpy old man. Is what
No,
you're doing.
you're the offender.
No,
I do
no.
neither of these.
Hey, I'm calling Martin Law on all of you. They're the law firm for injured workers. Visit paworkinjury.com. And me getting injured by all of your attacks.
Yeah. I can't believe you're that guy.
I think Martin Law would
It's a
do that
shame.
to you. You know where I will
Does
do
Christina know this about
you? Know
you?
the only place that I will do it is a road trip. Because I never go into I never get gas where I live and go into the little market there. Ever. In my life do I walk into the gas station mini mart when I get gas. When I'm on the road trip and it's got to fill up the tank, you're driving down to Florida, you're driving wherever, and you got to fill it up, I almost always will go in, take a pee, and get something to
coffee, water, whatever.
What's wrong?
And you're saying just shift the.
You got to take the car over. You got to get out the way. You're done.
And I think that's going to change for you being in the land of Wawa now.
Well,
because it's a lot.
Yeah, but I won't
the sirens will be calling you in.
Am I going to get my gas at Wawa?
Say, come get that brioche.
I'm going to have to see. Why did I say? Is it because
the Tajma Wawas?
Bob, have you not figured out yet that I'm going to find the best price for gas, and I will be willing?
So you're like my dad. He used to drive.
Yeah, I won't drive way out of my way.
He would drive 12, 14 miles out of his way if he could get the best price on gas.
Where the house is being constructed, I will find the best gas price within reason.
There's apps for that,
and I will then Gas Buddy, right?
Yeah,
Gas Buddy. I think it is. And then I will be the greatest patron that this person has ever had. I will show up.
I don't have a consistent gas station at
Come
all.
over to Jersey. It's like 30 cents cheaper.
I'll tell you where the cheapest gas around here is, but I'm not going to go far beyond if I see something a couple miles away. Because at that point, what you're saving, you just spent to get there and get back.
No, I'm not going to drive out of my way. I will find the best gas, and when I travel, right in my vicinity, where I travel, and I will be their best customer ever.
Yeah, the cheapest gas is probably if you siphon it from a neighbor's car.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to make for much popularity if that happens.
Well, now you know why I'm not popular.
Hey, locally owned and operated for over 30 years, these people are very popular. Pets Plus Natural. Their number one priority is to help your pets live happier, healthier, and longer lives. They got curbside pickup and local home delivery available to you at petsplusnatural.com. My buddy Joe is trying to win the Flyers socks every day.
Yeah.
And he literally, there's a different reason that Joe doesn't win every day. Doesn't make the call in.
Today was Bob's awful question.
Today he received a call just as he was about to call in and answer. And guess what his answer was?
Ron Hextall.
Brian Boucher was his answer.
I was going to go Dominic Roussel.
But Boucher didn't start in the 80s.
No, I think he was more of a 90s guy.
So Joe
He was drafted in 95.
So Joe would have been wrong with his guess.
Mm-hmm.
I think Joe needs to focus more on work. I mean, I love that he's following the John Kincade show, but he's not. These guesses are sort of terrible. And then my cousin Ryan sending me a text going, I told you about that. I told you about that OnlyFans woman. I told you about her. And I'm like, I hope you're not paying.
I have a buddy on OnlyFans, and he said it's not as good as you would think.
Your buddy?
Who will remain nameless and maybe not even in this market.
Does he strip for clothes and stuff?
No. He pays.
Oh.
He's a user.
Well, then he's not on OnlyFans. The OnlyFans people are the people
yes, I guess I phrased that wrong. Nobody wants to see my buddy strip, believe me. But he said it's not...
it's not as much?
He has a little buyer's remorse.
Really?
Yeah.
Bob was noticing yesterday that the Egan-Shaq matchup was truly the highlight. It was truly the highlight of our day. Bob's high.
Red Bull does weird
Bob's
things
high
to you.
Bob's high on Red Bull.
You're talking about your friends stripping, and I'm high.
Bob's
okay.
high on Red Bull.
I don't know.
No one enjoys.
Egan's mad at me.
Bob enjoys.
Your questions suck.
Bob
You're having a weird
enjoys
day.
around 65% of the show every day. Bob, you noticed the mismatch yesterday, and it was a mismatch.
Oh, advantage Egan.
Wow.
Oh, Egan, just answer my question. Are you kidding me?
That was a great comeback.
This isn't Frost Nixon, all right? I'll be doing the questioning, Shaq.
That was a great comeback.
That was an awesome comeback.
By the way, did you notice? He answered the question.
Yes,
Damn
he did.
straight he did. He
Yes.
went quiet, sat up straight, and he said, "Let me answer your question."
Oh man,
it's a mismatch. It's a mismatch. But what are some other mismatches that we've been around, sports or otherwise? Like, I remember the biggest mismatch when I was a kid growing up. I was a little kid. Steve Carlton pitched for the Phillies. He would go against this guy, Dave Parker, who was a phenomenal.
I
maybe
can
Hall
picture
of
him
Famer.
right now.
The Cobra.
In Pirates uniform.
He was the
Oh, my
Cobra.
God. Dave Parker.
He's a Hall of Famer, I believe.
Yes. He could not hit. It was laughable how he could not hit a Steve Carlton slider. I mean, everyone knew it was coming. It came, and he never, ever could hit it. It was one of the biggest mismatches in sports when I was growing up. I was a little kid.
Greatest mismatches that I would say, when I think of mismatches, I always think, and we talked about him just the other week or the other day, witnessing the career of Greg Maddux up close and personal on a daily basis. It was every fourth outing where he actually had found some trouble and had to wiggle around.
Yeah.
Like wiggle around trouble. 75% of his starts were methodical, get you into the seventh and eighth, give you a chance to win. It was just routine. And it would be that every fourth start where somebody would get to him for a few runs, and he'd still probably pitch into the seventh. So I look at him as one of those great mismatch guys. He could make people look terrible.
Oh, yeah.
Especially guys with big swings. He could make them look terrible.
The first one that came to my mind, and I'm not saying this is the best or anything, was Dirk Nowitzki's 1 foot fadeaway kind of turnaround J. It was like indefensible.
Yeah.
I like 7-footers couldn't guard it. Obviously, smaller players couldn't guard it. He perfected that shot, and it was pretty much indefensible. He was really good at it.
Ichiro in his prime came to mind for me. Ichiro was an automatic
He's just-
on base.
seriously.
Then he would steal second. Then he had a rocket of an arm. He was the perfect player.
He was so fundamentally just freaking awesome.
Yeah, and the craziest thing you hear about him from teammates is the fact that he could have been a home run hitter if he wanted to, but because he was hitting leadoff, he didn't think that was his role.
And nowadays, you got leadoff hitters that want to hit home runs. You know, it's like Acuna and some.
Greg Maddux once pitched a complete game through 76 pitches.
Yankee Stadium.
Wow.
Yankee Stadium day game. Yankee Stadium day game.
It was Braves at Cubs.
Oh, I thought it was Yankees.
Yeah, Braves at Cubs. 76 pitches, 63
Oh my
strikes.
God, that's crazy.
Holy hell.
Oh my God.
Oh my gosh.
Like, that is crazy.
I remember an afternoon game at Yankee Stadium that he was
Yeah,
just
let me see if I can find that one, too.
He was stupendous at.
He was so
Vince
much fun to
Velasquez hit
watch.
73 pitches by the fourth inning.
And by the way, one of the
Routinely.
On a
one
good
of the-
night.
Hey, one of the richest players of his era, and one of the cheapest. Like the way he would go, like what he would spend money on and what he
Maddux.
wouldn't spend money on, it would just amaze you. Hey, usually when we do the crossover with our friend Anthony Gargano, he's telling you about the Natural Lawn of America folks. I was telling you earlier, I said, I'm looking for, make sure my lawn's going to be taken care of well. Well, Natural Lawn of America, that's what Cuz says to do. That's what Mike Missinelli says to do. Safer for your lawn, your kids, and your pets. Schedule their first full-service program, and you get free seeding every year and peace of mind. Call 800-FREE-SEED. Natural Lawn of America with greener grass, fewer weeds, guaranteed. I loved watching him. Yes, tighty whities and old ratty tighty whities. And he loved making you come to his locker to interview him. And Greg Maddux wanted everyone to leave him alone, but he wasn't a jerk. But he wanted you to leave him alone. He didn't want to have to do it. And he wore the rattiest tighty whities. He probably had them from college age.
Oh, wow.
And
he wasn't farting on reporters like Cliff Lee.
Holes. I mean, like holes.
Ugh.
Like underwear that look ratty. And he'd purposely put it on to make you uncomfortable and then stand there. And he would read his mail waiting for enough people to congregate, so he only had to, and he'd turn around and he'd go, I only want to do the turn once. He only wanted to turn around and answer questions once. So he'd be waiting for them to congregate, and you're having to stare at and his teammates would call him Mudslide because he looked like a mudslide in his underwear.
It's a great nickname.
So
hopefully it wasn't what his underwear looked like.
So, I don't know. Before or after the Blue Chew? I'm not sure. So, and by the way, the gentleman saying here, a lot of people are tips-based employees and have to pay for gas and cash. And they do that all the time. Pay for gas. So
it's different. If they come out without a food or beverage, then you're fine.
I can't remember the last time I paid cash for gas. I'm saying 20 years.
No, yeah.
That's why I put everything on the one. Hey, we thank you so much for being a part of the John Kincade Show. Thanks for being part of our family. We really appreciate it. The more you listen, the more we love you, though. Let's just being honest. So for the coach, Eric Camille, for Pat Egan, for the fantastic Jamie Grumpy Lynch, and for Bob, who's a little high today on Red Bull, I'm John Kincade. Have a great day, and we will see you tomorrow. Stay tuned. Kunis in for Cuz.
The John Kincade Show.
They put it on the air?
Of course they put it on the air. It was a big success.
On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
Well, if you're planning on hiring a lawn care service, doesn't it make sense to hire a company that provides better results and is safer for your family and pets? That's why I chose Natural Lawn of America. That's my lawn care company. Natural Lawn provides homeowners with greener grass and fewer weeds using an exclusive organic-based lawn care product. Now, this isn't a cookie-cutter lawn care service. Natural Lawn tailors their applications to your lawn-specific needs. And their unique approach to lawn care has reduced chemical pesticide use by 85%, creating a safer lawn for your family and pets to enjoy. Locally owned and operated for more than 30 years right here in the Delaware Valley, I trust my lawn to Natural Lawn, and you should too. Get the results you want and the peace of mind you deserve. Take advantage of their limited time offer. Schedule Natural Lawn's full service program, and you'll get free seeding every year. That's right, free seeding every year. Call 800-FREE-SEED. That's 800-FREESEED for my lawn care company, Natural Lawn of America. Greener grass, fewer weeds, guaranteed.
One of the things I love about betting on basketball is I'm always finding new player props or game props that I like. And what's cool about FanDuel Sportsbook in partnership with Valley Forge Casino is you can combine these props with other bets from the same game to score an even bigger payout. It's my favorite bet, the same game parlay where you can get massive payouts. And here's all you have to do, right? You take your squad, the basketball squad in Philly, and then parlay that with all the overs for Joel Embiid. The dude's just a monster.